talk to you. Maybe dream of getting lost if that's fine with you. Got me hypnotized when you're gonna say it to me. Hold you so fine if you're gonna. गल सुन मेरी याद में तू प्यार मेरा तेरे सा है क्यों चाहिए तुझे होने जा मेरी. Tell me baby if it's all you need. Yeah, yeah. दिल बेकरार तू बेमिसाल है क्यों बस ये सवाल हर रात जगा रहे हो. सवार तू मेरे ख्वाब में कहती है तू मेरी है तू मेरी है. हर राज तू हर सांस में मेरी है. एक बार तो मेरी जान बस कह दी है. हर हाल में जज्बात में मेरी है तू मेरी है हाँ मेरी है. साडे इश्क दे लारे लाए हुण वादे बस एक वारी दस दे तू मेरी है. हसीने कोले आ गए पिछे साडे सारे जिन्नियां यादां तेरी है. When I really think about it, if I'm being honest, I'm crying out the one for you, baby. Now we back where we started, caught up in the moment, running from the pain again, baby. दिल बेकरार है बेमिसाल है क्यों बस ये सवाल हर रात जगाए यूं. सौ बार तू मेरी जानी ये कहती है तू मेरी है तू मेरी है. हर राज तू हर सांस में मेरी है. एक बार तो मेरी जान बस कह दी है. हर हाल में जज्बात में मेरी है तू मेरी है हाँ मेरी है हाँ मेरी है तू मेरी है हाँ मेरी है हाँ मेरी है. होंदा नहीं पाया सोने मुखड़े दा होंदा नहीं पाया तेरे नाल छड़ दुनिया में साड़ा दिल तेरे तो होया है पागल. हाँ नियो जी तेरों ही छवे हाँ नियो सोनी गल्लां तेरी सारी नी तू ही बस मैनू जाने हो. But I'm still scoping. Can't stick, I'm still tight. My eyes open early in the morning on the gas. But I'm still, why I can't stick, I'm still tight. My eyes open early in the morning on the gas. I'm still scoping. Can't stick, I'm still tight. My eyes open early in the morning on the gas. Why I can't stick,
ये गैंग मैच चालू हो गया है क्या गैंग? रुको मैं तुम लोगों के लिए लगा तो दूं, मुझे अभी और 5 मिनट लगेंगे. PUBG esports.
Finals, Mark.
Alright, we are dropping already.
So hard sitting there watching. I want to cast last week because you guys had some outstanding games. I expect to see it again today, but this flight path though, for kicking things off, it's the southwest up towards the east, pushing towards the northeast, but does favour the south.
Alright, gang.
Yep.
मैं 5 मिनट में आया.
I think that for all intents and purposes, lobby, so you can actually go Pachinki. It's such a weird dynamic.
Alright, we are going towards Milta Power.
It's all right.
ऐसी quality क्यों आ रही
Absolutely
है?
baffles me, and they're not challenged.
Let's go, gang.
And
मैं
people
एक second,
pushing. And again,
I'll
like
be
the
back.
for me,
मैं
the
2
centre
मिनट में
spot,
आया.
if you can get centre
Getting
spot,
ready.
it gives you an element of
Makeup
strength.
shake
Why?
बाकी है.
Because you're shorter potentially to a zone. If not, you're getting a zone majority of the time. But yeah, unchallenged, XL, they get the opportunity to take it one away.
I'm very confused as to why Twisted Minds is orange. But this is scaring me. I'm scared. Why are they orange in the middle of the
They're
map?
keeping us on our toes, mate. They're keeping us on our toes.
What's going on? All right, but we do have our circle go down as S8UL actually is going to be dead center for this one over at Lumberyard as well as Milta Power and stuff like that. So they actually, you mentioned it right in the pre-show, right? For a couple of those days, they were having to chase circles, and it was very, very difficult for them to do so, and they were not being able to capitalize on any even edge play, never mind anything else. The multiple times we had circles over in this direction, they were able to capitalize. So this is a great start for them already. They know how to play this out.
This is home turf for them, right? This is complete home turf. Obviously, the X-Phase, the construction worker team, home turf as well, right? In that Milta Power. So they're going to have the opportunity, both these teams, and because they've scrimmed quite a lot and done events quite close to each other like this, they know where they need to go and not cross paths. The question for them is how far southeast is going to go, or are we going to kind of see it play up towards that north, play into that kind of prison area, especially on that east, because they have to be ready for that shift with the expectation that teams are rotating around and they are going to consolidate into that area.
Yep. So we're on board here with Yoga Benita, who get themselves Yasnaya for free.
Chat आ रहा हूँ, ठीक है?
Technically,
आ रहा हूँ, कैम लगा रहा हूँ, रुक जाओ.
They might have seen a challenge from
I am
someone
still settling
like
up.
the Mythov or someone like that, but
Rocket
they
on
went
दो, chat, rocket
all
on
the
दो.
way to the west side,
तो
dropping out
stream
early
setup
north of
पूरा change
Quarry,
कर
so
देता
no
हूँ.
challenge
Fix कर
there.
दूँ.
So that's okay for them. Look at little scav over there. Everybody's got their OBS recorders not working. Sorry, boys. Maybe
No
next time.
secrets given away here.
As a virtual cam enjoyer myself, I don't mind that overlay.
It might be what you're saying. Maybe they're getting ready. Maybe they got their mining hats on. They just don't want to give away the strats. Because I'm really interested to see actually how many teams go for the pickaxe. And I know you mentioned it. Kick's social media tweet, I think it was really key. If you haven't, go give Kick start a follow on Twitter because it was a really interesting topic to kind of follow along with. I think it does bring up a good point about the pickaxe. Is the pickaxe worth picking up? Are you able to dig enough down? Is it something that you can maybe give up for, take some more utility? That's what I'm really interested to see what happens today.
Yeah, I think in its current form, I genuinely think having one on a team is brilliant. Like
100%.
Just any particular moves you can do. PWS kind of, if you're watching over in the Korean scene, we saw a few players of it like a few weeks ago, in fact, actually, of them just messing around with things and actually being able to, I say a few weeks ago, it wasn't actually that long ago, but you know what I mean, right? Like Inonix, for example, being able to use it to great effect over in Swamp Area and Tago and stuff. And I've seen it a little bit sprinkled in elsewhere so far. But for the most part, it really is people trying to open up dips with some explosives. And again, I like the idea that there's that trade-off. I like that idea where it was, that could have been used offensively. So it's an interesting topic for sure.
It is. I think we're going to see that story unfold through, especially the playoffs, as these teams, you're right, are going to, I suppose, be the first to challenge and figure out what might be the right thing to take. Obviously, watching on this end, had a good chat with T-Bone, as always, the fellow UK guy. 100% not impressed with the performance the guys have been doing.
Okay.
And I do worry because their scrims haven't been going their way, so they're clearly trying things. And the same top keeps coming up.
बोले लड़ाई हो गई.
VID
VID versus JB. JB कौन सी टीम है भाई? देखना पड़ेगा. अभी देखनी पड़ेगी कौन सी टीम है चैट.
Well, We'll let time be the teller of all of that one. I think that they actually did, you know, I mean, they had a back-to-back win, right? It's not a bad molly. Did a little bit of damage, but
काफी अलग-अलग teams है भाई.
we have a fight going on. S2G kind of running into all of these
पहले वाला
teams
song
on
कौन
the
सा था?
north side. And
Joker भाई
Levante
blessed with
still
second
doing
baby
as
boy.
much
Let's
damage as they may
go.
want to do,
Congratulations, mashallah.
against the position there.
ये वाले भी हटा हाँ.
CC next and the boys driving around here. For S2G, this is
आज
dicey.
दूसरी वाली टी-शर्ट पहनी है. इसका
So a
neck
little
थोड़ा
bit of
सा
damage been done
close
there.
है और थोड़ी सी
Can't
sleeves भी
get
लंबी
in,
है.
has to
Actually
get a
ये
touch
double
there.
XL है.
Jeez.
I know you mentioned obviously S2G and we
Schedule
spoke
logo
about
नहीं
some
वो
of the
ठीक है.
teams maybe not performing to the level we expected. This was one of the big teams for me. Team Vitality.
Intro
It's
song
like they
name,
leave it to the last day. They left it to the
it
last day of
was,
qualifications on the playoffs. They
by
left it to the
Heather.
last day when it comes down to the
Different
finals.
by
Something
Heather.
doesn't get kicked in the
HYDR.
first couple of days. So I'd be really
All right,
happy.
gang.
The level of aggression we've just seen from them already.
तुम
if
story
they
लगाओ.
continue it.
हाँ.
That's the game style.
Link डाल
Levante, the
देते हैं.
cheeky chappy he is, like he can thrive on that kind of momentum. I just hope they don't leave it.
S8UL खेल रही है ना खेल रही है.
Yeah, I'm curious about where those potential problems come from because I mean,
See,
if you
they
think back
basically
to
chart तुम लोग ये देख रहे हो?
Well, 3/4 of the team.
ये देख रहे हो हमें
PGC,
टॉप 8
right?
में
I
आना
think
है
they've
आज के दिन में
proved
जब
that they're,
सारी गेम्स खत्म होगी ना
very
आज के दिन की
capable
5
and,
गेम्स
in
जब
fact, one
खत्म
of the
होगी
most powerful lobbies
तो
of
हमें
all
टॉप
time
8 में आना है या
PGC,
ऊपर रहना है तो हम क्वालिफाई हो जाएंगे. ठीक है फिर हमें सीधा अगले हफ्ते फाइनल में खेलना पड़ेगा.
Quite clicking. I'm not sure what it is. My
Discord notification
conclusion then
हाँ.
comes back to was bringing in Quizzy a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know.
Discord notification तो आ गई
because
होगी.
you know I'm saying 3/4 of them looked great at PGC, but I can't really put. I can't personally put that on Quizzy because I don't know the internal workings of it, right? So, but I think that there's still a lot of potential there for Vitality beyond what we saw in the finals, right? You watch the last day of the playoffs and you're like, wow, this is the Vitality we want to see every day. But it can be difficult when there's the big dogs in the lobby.
and again, you guys bring up a big point. You spoke about this last week as well. This day number 1 is the strongest lobby. These are all the teams that qualify through the cups. These are all our regional partners and global partner teams that are fighting it out. So it's the cream of the qualifications. Do they need this space? I don't think so. I think Vitality can bring the chaos that's needed.
Match team ही खोलते हैं
They
इसके
just
बाद.
need to have the confidence to be able to deliver it. We see team
First man,
on the
भाई I
rotation
feel
round
like
that northeast
every game
corner.
10
The same
point में
rotation
निकालेंगे
they
ना
do
तो
all
हम
the
लोग
time.
आराम से
And
टॉप 8 आ
again, for some
जाएंगे.
reason, teams
Same lobby
give them so much
नहीं there are
space.
different teams जैसे
Yeah,
JB
this
है.
is, as you say, it's textbook, right?
Ascend वगैरह तो qualify हुए. Work, Howl,
did actually fall
ये लोग जो हैं,
quite early in a
ये
game.
लोग qualify नहीं
doing
कर
the
रहे
same
थे.
rotation when we had one of these circles
जैसे कि
going on towards the
S2G हो
east in the
गई.
last 2
S2G
weeks,
नहीं थी ना last
but
time.
They kind of got
But हाँ, Sword are
teamed
same
off.
lobby अभी.
So I guess there has been moments where people have given them space, and then there's been that one moment where people didn't give them space, and then they kind of bowed out early. So I guess there is even kind of examples.
भाई
of,
TMO वाले अभी भी
being
है
shown that you
क्यों?
can hold this team out, even though they are very good at the moment.
Just surprised me that
Can you
they always
put
seem to
sub-
catch a kill one
sub
or
on
two.
just-
Oh, here we go. Example. Doing what example?
Wait,
he wants
खड्डा
to
खोद
do.
रहे हैं ये लोग.
Creative. Here's one thing that we've clocked from the scrims with Twisted Minds.
पाँच
A
से
couple of
नहीं हुआ,
things that
हाँ.
they will go to a position, but you'll see
अबे.
one of them kind of play off.
ये अपने
to just a little bit,
मोबाइल
just
में
a
भी
little
एंगल
bit
में होता है
further
क्या
afield.
अब?
So look at this. Example knows potentially if we see a shift coming back towards shelter, he might be in a position that's not available to be seen. Michael today in his stream was talking about using a pickaxe,
ये मोबाइल में नहीं होता, right,
make
अभी?
some dips and leave the grass
Like
around
crazy
because
head
it's
angle
so
बन सकता है
hard to
भाई.
dig these players out.
Yeah.
Rondo
and
only.
The
अच्छा.
pre-creation.
And
of
like कर
them
दो, subscribe कर दो
means
if you
that
are new to
can
the
get
channel, like and
yourself
subscribe.
so
Let's
much
go.
coverage.
क्या हाल है
Just
अहमद भाई?
if
Share,
you
welcome to the
watched
stream
just
by the
then,
way.
If you've not seen this properly just yet, you're watching how slowly it
Top 8
actually does
qualifies for
dig
the
down,
next
and to its
weekend
extent,
finals.
It actually digs
इसका
slowly
फिर
when you're
final
digging
होगा.
forwards as well. However, if you've got time to prepare like this, gosh, you're giving yourself a lot of
भाई ये
cover.
तो ये तो पहले से मतलब पूरा
honestly,
planning
this is
plotting चल रहा है.
probably, you know, there's been many
इसके हम बढ़ा
changes
दें?
that have come, be it the mortar, be it the Panzerfaust, be it the C4, be it all this stuff. I feel like this one might have the biggest potential ramifications down the line.
I feel like this is the silver
up,
line.
gang?
I feel like PUBG have been working up. They brought all these other additional pieces you mentioned, right? And then this is the one that ties them all together, ties the Panzer, ties the mortar, ties the updates that we've seen. And this, the ability Do I think a pickaxe is going to make a big change?
Game.
Not to that.
भाई ये मैप कितना गंदा क्यों दिख रहा है भाई? S8UL versus Wild होने वाला है. Wild.
Let's go back to that construction workers and the S8UL positioning. They're going to be
EMO भी आ रही है पास में.
So unfortunately for Twisted
But अपने पे zone है, चलो.
in and around shelter. Well,
thank God
they got warmed up, should we say?
Yeah, they might be crashing through towards copy and paste there and seeing what can get done from there. But the problem persists that
zone.
Team Virtus Pro that had a bit of a magnet on them in
Ando
the
chat,
previous
ando.
finals has found that same magnet. They've got the middle of Milter at the moment and are doing all right for themselves. So who's going to be able to dislodge them is the question. As a few teams are going to try and go for a bit of a wide rotate. It's Nemesis on that big move on the east side at the moment. Looking to try and dip on in. I think they got all the way around and maybe look for compounds that aren't ideal, unfortunately. I think they're going to be able to try and take some of those because of the potentials of shifts away from water. But it does keep them in the game for now.
Navi on that south side, we saw from the map, and we've
आज
got
stream का quality थोड़ा ऐसा सा नहीं आ रहा.
around on the east. They've gone in and
Any
around.
challenge?
So that Milter power, interested to see where they go.
I mean,
Minds obviously
you
made
guys
the aggressive
say,
play down.
आप लोग
That
बताओ.
forced teams away from them, forced them into sort of that Milter. As you mentioned, obviously VP has already situated out. I think these teams, especially the ones with the depth,
आप तो इतना सोचने का time ही नहीं मिला है.
There's a lot of water here. Let's wait for that kind of phase 4. Let's see if
आप
we
के
can ride
बाद
the
ये
storm a
आए
little
अभी
bit now,
फिर वही
because it should be playing back towards us.
Should be. The myth of taking some trenches
Grainy,
as well.
grainy, yeah.
Just
Grainy,
north
grainy,
of the
yeah.
circle. It's a good spot actually for the moment, but they're going to have to be very careful about any teams encroaching on their area.
Grainy, grainy.
Unfortunately,
वो
when
force
these
ही
kind of
grainy है. उन
trenches
लोगों
are
का
in
वो grainy
play,
आ रहा है.
if you do start getting naded, those trenches feel like nade bait. They will settle right next to you if you're in those kinds of positions. And there's no much way of being able to get out. And if you do actually want to get away from the nades, you're kind of leaving yourself to an exposed angle where you're going to get shot at. So it gets a bit scary.
हाँ वो
So it's going to be scary. So what's scary is the update and the addition with the BR, the M.
ये वाली टी-शर्ट में मेरा नाम नहीं है.
Way down and keep that into cover.
But ये वाली यार मेरे को neck बहुत पसंद है. एकदम close.
The reinforcers
And then double XL है तो यहाँ तक आ रही है. But double XL है फिर भी देखो.
North to northwest side. Still
इतनी ज़्यादा gap नहीं बढ़
here.
रही.
They do have Twisted Minds obviously ahead, but they do have an element of space as well. They can kind of play in and around that dip towards.
BRDM Slack के पास BRDM है.
Hands up the hill. Scaff will be left struggling.
Just left him be. We'll slow down around you, I guess, and just kind of do a little bit of shock.
जैसे आज कुछ reveal है.
There's a red zone on them. They'll have to move on.
वाले आज कुछ reveal करने वाले हैं.
Red zone's not going to have too much impact on the fact that again
UPI
these
pin
red zones
करते
will
हैं.
start opening up craters if they get placed in important places. Which makes the terrain a little bit more
आज
dynamic.
DWC वाले कुछ reveal करने वाले हैं.
It's going to be the case.
वो recall हो रहा है बंदा.
Seeing what he's up to. Okay, so
ये JB team का full form क्या है?
I was curious about the timer, and then I looked at it's only a 1 res, so it's okay.
Joga Bonito.
Where are they coming in from?
Huh?
Okay, northwest side.
Yeah, just has
Joga Bonito.
By shelter, northwest.
Hey gang, here now what up gang?
Rotation round. They've now pitched themselves just on that sort of south side of
हम
France.
जतिन भाटिया बुलाएंगे.
I do get caught out.
हम जतिन भाटिया बुलाएंगे JB टीम को.
Not too much.
Joga Bonito footballer.
Oh, in towards land because they are neighbouring onto that waterfront.
Yeah, they are.
जतिन भाटिया बुलाएंगे.
The colours of all the
John
teams
Devi.
are throwing me off on the map.
Yeah, वो भी कर सकते हैं.
I'm like, Ascender's blue, Navi is
John Devi भी
green,
कर सकते हैं.
Twisted Minds is orange.
भाई जॉन डी वाले क्या एक्टिंग करी है भाई.
And Hive is purple.
से Porsche में full
Okay.
crazy acting करी John Devi
shifted away.
भाई.
We've gone straight towards
भाई,
Milter here, so there's going to be a lot of
crazy
movement having
shoot
to
कर रहे
happen
हैं
right
acting
here, right
ओए
now.
we are shooting
for some of
someone,
these
we are
teams.
shooting
I was
board
surprised if a good
बहुत दूर
majority
से
of these
लेकिन
teams
ठीक है और
try and
हमारे
crash
पास
into
एक
Milter.
ड्रॉप भी है
Really depends on those edge positions.
और VP भी हमारे इतने करीब है.
Here we go. This game number 1 is going to crash. Looks like, but you know what?
वर्क तो वर्क का तो जीजी हो गया. ओ भाई नहीं Bushido Wildcat पिस गई इस बीच में.
But they had a price to pay for it.
Yeah, Crossbow doing a lot of work against that. Odin actually dealt with
नहीं.
Code Marco.
Ward down हो गई. Ward ये क्या kill feed थी भाई? Bushido Wildcat का एक बंदा घर जमा हो गया और एक knock पड़ा है 2 दिन में.
Time to be able to get him up. It looks like Christian only knocks low.
और work
over on the
जमा
other
हो
side
गई.
as well here. Now that Twisted Minds
Brazil football scroll जोगा बने. Oh मयंक भाई शेयर prestige member sponsor शेयर हमारे prestige member शेयर
sending on forwards to the
means
rest of the team.
play beautifully. Oh, how does that pronounce?
Now, interesting construction workers went down up to their home turf. They weren't
Bonito.
ready for the wave of bodies that were coming their way.
Pronunciation.
I want to try and pop some of these smokes out and use those pickaxes to dig down. S8UL and Team Nemesis on the other side here, James, again riding the wave. Everyone else is kind of sent ahead of them and left them open.
Joga Benito, Portuguese for
It's going to be a tough
Joga
one here.
Bonito.
This is
Play
not ideal for all of the teams to have
Sahi
to
bol
go
raha hu, sahi bol raha hu,
into
sahi bol
for
raha hu.
our circle one. S2G
No,
far north in Manchester.
S2G वालों ने भाई रोटेशन लिए जोन के बाहर से डैमेज खाते खाते लेकिन जोन में जा रहे हैं अब ये पहुंचाते का वैसे
I feel like it's only Milter, but the thing is that surely they're going to have like
Hey, what is
20
this?
gun barrels.
Why you
looking at them
flying?
as they come down?
Why you flying?
You know it's going to be really calm for them as well. It's gonna
Why you
just stop,
flying?
Like in a wonderful morning with beautiful blue skies and S2G just descending from the heavens. Because at the moment, no one's really crashing.
What
Everyone's
VIS player
already
knocked his
moved.
own
I think
teammate,
it's
huh?
this time this.
S2G का भी एक बंदा जमा हो गया है, ट्विस्टेड माइंड्स का भी एक बंदा जमा हो चुका है, लॉबी भेज दिया गया है, क्या रिकॉल हो पाएगा उधर देखने के लिए जाते हैं। बुशीडो वाइल्डकार्ड के पास 4 पॉइंट्स आ गए और उन्होंने 2 प्लेयर खो चुके हैं अपने, तो ये थोड़ा ट्रेड ऑफ थोड़ा सा
And the boys trying to send some nades forward.
Crazy तो नहीं है।
Being able to bury themselves in just yet, but Arson does go down to Justice as he was
अपना एक लो है,
side here.
ठीक है।
Good rotation round for him. He's found that confirmation as well. Onto he's down. Payne's got the reinforcements.
और क्या हाल है मनन भाई?
Player here for this team that qualified.
मनन भाई आपका आरपी सर्वर में क्या नाम क्या है मतलब क्या नहीं क्या है? ओए टीएमओ ने वीआईएस को मारा है भाई। वीआईएस का एक ही बचना बचा है पेन। ओ भाई।
Yeah, the whole time Payne was on 2 health, so he knew it was really desperate times and desperate
TMO ने
measures.
team wipe
So he
करी
does
है।
go down, fist done
Bro.
for the moment. E-Man is going to be also
Bro,
gone
yeah.
for the moment. I don't think they're going to have any opportunity to res him back up. It's just
वो
going to
भी
be too much,
VIS
a problem in the middle of a circle like this, especially with teams leapfrogging ahead of you. No slack.
ये क्या scene है
is
भाई?
already
How is
in a
this
position
possible?
here where they might
लेकिन
reinforce
Slack-
4 and then try and make something work. But
Slack
we shift
is
just north
here.
of Milter. I mean,
Slack is
considering the
shooting
previous
TMO
circle
guy.
and where this could have gone, there wasn't many options.
ईगो वर्ड हो गया ना टीएमओ वाले भाई यही है
Makes sense now. Again, it's a lot of
भाई बंदे जोन के बाहर बहुत हैं और जोन के एजेस पे फाइट बहुत हो रही है, जोन के अंदर कम है। Batulin down! Twisted Mind का Batulin down! Twisted Mind का एक नॉक है, 2 जिंदा हैं।
Not bad at all.
और सामने किससे लड़ रहे हैं ये लोग?
Confirm that would be good as well, and does get that confirmation for Ascent.
Hive से लड़ रहे हैं ये
A few
लोग।
more points on the board. They're on the
Hive
west
का भी
side
एक
of
down।
Milter at the moment, holding that on down here. As Twisted Mind is still looking to try and deal with as much as possible against
भाई
Hive.
जमा कर दिया
He's
Twisted
already
Mind का,
knocked
एक ही
Perfect
बचा
Six, shut down
है,
Perfect
एक ही बचा है,
Six as well. It's
1v
Chris again.
1v1
Another
1v1
steal.
1v1
Good stuff here
1v1.
by him for Ascent to get a few more points on the board.
वो crazy नेड
Great early points for them.
1v1 है, 2 नॉक पड़े Hive के, सिर्फ डांटे बचा हुआ है सामने।
Also down
There's no way he can revive until and unless he kills
how he's going to try and play in because you
Sample.
say Team Ascend have visualization onto this and
No, he's gonna confirm kill. He's gonna confirm kill.
Just takes a moment. Just take a breather.
Ooh, nice shot.
Good molly. Oh no, it's too short. Never mind. Not a good molly. I take it all back. All the examples molly did work, and then Hive actually completely
ने
shut
help कर
down.
दी,
Now
bro.
once again, it's Chris taking 3 of.
And
the
then Twisted Mind
members,
survives, bro.
in this direction, so those buildings have
Crazy.
really paid dividends here so far for Ascenders.
अकेला बंदा बच गया।
And again, they're still kind of in part of that circle, right? So Nemesis is going to be
Speed.
making better.
भाई zone में देख रहे हो, अब सब zone में भाग रहे हैं।
Trying to go into these fields.
और हम लोग
Technically, the rework fields, they look all right for the moment. There's a little bit of reprieve that you can take here, but that's a lot of damage stayed. I'm so sorry, mate. Hide, run.
Run as quick as you can.
what is happening?
Sometimes in the middle, he might get away with it. There is a little bow towards the field.
Map stream है क्या?
No, it doesn't quite work out.
Chat map stream है क्या?
As the guys in the northwest, Team Vitality has got the information and the read onto them. So no breather, no let up.
वो हम chill है भाई, हमारे पास compound है।
We've seen a few times in the past, though.
हम chill है, हमारे पास compound है।
Fields, sometimes a team on the north side of this field can survive for quite a long time. It really does depend on how the teams coming in from off the north hill will be favouring them. But we will see, as Molodoctor is just trying to absolutely smash through those smokes at the moment. They're still in here. And have a little bit of a split to S8UL across some locations. So it kind of gives them a path into Milter if they need it, where Bestalosh is in the south side. But they're not going to need it. Bestalosh will be heading north to rendezvous with the rest of the team alongside Phil first here on that 2-2 split. Akatori, what are you up to? Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
अच्छा जोन के बाहर है।
Look at these craters.
कुछ हुआ भाई, गेम बजी है हमारी।
Looks like it was predetermined exactly where you want to go.
2-2 का स्प्लिट है भाई. इस्लाम आया तो नहीं इस्लाम नहीं आएगा उधर. और अपने बॉयज आ जाएंगे अब जोन में आना ही है. At what position do we have to finish to qualify for EWC? देखो अभी तो हमें बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि हम लोग फाइनल्स के लिए, और फाइनल्स में फिर हमें टॉप 3 टॉप 4 भी आएंगे. टॉप 3 टॉप 4 भी आएंगे तो हम लोग क्वालिफाई हो जाएंगे क्योंकि हमारे पास इनफ पॉइंट्स होंगे.
No, the worst thing to see in the kill feed ever. Oh, this reminds me of the time Frost stood over my mortar when he said, "Hey, what does this do?" And I'm like, "No, Frost, move out of the way," and we all died.
The fact that these mortars are hitting exactly the same spot all the time, I feel like they're trying to dig their own trench to try and play from. Obviously, they've seen the smokes, they must know there's a team there, but it's not going to be the case here. Hakatori looking on outside the zone, getting the cars ready to go, and again, mortar fire was from them, so we have to wait and see as they get ready now to position themselves into this late game.
Yeah, I mean, technically, if you can take the fight, win the fight, and be able to create yourself that dip later on and use that to your advantage, fantastic stuff. But the problem is there's another team ahead of them before they even get there. Jeez Louise, what is going on in this game? This is game.
उसके नेट से भर गया वो.
Virus docking himself with a C4 for RV. They
नहीं
actually
एक बंदा भी मारा है. बुशिडो वाइल्डकट का एक बंदा भी. भाई बुशिडो वाइल्डकट is out on 5 points. Aduzi got Bushido Wildcats का 1 guy and we got 1 point.
Eventually with those Moors.
Crazy.
What?
Phil first is looking. Oh, let's go TMO.
It's an interesting one.
Where's Molo going? Where's Molo going? What's happening, Molo?
Positions getting hold. S8UL, their bodies up as they are on forward. They now move themselves towards them.
ओए आगे जा रहे हैं हम लोग थोड़ा aggress कर रहे हैं भाई.
Corner. Vitality, we said they need a good start.
Vitality wiped Howl. एक बंदा बचा है Howl का. PUBG PC में BGM में compare में मिल्टा में बहुत covers है. हाँ वो तो है.
I love that gun. And
actually PUBG PC में बहुत long range spray नहीं होता ना.
It does in mine, but it has negative recoil in his hands. Whoa, jeez Louise. Cristiano,
we are in a good position.
To the body, and then
Aduzi got Navi Hakatori down.
A little bit deeper into the wall, so he survived.
Do we get a kill finish?
Hold on a moment.
हमारी fight दिखाओ ना यार.
Watching this SA2 right way around. S2G just in front.
VID on fire. VID got 7 kills और उनके 7 points. उनके 4 बंदे भी जिंदा है भाई. VID कुछ कर रही है भाई. I think VID wins this chat. VID wins this map.
This is the curse of the city, isn't it? I mean, all of these teams.
VID wins this map, chat.
Even though we didn't know it was going to be moving out so far.
We didn't get the point.
Kind of paying the price of having to move.
Hakatori शायद revive हो गया.
The circle goes straight.
हाँ revive हो गया Hakatori.
Has threaded the needle. And been able to get into a fantastic spot after
okay,
being on the west side of Milton.
अभी थोड़ा zone push ही आएगा हमारे पे.
Yeah, 500 damage.
But ठीक है पहुंच जाएंगे. I think enough covers cover होगा.
Boostic things. He doesn't even have any kills just yet, but he has such a huge impact on the lobby. Basically doesn't miss shots.
अपने पास ट्री और वो सब का कवर बहुत है, but ये ऊपर TMO है. आज अगर TMO ने मारा.
This is what we were talking about.
TMO ने मारा ना आज.
This is the new PUBG. This is what we're going to watch.
ओए नेट से भी खड्डे हो रहे हैं.
Have to make the decision. Do we survive?
देखो इन्होंने नेट से खड्डे बनाए और now they're gonna play in that.
To use it against players.
VP के भी 4 बंदे जिंदा है.
He's just about inside the
पानी
zone.
लाना पड़ेगा भाई. मैं तो ऐसे बोलते वो हो जाएगा. प्यास लग जाएगी.
Open as well.
ये देखो ना सब डिच बना रहे हैं.
Not the grenades that we've seen from Navi, but they're going to be looking to try and take that. But it is now an element of judgment. Are you going to use the heavy utility to try and dig out a team and go into that late game and make that explosive finish that you need? Or are you going to use it to find your way into late game? And with everyone on the outside edge, with this city
हम लोग के back पे कोई tension नहीं है.
No wonder why we're seeing Navi use the utility to try and find a way.
हम लोग का back का कोई tension नहीं है.
Yep. I mean, it's always going to be hard to get out of the north side of Milton anyway.
एक ऊपर का tension है बस. नीचे से इतना open कोई कुछ नहीं करेगा.
Go if all the places are actually taken like the Nemesis location,
TMO
for
का
example.
scene है भाई.
So you just got to make your own dips.
Dale Puki Baji, welcome to the stream. Shit.
What up, gang? In the distance here against them. Vitality in general, though, has had a really rocket up for a game like this. Look, I mean, they're just using the dips that they've already made.
He's just trying to get placement.
By Navi. So he's adapting to the meta very quickly.
Nobody sees him or what?
No way. Examples find his way in.
Nobody sees him or
Goes
what?
off. He's deciding to
He can
send the
just go
fight
prone,
between
bhai.
two. He swings off towards the other side. Isolating one.
Why is VP not
Finds a
seeing him?
grenade. Example has everyone
What?
against him, but no one's looking his way. He
What?
finds an opening one. The cast
Finally.
Navi.
Qrex ने देख लिया bro.
Boostic put a big punch against Twisted Minds.
That was ridiculous. It's like
He's just throwing grenades.
that's insane.
नावी ने ये डिच बहुत गंदी बनाई है भाई, हमें सिर्फ एडी दिखेगा.
Oh, I'm just gonna fight 3 of the best teams.
How do they got DMS Jaspers?
But yes, anyway, Mika is trying to hold off S8UL. They do have an MG3 in hand as well.
no,
so
Nate.
it's difficult if you
Oh, no.
want to make
How do
that
we?
happen. Good spray though, brilliant stuff by him. And on the other side of things, boosting and spray shut down
that is
States.
gonna
So
be
Nemesis's position is looking more precarious.
Everyone's fighting on the
वो
outside.
अपने पे मार दी. अच्छा ये मरो साला.
Buzzes back the other way. Mika still getting involved. Does find grenades, but Aries finds 2 for the price
हमारा
of
एक ही
1.
बच गया.
S8UL.
Molo got one.
Mika will go down the spray, and Nemesis though somehow gets dug out, and they fall out in 8th place.
EMO का एक बचा है.
Doing some stuff
Molo
down
is
towards
one.
the bottom. I guess he's got a new 111 at the end of his name. Does that mean 111
Fuck, can we
kills?
get revived?
Killiakai will deny some of those.
Can we get
Jeez
revived?
Louise, a great nade against Na'Vi. They're gone. This
Can
is
we get
a
revived?
huge game here.
I
for
think we
Ascend.
can get
They've got the
revived,
circle
right?
as well.
Rise up Ascend. We're going to see all the motes start flying in chat at some point.
Oh, we've got one revived.
As you said, they threaded the needle to the middle early. They've got all their utility. They've not had to use it all like Navi to get ahead.
Fucking TMO,
And I
mate,
think
I
there's
tell
one
you.
downside to these dips. And it is
Oh,
that
let's
you
go.
are
We got
so
the
close to
both
rest of the
revived.
team.
Chalo,
One
3 hai. We are
grenade,
3.
like Kitty just delivered. That's the massive impact to a team.
Black, Ascend, VIT
Yeah,
and
sure.
VP.
I've been watching quite a few Ascend games in the previous.
And we are shooting Ascend.
Seen that they've been grinding together.
Actually,
Even
Ascend
if
को
it's
बहुत
just,
लोग
you know,
मारे, but
your
Slack
normal
वाला बंदा
pub
देख
games,
रहा मैं.
and stuff like that. They are definitely taking this very seriously, and maybe it pays off here already in game number 1. Scav in the
fuck, they have a
BRDM,
BRDM,
just
bro.
chilling, you know.
MG.
It's a very Finnish play style. Get in the BRDM alone and have nobody near you at all times.
He's also repairing.
Sure. They've got an MG though, James. They've got an MG. Just delete it, get rid of it. But no, S8UL, they're going to send it towards the end.
We are sending to
towards the south side,
somewhere.
towards
Okay, good
position.
position.
They find
Actually decent position.
The smokes will come out of instant, but I worry though how much utility has Ascend got. But Ascend got other things in their mind. Correct, he finds Quizzy.
Yes, let them fight, let them fight, let them fight.
Yeah, Virtus Pro's going to get leapfrog.
Nice, Vitality out.
Vitality, although that being said, Vitality gets annihilated. It's Sata doing a lot of damage here from the north side, and now no Slack has carved
And
out a
VP के 2 ही बंदे हैं.
huge
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Nice, nice,
Thanks
nice,
to the
nice,
fact
nice,
that
nice.
S8UL didn't think
VP
they
के
could
2 ही
actually
बंदे
stay
हैं, we
on
can do
there.
this.
Get away from that car. Crawling on away.
एक revive हो गया VP का.
It's not what you expect. Second one will come in.
Oh, crazy nade.
For Nixie,
ये revive तो नहीं होगा, ये point अपने
Nice
पास आने
taking
वाला है.
away the opportunity
Good.
that was produced by S8UL for him, but it's going to be the end
Good.
of it. Crexy will find Keta. VP, our champions though.
Bro, Slack का
Phase
game
number
लग रहा
one,
है
have to
लेकिन.
drive forwards and they're running out of bodies and quick.
How far
Slack का game लग रहा है,
chat.
chat.
This is something I need to go and test. Like,
Oh.
I don't think Slack can lose it.
See how far it actually goes down, but yes, we have still Ascend in. Still
I don't
trying
think
to
Slack
get through
can
that
lose
blue
this.
zone. Good stuff by it. Chris got an M249 in hand at the moment. I think no Slack is taking such
No
a
Slack का
strong position on these
easy
eventual
chicken है.
circles. It depends if the circle does go their way. Of course,
Until
if
unless
it
they
falls
do
down,
stupid
then yeah,
mistakes, they
move.
cannot
But
lose.
they've got
Bhai.
so much control on that northeast
first
side.
down.
I think this surely should be their game if things don't go awry.
Okay, they just need to dig Ascend out these
क्या मार रहा है
foxholes that
ये?
they've sort of buried themselves around. But they got the high ground. They're now starting to find the kills. Great shots though. Although we'll find one. The tree does go down on the ground. We're just seeing a little bit there, but how far? That's the big question for chat. IXE's trying to find out for us.
2v1 v3v4.
Helmet, so maybe a little bit more.
भाई ये देखो ना, ऊपर से high ground है, and then he made a ditch. क्या crazy angle बनता होगा भाई?
Killiakai and the boys here. It's Chris. It's
Pre aim ही नहीं कर पाओगे head angle पे क्योंकि head angles ही बहुत अलग बन जाएंगे.
Want none of that.
Like he has a tree,
as well.
high ground. फिर ditch बना दी उसने. भाई मतलब you cannot guess कि कहाँ से उसका सिर्फ सर दिखेगा भाई. Killiakai. इसके साथ भी game हो रहा है भाई Killiakai के साथ. We can like hunt for placement now.
He went underneath the car.
He might have,
yeah. See. Interesting that all these
Alright,
teams
I think
have put
Slack
cars
is
really
going
close to the
aggressive.
outside of their
आई थिंक सब टीम अप करके स्लैग को मारे ना तब जाके स्लैग हारेगी.
The tank will move round towards that sort
These
of
are
north
playoff,
side again.
playoff,
That scout, he hasn't got the helmet again.
Guys, like कर दो, सब्सक्राइब कर दो if you are new to the channel. अगर आप नए हो स्ट्रीम पे सब्सक्राइब दबा दो. 94 के करते 100 के करवाने हैं. 100 के बिफोर EWC करने हैं हमें. ठीक है, बिफोर EWC 100 के करने हैं. ठीक है, तो सब्सक्राइब दबा दो एक बार.
But yeah, a shield there. Thanks, Avenger.
Alright, VP's out. We are top 3.
Surely you should have
Top
this
3.
in the bag is the question. But now Ascend is moving around on this western side, seeing if they can find a little bit of an opportunity. There is a world
Slack के बंदे मारने
where
पड़ेंगे.
No Slack becomes the first team engaging, and in a 3v2v4, even if you're the 4, it's not necessarily
Team up के लिए
the
this is
best
not
situations
solve.
to be engaging first.
Alright, Ascend वाला अगर at least we get
see if the BRDM
2
just drives
knocks
over
or
these
knock finish ना तो मजा आ
again, that's what
जाएगा.
Michael was talking about.
Ascend के भी
The
3
trenches
बंदे
there
हैं
in the
ऐसे.
grass, it's really
And then
hard to
BRDM
figure
में
out
एक
exactly
है.
where they are. They need
Team
the
तो ground पे ही है
utility.
ना.
How much
They
is
can
no
actually
stacks
do
expelled?
this.
Keta
They can actually
using
pull
the
this
smoke,
off. Oh, he's
got
making
towards
like a
that
ditch.
tree. He's going to use the time to stick himself a new foxhole.
अबे ये कोई टाइम है.
Finds
ये कोई टाइम है खड्डा खोदने का.
Yeah, well, I think one game into PEC, we really answered the question.
Bro,
didn't we? How many pickaxes are we going to see? The answer is yes. I think that
Bro, everyone has a
it's a
pickaxe.
very
Oh no.
it's a very EMEA playstyle, I think, as well, though.
Come
right?
on,
Dig
come
yourself
on.
in.
Hey, Ascend, help us. Ascend.
Moving on away. He's got a good spray
Ascend.
there. There's only one left. It's only a doozy. With a FAMAS mind, but I think he's gone soon. Oh, they shut down its Chris as well.
Yeah, that's on the other side.
Oh, Aduzi.
Trying to step out.
How did
He's got that left
Aduzi
peak.
come back?
Aduzi
Oh, Aduzi के पास.
just to move his way forward, and they use the opportunity to nail in. Scouts going to use the opportunity. The gravity and BRDMs. Oh, it did go over the top.
Oh, and we got
the wheels will flat him in. Aduzi, he's out from S8UL, and it's just Keta. One foxhole remains. 4 bodies.
भाई Ascend और इन लोग के points देख रहे हो? They have like so many kills.
How deep can you dig? You can dig pretty deep here.
They are targeting us first. हाँ ना भाई लड़े नहीं ये लोग.
First victory. As soon as S8UL moved from that northeast
Okay,
side and
भाई,
didn't do anything about the BRDM, I felt like No Slack had a huge opportunity here, and they take it
भाई
with
लेकिन
both
दोनों
hands,
की
Mark,
बहुत
and
banger game
shake
गई
it
है.
up for the
Ascend और
first game.
Ascend और ये No Slack की तो banger game गई है. हमारी average है. हमारी game average है, but not bad. हमारी तो 7 point आए अभी. We didn't have kills, but decent average, like not bad.
Loads to say about this.
Yeah, what a great game. Obviously, as I said, everything gets
ये क्या हो
min-maxed,
गया?
and this
शीला के
was
साथ.
not the case of it, especially here where you're playing uphill in Milta, right? It's enabling so much kind of uphill terrain, but it also enables so many different levels,
start,
from the,
huh?
you know, to the sides, to kind of the bottom
4-5
of the
kills हो
hill,
रही है यहाँ
to the
पे.
other side. So every angle of
ठीक
the
है यार,
new
I think
circles
it's like a
become
good start.
playable
हमें बस
with the
consistent
teammates
रहना है.
from
हम
all
end
times
game में भी
also.
निकाल
I
लेंगे.
really liked it, but then again, as you said,
Shut
guys,
challenge.
there's a lot of
I mean,
denying.
I am
those,
down if
kind
we
of
have
spots
something like
spots
we can
and
do
drops that you
something.
can be in with just a little
7
bit
point
of
निकले
utility,
Jack,
and
7
I
point.
think that's what the teams are figuring out quite quickly here.
7 point.
It makes it
कैसा
particularly
गया
interesting
matches?
to ask
First
the
game
question
is
of like
nice.
what actually happens when we get to field endings on Erangel and things like
It's
that,
a good
which were
search,
just normally
Goal पे
be
योगदान
open, but
करें.
then we're gonna have
We just need 4
already
points
utility
before
goes down
last
anyway,
third
so we're
zone.
gonna
It would
see
be
a
easy
lot
for
of
us, है ना?
potentially
At
more
least
playable
one team
angles
wipe
and
चाहिए
opportunities
हमें.
here
एक team
for
wipe
these
and
teams,
then
but as
end
we
game
kind of
खेलेंगे ना
boiled
तो
it
भी हो
on
जाएगा.
down, I'm impressed that some of the
But ठीक है,
teams still
even if we play
survived
end game
coming out of Milta,
every
and of
single
course,
game, right?
Mark, it was Virtus Pro that survived longest
If we
coming out
play
of Milta.
in game
which,
every single
I mean, I
game,
guess
पाँच
technically
show,
Pseudo
तो
S8UL was on the
we'll come
very
top 8.
far east side, but mostly VP.
Yeah, especially with a crazy example running out from the blue as well, just
Yeah.
throwing grenades and shooting everyone. But yeah, it's interesting to see how
No
teams sort of
slack,
delayed their
20
approach and
points,
took their time
10
to
kills.
get in and get the results here.
Vitality
for game
भी.
number 1.
It's 20 points going the way of No Slack.
VP ने भी एक team wipe कर ली,
14
placement मिल
for
गया उनको.
Ascend, who was able to do fantastically
छह
from
kill कर
the
दिए
west
उन्होंने,
side of
placement
Milta
मिला.
into the middle as well. Just losing
Not
T-Bone
bad.
a little bit earlier here, Avenger. Maybe that could have been the determining factor if they had 4 alive in the final moments.
Yeah, that
All
could have
games
been at
average
least
8
them
point
having a
equal
chance
है.
at it,
हाँ,
right?
I
But
think
BDM
Yeah.
and the amount of control
देखा जाए
that
तो I
those
think
like had
50-60
coming
के
out
आसपास
from
रहेगा.
Lumber
Cut
Camp
off
was just
रहेगा
undeniable, especially with those northern
40 के
ships.
आसपास.
Like we have had 2 ships going straight towards them. Obviously, one
I think
going
cut off
up from
40-50
water, but
के
the other
आसपास
ones,
रहेगा.
that was just a
आज का.
straight up gift for them, and they played extremely
top 8
well.
का.
We're always talking about this situation where sure you get the gifted games, but you have to
40 से
capitalize.
50 के
And
आसपास
that's
ही
what
होगा.
they did in
ज़्यादा
this
नहीं होगा.
game.
अपने को 40
Really
से
well
ऊपर
played
करने
here by the
पड़ेंगे.
boys.
And of course, boosting number one.
40 से 50
765 damage. I don't think they even got that many kills, Mark, but he's still just shooting at
आज आदिल असलम होगा.
Oh, you saw his outstanding shots as they encroached and pushed on towards that kind of Na'Vi. But interestingly for me, it's Chris, only 4 kills.
वो गाना हम
Three of
अच्छा
them
गाते
came from quite early on between that kind of Hive and Twisted Mind fight. So yes, they threaded the needle to the middle zone, but they didn't really get much more points, well, especially from its Chris when it came down from a kill from.
Yeah, I got to have a good chat with him on the week off about how everything had gone. So hoping to kind of right a few of the wrongs from the previous weeks, I suppose, and seeing if they can actually move things forward. I think that they believe, Avenger, that they've got a decent opportunity, a decent crack at some of the higher positions to get some PGC points on the board, as long as the things kind of go their way. And if they play like this in this game, yeah, absolutely, I think.
Who are we talking about here? What team?
Ascend.
Oh, Ascend. Okay, we're still one about Ascend. You guys are giving it so much time, and I'm joking. Yeah, they did well here. Obviously, them getting into a position. Yeah, this felt really pre-planned with how everything was like lining up. It was like, okay, guys, if we get into a spot here, we have pickaxes. We actually have a playable area where we're going to be able to get some points from. That's what it definitely felt like, and I think that's where the perfect and powerful separates themselves from the great players, because this is going to get you tons of points. Look at it already now. Like, they're halfway away from a playoffs day 1 qualification.
Yeah,
भाई आज वैसे मैं जिम गया नहीं हूँ, तो we can actually do the push-up challenge. हमारे आधे के भी तो चोरी हो रहे.
It was always going to be hard for Virtus Pro to get out of Milta. What's interesting, Mark, about the
we need PGC points from this chat, and we don't need Slack to get any more PGC points.
It feels like it makes follow-up nades more powerful, because suddenly there's a ball there compared to like a flat ground. So if you can get a few in exactly the same spot, you're maybe confirming even more damage than normal.
Especially if they obviously sink into the hole, they get captured in there. And I think one of the biggest takeaways, especially not just from the scrims, but that
No Slack का पहला दिन बहुत बैंगर गया था लास्ट टाइम फाइनल्स का. फिर उसके बाद फिर वो लोग बहुत चोक कर देते हैं, बट वो खेलते बहुत क्रेजी. No Slack वाले खेलते हैं actually अच्छा.
Going a little bit further out, he played that north side. He dug himself a new hole. He went back towards the south, dug himself a new hole. Unfortunately, that hole did get a barrage of the grenades.
How can we make this stream more entertaining?
Back to your point,
Can we
that's
get
the danger. But
popcorn?
lucky enough for the team, it's only him. It's only one body that lost during that time.
All right, well, let's listen in on some team comms from that previous game and see how everybody's been faring with our first game of the playoffs.
इन्ने Paulus.
Kill you, just killing above you.
इन्ने Paulus doesn't move Zomato.
They are prone here, yeah.
Cornflakes के popcorn मंगाओ. Cornflakes.
One more me and one driving. One more me and one driving.
PVR देखो PVR.
Let's push bunker.
तो क्या कैफे के नहीं खाना, PVR कैफे के नहीं
Got
पसंद.
me knocked. Last one.
Last active.
Did he drive away?
Light, but I know.
Just trust me in my call. On yellow building.
भाई बेचारा एक वो बोल रहा है भाई. Trust me on my calls भाई, ऐसा बोल रहा है बेचारा.
Hold Navi out. Listen to me. You will go to green with a car and hold Navi out. We just play late and hold Navi out.
On the road.
Right ones. One is knock on orange.
Nice,
two guys. No, inside. Ah, it's good.
मुझे कैरेमल पॉपकॉर्न खाना है. एक ठुमका लगा दो वहाँ.
Come. They can offer so. Nice, good job, guys.
Job guys.
He died.
Job.
4v1.
Just a night.
मुझे कैरेमल पॉपकॉर्न खाना है. कैरेमल चीज कैरेमल मिक्स खाना है मुझे.
Yes, sir.
All right, some interesting comms across the board here. The myth of actually good calls as they were going up against Vista.
Salted, regular,
gotta trust the calls,
munch.
Mark. You gotta trust the calls, all right?
Got to trust. Just listen to my calls. I'm right. I love that. If it goes wrong, you never make that call, do you? TMO, good start. They got themselves in a good position. They held. The comms were nice and clean as well. A team which can be a bit chaotic. We know we're under some pressure. So good start for them. I think they've gone away from last week coming into this week. We're actually
PVR कैफे के यार वो पसंद नहीं आते पता है. Like
and from one southerner to another. You get T-Bone shouting that vitality is the main threat there, Avenger. And it makes a lot of sense, right? If you've got them eventually coming in behind the position there of Ascent, yeah, you've got to shut them down.
I mean, that's the kind of angle that they had in their approach that they had. They knew exactly the lay of the land and the position they were at, right? So that was obviously a great one. But I'll say this as well: vitality.
Nobody sells caramel popcorn war.
Maybe we're not going to have a quiz interview where he looks like he's been sucked all completely out of the life he had of him throughout the 3 days that he was able to play in the last playoffs. That interview was dire. So yeah, hopefully he's happy now, and yeah, it's looking good for them, to be honest.
Yeah, as soon as he had that interview, I couldn't sugarcoat it. I was like, damn, you don't look happy at all. But it's fair, right? And sometimes it
जिस
can be that
position
way in
बस
competition,
S8UL
right, Mark?
top 8 पे
I
finish
mean,
करेगी
Vitality happy
इतने
that they
ढूंढ के
got to the final, but definitely not happy the way that they did it. And I think that when we see a game like this, them getting 8 kills from a northwest position where the circle's not really favoring them in the grand scheme of things, it's not a bad start at all.
I spoke to Levante after qualifying day 3 last week, and I was like, why do you leave it always to the last day? And
Come on,
I think it
Ahmedabad.
comes down to they put so much pressure on their shoulders. We saw it from PDS, right?
No
Hello, my
carry,
bad. It was
but
like, I didn't get any kills. I'm the one that's letting the team down. It's me. It's my fault. And I worry that sometimes they get in their heads. A game like that from them, we're going to see that kind of last day antics from Team Vitality. Good amount of kills.
कल जाके मैं बाल
position.
कटाऊंगा कल
Just
शायद
wanna see
मोस्टली
more of
जाऊंगा
this from them.
ग्रूमिंग के लिए
Yeah, I mean, looking at how that started out this game 1, I feel like a top 8 is in their cards here, Avenger, for a day number 1. What do you think?
Yeah, I think there's no chance we won't see them in the top 8 here like that. Them being in a great spot, getting kills here. I think it was 8 total kills, right? So yeah, there's no way we won't get them through. They also, the way they played it was way more confident. Right? You can see the control that they take, like the damage that they do to some of the guys. Obviously, it's a great compound to kind of have.
Monster Java order
through phase 4 to 5 to 6. So yeah, it's good. I'm excited for the guys. We want to see the day 3 of playoffs in day 1.
My
I think I'll go for
question
Fade.
that game is, can No Slack kind of keep it up, right, Mark? The fact that, yes, we saw them start off fantastic in the playoffs and then the finals to get things rolling last time around.
I think मुझे कोई
but
expert
then it did peter
haircut
off a
वाले के
little
पास
bit.
जाना चाहिए.
This is a
He can
great
make
start
me
for them.
like a
Once
look
again, we need to see super consistent from our Finnish boys to be able
Overall,
to
I'll be
get themselves
5.
even deeper.
5 or 6.
Well, it's like we were saying before. I just worry that at some point during the qualification, mainly more in the finals, when we see.
Bebo, thank you for the sub. Thank you for the sub. Thank you so much, guys. 93.5 कर देते हैं आज.
One and done today.
या फिर उससे भी ज़्यादा banger.
A good amount of kills mid-table as they sort of qualified through in the top 8. I just like the confidence they got. They've got the win. They had the BRDM. You got to remember early game here, James. They came in from that north side.
1 के like भी हो गया ना ये stream पे बहुत है भाई.
They didn't overrush, they didn't overextend, and they were waiting. S8UL late game moved away from them. They instantly.
मैंने जयेश भाई को वो Fortnite का पूछा है. अगर Fortnite का हुआ तो मैं बताता हूँ. Fortnite का roadmap देखता हूँ मैं.
The BRDM has gone up in value a little
Fortnite
bit
Warzone
as well, because if there's the world where some
PUBG
util is being used on
ये game तो मेरे को
things that
आती
aren't
है
necessarily
personally
offensive,
एक अच्छे level
maybe
पे.
you get a little bit more HP out of your BRDMs. Maybe it survives a little bit longer here eventually.
मैं मतलब वो actually तुम लोग को analyze करके बता सकता हूँ. Fortnite में बहुत अच्छे से explain कर सकता हूँ तुम लोगों को.
Not explaining as much util, but
ज़्यादा का stream देखो.
Like 2 teams agreeing that they don't want the BRDM in it. They put half a mag in each from the whole team, right? Then it's done.
They should.
It's and they should for sure. That's it for me here. Though the most important is the kind of keeping the utility, especially the nades back, and the amount of nades that you're running with. Like I'm running with 5 to 6 nades. It is actually crazy how many nades you're prioritizing a 3 backpack over 2 jammer. So like you really need to stack it up here. As for see the rivals though for this one, Kovalevi and it's Chris 4 and 3 kills, more damage though on Kova.
Nigel भी है.
That's cool to see.
गोल्डी भाई भी बैठे.
Not bad at all. Not bad at all for who was just a cheeky coach before everything was done. And then No Slack came along and was able to change everything. But anyway, we're going to start. It's time for Myanmar. And me and Mark are going to bring you all the action here from game number 2. So far, so good for the Finns, for Suomi.
Don't get him started. Don't get him started. It was a good result. It was controlled. Very finished start of play. Game number 2, though, is coming in from that north, pushing that north.
Zod Libra, thank you for the sub. Let's go.
A south east corner again.
Tekken नहीं आता यार मेरे को. Fortnite में बहुत अच्छे से explain कर दूंगा तुम लोगों को. समझ भी आएगा, देखने में मजा भी आएगी. बहुत interesting हो जाएगा. Fortnite का मैं पता करता हूँ.
Again, we have to factor in
Fortnite की boys कब खेल रहे हैं.
train can do, and obviously with the
Fortnite तो ऐसे solo होता है, duo होता है. Solo भी होता है. Solo ज़्यादा होता है Fortnite में, तो वो देखना पड़ेगा.
You can play about with.
Small concern there for a second for Killia
A little
bit further away from Ascend. I thought maybe he was going to go for vehicles and.
Alright, we are dropping.
So he's just going to be driving past Yoga Benito
Where
here. I think that they also have vehicles as well.
We are dropping here in Pala.
Can shoot at him, but looks like he's deviated away from that driving angle there. So even if a load gun was in hand, it would be very limited. Might even be iron sights. Who knows?
लड़ाई होगी. VIT versus JB. अरे. Round. Jatin Bhatia, Simon. Down.
Switcheroosy.
Down.
Love it. to make him.
आज मामा नहीं कर रहा, पता
Dinos
नहीं
though
यार मेरे को
does have
आइडिया
the
नहीं
ace in
है.
hand,
I
has
think
got
Banks is doing
a
it
mag and a
Sid भाई होंगे
spare.
शायद, Sid भाई का पता
Try and
नहीं
work his way
but
forward,
Banks is
more ammo
there.
to be had. Swaps towards that barrel as the rest
DM
of the
check
five, I
after
suppose,
this, I don't know.
vitality to try and reinforce it. And with Jock Benito with the numbers to start with, they now have
Fortnite
the
का
numbers
duo
against
है.
them.
But these are the kinds of things that you've got to be careful
मजा
about.
आएगा.
You're going to drop far and wide for vehicles, right? Like if people are going to drop on top of your
मजा आएगा
spots.
Fortnite में.
I mean, Vitality is no stranger to having to unfortunately deviate away from San Martin when other teams are dropping there. So they'll go to Hacienda del Patron to be able to kind of get things going. And if you're dropping close to them on that split drop, yeah, you will take
Sid भाई के साथ
casualties.
ही है. अच्छा.
That's position. Grisani comes on the outside, knows the reinforcements now coming behind him. Goes in towards the inside, already gone up on the outs. Grisani goes back towards the wide. Here's the shot as he swings his way
शादी का
around. And he
bedhead क्या है
does
यार?
find it. Levante goes down as he had to reload.
VID पे ये मार पड़
In
सकती है वैसे अगर नॉक फिनिश हो गया तो.
Cristiani did not feel like staying out there for the finish off of the flush. Gedrox takes to the roofs.
VID का Levante नॉक फिनिश हो गया
A little
भाई.
bit exposed there, so has to take some cover.
अरे रॉकेट लॉन्चर छूटी नहीं.
Shotgun before the Panzer even goes off. Lovely.
भाई that was quick.
Lovely
JB भाई
cloud shot
की
as
टीम
well.
चल पड़ी भाई.
Denied the opportunity for that Panzer. Jock
JB
Benito
भाई की टीम चल पड़ी एक बार भाई.
taking the
Crazy हो गया ये
driver's
तो.
seat now forward away from Team Vitality, who started things off. And again, more points they got last week on phase number 1, but definitely a full stop towards the momentum.
Oh, bhai.
And it seems and feels like a one-man army here.
शॉटगन से गेम बता दिया
Here's the thing, right,
उसने.
make it through the
वाइटलिटी
finals
का.
in the last one, but
ये भाग गया, ये भाग गया, ये भाग गया. रिवाइव के लिए भाग गया ये.
They do
Hey, what is this? These guys are killing, bro.
not take Yoga Benito lightly.
मैप वैप फिक्स हो गया वैसे. प्रोडक्शन फिक्स हो गया.
If they get
प्रोडक्शन
into
फिक्स हो
the
गया.
finals, you know
हम
that
लोग
there's still
अडूजी
an
दिया,
extra threat
बेस्ट
there
दिया.
lying in wait, and the
CMO
circle
बहुत करीब
favors
है.
these kind of
जोन
fights as
ऊपर
well.
निकल
So
चुका है, which is
Yoga Benito's
हम लोग
getting
अगर
off
ये
like a
वाला
bandit
रास्ता
right
लेते हैं,
now,
चार्ट ये
and
वाला
Quizzy's
रास्ता लेके
running away
यहाँ
like a
से
bandit.
यहाँ से यहाँ यहाँ यहाँ
Stage
यहाँ पे
though.
आ जाते हैं ना.
Cruz, see with construction workers situate themselves
Crazy.
out.
या
They
फिर
play towards that
यहाँ से
west,
लेके
descend, obviously drop
ये
towards
पहाड़
the
ले लेते
oasis.
हैं.
They've
वो भी
played
crazy.
instantly towards that high ground on the west as well. Good play from them. That's going to give them a lot of information from these teams that are going to try and
Do you know
flood
past
their way
performance
through
or how
water
Fortnite
treatment.
player?
Rest of these teams are on the move, and it is going to be
Hello.
down. Quizzy
Ah.
cannot avoid cars. Quizzy goes heads to head, and unfortunately,
VIT
he
vibe,
falls out as he
VIT
crashes
early
across
vibe
back,
जिसके
but
12
crashes his
पॉइंट
way
थे.
out.
That is gonna be
I think it's
costing
no
them
good
so
options
bad,
because he was in the bus of all things, right?
Just avoid it, though. It's huge. Avoid it.
Well, yeah, that happened. All right, so from 0 to 0, unfortunately for Vitality. I said, well, from 0 to 1 point. You'll get your 1 point here for taking down the Yoga Benito player.
मैं ऐसे ही दे दूँ ना, 25 points यहाँ से वहाँ ही.
Exactly the same compounder, S2G and Hive. They could swap colours actually, and it would be perfect. But as Hive's purple and S2G's in this interesting Hive colour. But anyway, it looks like that's the battle of the colours for the
भाई
moment.
हाई
as Mogo
वाइटलिटी के लिए तो
start
ये
things off
भारी
well.
पड़ गया भाई
So
ये वाला
S2G
गेम.
just loses a player.
बट
now.
ठीक है,
We'll
उनके
get
पास
to the blue
12
chip.
पॉइंट है. आई थिंक ये वाला गेम अगर
They do
इतना
grab and
बैकफुट
go.
आ जाएंगे तो भी
Why
इतनी
wouldn't you?
प्रॉब्लम
And
नहीं
they've
है.
got the cars to expel it as well, so I think it was more of a park up in a dip.
देखो
Get a
स्लैग
pick up.
फाइनल में तो आ ही
SDG
जाएगी. I
find
feel
the
like
compound, they find
Slack
safety now.
anyhow
Some of these teams sort of rotating their
फाइनल्स तो
way in.
खेलेगी.
Store again, teams not moving it. No slack store in El Pozo. They're not moving.
ये
Twisted
जो एक
Minds
पैर
just
ऊपर
got shifted
दर्द नहीं
now.
होता भाई. आदत है मेरे को.
Team Nemesis down by the port in the southeast corner. Again, not quite shifting just yet. Not in a rush to get to the northeast corner.
No. And I think also when a
That
circle
dinner आ
like
चुका है.
this, if you're looking at
तो
some of
मैं
these
dinner कर
teams
लेता हूँ.
rotating on the far east side,
उसके बाद से
or
फिर हम लोग
even
enjoy
teams
करके
kind
मैं
of coming
कैम
in
बंद
from the
करके
far
dinner करूँगा.
west, I'm not totally opposed to like an emergency
ठीक है.
pickup and going far northeast of this circle and just trying to find vehicles up there either. Like
तब तक
that
के लिए
could
1 के
also
लाइक हो
work.
जाते
There
तो
are
मजा ही आ
definitely
जाता.
options available
1 के लाइक हो
because
जाते
you
तो
know that there's not going to be anybody up near where Campo Militar is, where Tierra
1 के
Broncos,
लाइक कर दो,
etc.
सब्सक्राइब कर दो if you are new.
No, and then
93.5
because
करा दो
that's
यार
push
chat.
back towards that northeast, that'd be
93.5 करा दो.
amazing. Campo Militar, I think I've seen one, but very, very rare.
Dinner कर
based
लेते हैं,
upon
तब
its
तक end game
location.
तक मैं
If
वापस
it
आ
goes back
जाऊंगा.
towards
मतलब इधर ही
Cruz,
हूँ.
I think it's going to be quite difficult
इधर ही
because
हूँ.
I think we are going to see more of these teams sort of situate central,
कैसे
down
करेंगे?
central to central southwest. So if we do get that, it does mean we're going to get that kind of migration, that kind of
Dinner
chaos
time, dinner
in
time.
that phase 3.
ये कौन सा कीवर्ड है ग्रावस पर?
Cool to check in with Bushido Wildcats.
Dinner time,
the
dinner
only
time, okay.
Turkish representative that was
End
able
game
to
तक आ
get
जाता
into
हूँ
the final
वापस.
prior. And
और
they're
बताएं
looking to
chat.
do it once again here.
तुम्हें क्या लगता है
As
टॉप
currently 6
3
points on the
मतलब
board,
ये
not too much to
एंड
their
गेम में
name,
टॉप
but
4
of
टीम्स
course
कौन
they
सी होंगी?
did find a
end game?
wild Quizzy rummaging through the bushes there for a second and take a cheeky point to start things off, which they'll take. They'll be happy with that.
They definitely will.
देखो आई फील लाइक
South.
एंड गेम में होगी इस
Coming
बार.
Cardo taking that main road up towards
इस बार होगी एक
Hacienda, they can
nemesis.
follow him from are,
Twisted
Twisted
Minds.
Minds, who are just ahead of him now as they sort of drop around that power grid area.
Or,
So no
I
change
feel like
really to a lot of these people.
Ascend.
You mentioned no Everlong, so a free take.
Nemesis,
again
Twisted
for
Mind,
Attack.
Ascend.
It's so weird. So
Or-
every other region, it's like
Or-
we're Falcons, we're the big dogs, we're going to be going there, and then like, oh yeah, H-Wins left our team. Oh,
Or
we're
ek
going
nahi
to challenge
batate.
them on there. Ha, ha, ha,
Ek
lol.
spot random.
And then you know in PCL as well, you've always got 17. Then the like
17.
and then you come to EMEA, it's like bugger it, we'll go elsewhere.
खाना खाते हो बाद में
Legitimately
नहीं
way. You can have it. No, you have it. No, you have it. It's fine. You're the new guys here. You take it. It's such an advantage, though. For majority of the time, we DC some of these zones on the outside like this one, so it wouldn't be an advantage here, but majority of the time, it is. Most of our teams are now in the zone. For no slack, they
हाँ,
are
चढ़ रहे हैं ये लोग।
traversing the high ground out on the west side. The Scav just trying to test out the suspension of the car.
If you're going to need to be prior, it was such a win because they've got Simon back up, right? So it's they're into water treatment. There's probably loot there for him. He should be able to get geared up and good to go. Like that's such a win off of the vitality engagement that was going down, and they didn't even start off with the advantage, really.
Right side Nemesis, left side Navi.
Right, that's the problem. I said in inverted commas, that's the problem with going for cars a little bit
Nemesis
further.
तो इधर चले जाओ ना, हमें ज़रूरत नहीं है तुम्हारी अभी। हम लोग भी चारों गाड़ी में हैं।
With that shotgun. Speaking of testing suspension, it's I hate driving over these hills with this car.
It sounds good, doesn't look good. Best luck those keeping it in the right
ये कहाँ चढ़
direction,
के
like
बैठा है?
me, especially in ranked. I tend to end up doing 180s, especially coming down. Rest of the VP, interesting. We've got the high.
यार, अभी क्या आने वाला है?
the
BMPS?
cameras, as they don't want to give up away their secrets just yet. Oh, can't park there, mate.
No, I guess he's got wedged. That's unfortunate. So all the suspension
गई हमारी
testing,
गाड़ी।
and in the end, there's a little
फंस गई।
triangle.
S8UL, they was top the tables in the last week.
Yep, कब से?
On phase number 1.
Yep.
I was impressed. They came out. I
Last
think
game.
there's a big expectation.
ये
They've got a
5 तारीख
massive
से है।
following. We know them from BB team and strong, but is it a case that they always need to have the finals? Do they need that
ये
to
5 तारीख
get
से।
through and get those zones and transition into late game? I think they're going to put a bit of weight on their shoulders
भाई
this
ये
week.
बहुत important है।
They've got to get away. They've got to find the
यहाँ से
position.
तो
even if
EWC
they
का
can't
slot
get
है
the
भाई
zones.
ये वो
I think
BMPS is
S8UL
fucking
fans can rest easy and
really
peaceful
important.
in the knowledge that if they'd have had a better day one in the final, they'd have been challenging for number 1, basically. Like, it was only really that first day that really dragged them down. And
This is
again,
the fight
you
for
mentioned it at the start of the
international
day, that they were really chasing circles, and it really did hinder them quite a lot. So, and days 2 and 3 looked great, honestly, for S8UL.
PUBG मोबाइल में क्या चलता है? ये
hopefully if
shotgun
they can
meta
string
चलता है
3
इधर,
days
जैसा
together,
इधर जो
then,
meta है वहीं
all the
पे भी वही
S8UL
चलता
fans will
है।
be very happy with the fact that they could potentially win themselves a championship here alongside Virtus Pro.
1.5 महीने
Definitely
चलेगा।
a team that I'd have up there as a contender to win. So, and a contender to keep
अच्छा,
the
उसके
pressure,
qualifiers
apply the
बहुत होंगे
pressure
ना?
to Virtus Pros, who've now made their way in towards zone. Couple of seconds before we see where this goes. We obviously got unplayable in the top, but
हमारे
it
पास
seems heavy back
lot
towards
नहीं होगा।
Oasis. It's a bank holiday
Finals
weekend
या
here, and it might be
like
the
आगे
Oasis for a lot of
semis
people, but it's a great
we won।
shift for Team Ascend.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if it's a bank holiday. in
अरे जोन
Germany
कर रहा है ना
because
फिर
they do
हरकत है
things
जोन
by
कर
the
रहा है ना
rules,
हरकत है ये
and I'm not. It might be. So let's see if the rich get richer up on the top of the hills. Which technically, I love this. I love playing this compound, but
100%.
again. At this lobby, so many teams know how to negate
जोन
those
कर रहा है ना
lines of
हरकतें
sight.
फिर
So
से
let's see
चालू हो
how
गया
the
ना
team's
ये।
going to position around it. Not only Ascend get richer, but No Slack will get richer as well from this position.
Yeah, for me, it's going to
Ascend
be
और
about how
Slack
much
के लिए
noise
तो
to
बढ़िया हो
Ascend
गया।
make, because that south approach, you know, if you want to hit that higher ground, you come on that south side. So teams
Yeah,
might
in
try
group
and
and we
rotate
can
around, and
directly
you've got the likes
qualify
of
for
Job Benito,
finals from
you've got
there.
the likes of Twisted Minds already there. Hive, though, have the likes, though, of construction workers, and it's a Famous in the hand. Dante hits a spray.
that- why would you do that?
Second spray,
Oh,
and
अच्छा।
he puts him down, nail it, ball
No.
full, and he drops shots. Oh my God, no, it comes from the other side.
backup
Second,
है।
helping out.
That's
Yeah,
why.
decent help there indeed, and we'll actually be able to flush him completely.
Oh,
out.
TMO
Vex
slamming,
down,
TMO
and
slamming, Hive.
Construction workers getting absolutely bodied
So they
on this
they turned
moment.
back, huh?
The Mythov was looking to
Huh?
have a little bit of
TMO?
approach on it as
Like
well,
that,
seeing
man.
what was going on, but I think they realise now the fight is done. They are leaving from there, and just still peeking on over. Do not get knocked. If you get knocked, the rest of your team has already left here, my friend.
Yeah, with the car taking a couple of shots, he needs to keep that active as well. So he's going to take the safety in the dip. S8UL coming in from that east side has exposed. And I think that's a bit more of a call from the team, as you have to trust the comms. He now finds himself in the safety of the compound.
That cam off है dinner कर रहा हूँ, ठीक है?
There's no other
having
way
my
about
dinner.
it, right? Be it another team crashing this position.
Oh
you
भाई,
need all the
Twisted
bodies you
versus
can
VP.
get. Be S8UL going to be able to steal you away if he did get knocked by high. For some reason, Perfecting 6 a bit of damage there from the distance against Vard, but already shut down Nixie.
Bhai, what if VP qualify
MVP
now?
of the previous phase, basically. Once again, of course, because he's Nixie.
But that
he's
is
the MVP
very
of PGS3, and he looked amazing in PEC. He always looks amazing. What am I talking
Playoffs
about?
में clear ही ना हो VP का.
He always does look amazing. As Sheila peeps CCI next to his death. I ain't even going to try, mate. Beep, CCI next there.
इसमें card skins allowed नहीं है.
Find
नहीं लगाते
safety for
लोग.
now.
पर इसमें कुछ
as they
crazy
might
नहीं
get
होती
dig in by the Holloway tree. And No Stack, as you mentioned, is a team which will position. I'm really intrigued, and I'm not seeing this yet in scrims, but actually they always dig right by the cars. Are they trying to shoot underneath the cars? That's what I'm interested to see if a push comes in. Are they exposing more angles?
Yeah, there's definitely room for it, right, to be able to shoot underneath the car and have that. But I mean, it's a little harder to spot for opposing teams, I guess, as well. But it
VP
just
नहीं, we
provides you
need Nemesis
perfect cover. If you go up against
navigation
the
and
tree and
slack
the cars
mode
on the
होता
other
है.
side as well, it gives you perfect. It gives you more cover.
Difficult है कि Nemesis ना हो.
It's multiple.
Nemesis का तो अभी
dead on the
ठीक
money
चल रहा है
with
वैसे.
what you're saying, Mark.
It's like a window, like a little
they are
letterbox.
like
And if you get
very low but
initial shots
slack
in
तो भाई
from a
कहीं
team
जा
that's
रही
sort
है.
of pushing you,
TMO qualifier.
yeah, great.
TMO भाई
Can you get the angles you want all the time?
तो मार रहे.
Maybe not, but I mean, I'm waiting and watching, and I think we're going to see these kind of styles of
भाई
play,
ये तो
this
कोई zone में
creativity
center
come from
चले
these
जाएंगे.
players.
Like a mini bunker that you can play with for the moment, little letterbox bunker. But Slapson going to be throwing some mortars, technically in the direction of Cristiani, but I guess he's spotting for him.
आज qualify हो जाए तो next match
I
करो.
didn't
Next weekend.
quite see the range on it. I wasn't paying full attention.
Oh, we've got another shift as well, and look at that, it's shifted again. We've got northwest, one more time. So Ascend now on the outside. No
भाई हम लोग भागते रहेंगे क्या भाई?
And Navi have kept their noses completely clean.
क्या
So
zone
they're
कर रहा है भाई
all the way
हरकतें?
around that sort of east side, coming on the north, and there is no one stopping their approach.
Yeah, I love that move by
Late
Navi.
entry
And
करनी
of course,
चाहिए
as
आपको
always, when you
बहुत
look at this
late हो
terrain, it's a
चुका है.
little bit deceptive as to kind of the
अब बिल्कुल edge के
high
zone के
ground,
साथ
low
entry
ground
करनी चाहिए.
dynamics of just that south of Oasis. Technically, it's a bit more open.
VP zone center गई है
for
but
these teams to
बचेगी.
try and kind of actually fight against. You can see it now from a little bit of a bird's eye
VP
view.
में
as
cover
Trixie
क्या
and
है?
the boys going to be just parachuting on in. Yeah, a lot of
VP
teams
की मौत
can
है भाई,
exist in
मौत है
here,
VP की.
and Beamy gets knocked by
चारों
Boomstick.
side से मौत है भाई.
Everybody was shooting their
Beamy
way
तो
for the
खत्म ही हो
moment,
गया.
and Beamy does get confirmed. So
Defensive
Grexy,
grenades.
I see a pickaxe in hand.
तो देखो यहाँ पे भी खड्डा बना दिया.
He doesn't need
Oh,
pickaxes
भाई.
when he's got dynamite, and he does apply the dynamite pretty quickly. It's not just a hole; it's a trench now.
Crazy
for him.
cover बना दिया
It's
भाई,
going to give him
इसमें
some cover from Navi.
Love from Canada.
And again,
आप
he's
मैच
had
के
to
बाद
make a call.
शहजादे
He's
के
had
edit
4
पे
grenades.
react
He's
करना
got
please. Done
3
it, done.
smokes in his back pocket. He's had to expel half of the potential utility for him to try and get out.
What's it totally intriguing? is
शहजादा
the
वाला
fact that
edit is basically
dips like he just created.
हमारे
used to
GTA
be
के
a
side
dime
वाले
a dozen
editors
for
मैंने
like
बनाया.
very rare, even I should say.
Yo.
For
So I know them.
for some of these
I know them,
positions and
पहले
stuff
से.
like that, but now you can just create them as quickly as he did.
वो देख
So
लिया
that
मैंने,
was
day one देख लिया.
hugely
वो-
impactful against the shots and the angle that Boosting
बोला
actually
अपनी
had on
लड़के
him
boys,
there,
अपनी boys.
and now he's completely covered. So good for him.
Is he going for? I was about to say, is he
It's
going
VP.
between this or VP? He's going VP now at the 400. I was going for this, but
250 is too far for VP.
Yeah.
So
I thought I might hit this because they're in the compound a little bit further in that direction, but not
Dinner
the
is
case.
super
Can he
nice.
find a gift? He's not, but he's going to be the gift that keeps on giving, and a potential if Corexia needs a new hole. He's now got one just next to him.
yeah. Oh, actually, that might be good.
That's good.
50 meters less, actually, 46 meters less, actually might be on the money there. Maybe a little bit closer to Hakatori compared to where he wants it.
Oi,
Okay.
that was close.
Oh, Corexia, quick! You gotta juggle this one. There's one more.
10
They've got
meters.
4 left.
No.
He's got 3 now remaining. Does he just barrage him? He's gonna barrage him. He's not giving him the option. He takes a headshot from the other side.
Jeez.
He has to find safety in Hakatori. He only puts 2 of the mortars in the air, and Corexia is using the advantage he can. There's 1, there's 2, and now VP have borderline a massive fortification to play with.
Yeah, that's unfortunate there for Hakatori because he got beaten by the variance of the mortar fire, right? We watched all 3 of those shots be 204 meters, but it's got a bit of variance in how actually
रुका ही नहीं है, रुक ही नहीं रहा, ये मारे
no,
जा रहा है.
204. He knows it's on the money. It just needs to land.
Aggressive. No, he's coming his way. He's on the run. Nope, that would have been perfect though.
भाई इसने खड्डा चेंज कर लिया bro.
Take some damage, but it's not going to be enough. And that's the next build.
Wait, team kill?
नहीं.
Perfect इसने team kill कर दिया. और इसने long finish डाल दिया. अरे यार, that is blunder भाई.
This is a disaster for Twisted Minds.
That is
I
a
can't
blunder,
believe
भाई.
it here. It's Chris and the Sen doing a ton of work against
And
them,
the
but it comes to the
Frostmark.
behest
Of
of
नहीं
that
team वाले को.
Panzerfaust friendly fire.
अरे
Can
यार.
Twisted Minds do a little bit more, survive a little bit more? Batulin's on the distance here. He's knocked in the blue, so he's not going to be able to join this anytime soon. It's all on one member in here against Twisted Minds. Or his example, though, double nade. Will he be able to get more done?
This might be one member.
Crazy nade.
This guy
Oh!
is a god. As he puts his Chris down.
He
it's
doesn't need a
humble.
gun, bro.
It's
He
now
doesn't need a
finding
gun,
the
bro.
He wanted from before. He's going to make the charge out. The call B does go for the scout. And Ascend get unpicked, though, from the god himself.
Okay, T-Bone, it's all on you now, because if not, if you don't do something about this, Example's just taken 3 of your team with 2 nades alone, as he will take a bit of blue damage here. T-Bone's just holding out on the little bit of a high ground just above this compound as well, knowing that eventually, Example, you have to leave, but the longer this takes, I mean, his teammates are going to get flushed. Angled grip as well, of course, in now, and it is strong. I do love it.
It is good. I'm enjoying that half grip as
Twisted
well.
जितना मारे अपने लिए अच्छा है भाई.
Say,
वो वैसे भी qualified है. वो उठा के भाग गया.
T-Bone never leaves a man behind as he charges into danger and knows that he needs to put the kill leader from game number 1 back up on his feet.
Photo down, Philfus down.
It's phase 4. This is going to tickle. Run, Chris!
Yeah.
We got wiped, bro. We got wiped.
15th place for them.
Oh.
Example's going to want to try and finish off the rest of Ascenders. He's coming in from that side. He did have 9 first aid kits, though, so he's got a little bit of time on his side here, for example, trying to get himself some more points on the board.
That is a 0 point for the game for us.
Moved in north of Na'Vi, but Na'Vi had a big firing line
भाई
set
zone ने कर
ready
दिया
to
भाई
go
ये
for
वाला.
anybody that was going to move on to their spot.
Zone ने हरकत कर दी.
Remember their rotation. They know it's clear. Now they want to focus and ensure no one else follows that same path they do. And Na'Vi are doing the right thing. Good position, good hold. Let's see if they can continue on here. Back towards the other side, though. Construction workers didn't have the best start. They got clashed, but they got the numbers back up. So they're back to a 4. Bushido Wildcats. For Fex, he knows he's down below, but he hasn't got the vest, and he has to be cautious. If he peeks over, the opportunities come on the other side, and Code Marco was waiting. Knocked, no helmet, no vest, and Fex is down.
हम लोग गाड़ी के लेके गए. यहाँ पे हाई वाला बंदा था, यहाँ पे नेमेसिस का बंदा था.
That was annihilation coming in there
और
Bushido Wildcats. Another nade forwards.
दो टीम के बीच में गेम बच गया
They
भाई.
do have a P90 in hand, and it's on Fard.
भाग
The
भाई.
master himself for
कुछ नहीं
construction
कर सकते
workers.
भाई
What
इधर.
they get done,
गाड़ी से
they
गिर
spent
गए.
miles. Jeez. Let's see.
गाड़ी से ही गिर गए भाई.
The Wildcats can do anything more against this. A little bit of an airburst. 24 damage against Fard. You do want to shut him down, all things considered.
That's tough,
P90 in
man.
hand,
That's tough.
goes a little far. He's still alive somehow.
Nemesis is full. Again, a team like Na'Vi rotating their way around the
बहुत
top.
लंबा rotation भी भारी पड़
throwing
गया.
grenades around like it's candies. They've got so many. They've expelled and found nothing. They might need to rely on the shots.
कोई नहीं यार, zone ही unlucky
Now
था ये
back to a 4-man. Vant has a level 3 helmet and a vest with that P90 in the back pocket. Knows Meta Bay is in front, but they're running out of train here, James. They have to commit to go over the top.
Those shots for a second do reveal Vard's exact location, just for a tire alone, but wanted to limit a little bit of Bushido Wildcats' opportunities here. Maybe also bring the profile a little bit lower on that vehicle so you can get some shots against him on the backside of it. Chris also looking towards this fight as well. Vard is down, and it's Chris here with the ump of all things, tries to go for a little bit of a play. But Pixlink does turn around and be able to shut him down as well, but for construction workers, I don't know much more they're going to be able to do here.
There's so many teams here. Obviously, Ascend have
क्या
come in,
वो
Bushido
जो
Wildcats,
construction
we've seen
workers
construction workers. Don't forget about Example. He's going to come swinging out from the blue shortly. And TMO. And the zone is shifted again towards the northwest. Komarko, though,
भाई वो Twisted Mind में एक बंदा कितने मार रहा है देखो.
for him, as he knows he's got danger lurking close. As Meta Bay, well,
Temple
he's
is
waiting
still
for the
killing
gully.
people,
He's
right?
waiting for TMO to appear.
The dungeons lurking everywhere, because Example also was able to get a steel wall. This was going down. The construction workers is off, though. They've only got themselves 2 points to their name. And now dance on through some of these smokes and come in behind this to see what they can get done against the all. Still 4 first aids remain, for example. It's gone. Oh, another 40-40. Jeez Louise. Come on, Justice. Let's see if we can get a finish off here.
Ascend का T-bone.
As he gets one and TMO goes down, he swings back the other way, but it's going to be there. T-bone though, he's farming, he's clearing up.
T-bone ने तो farm करे भाई. मर गया है, अब मर जाएगा वो, but
doing it. I think he's got enough time on the clock. He should be able to
थोड़े
get
points लेके गया.
Not bad at all.
इस गेम किधर गया? मैं खाना खा रहा हूँ.
way of example. So as much as Twisted Mind's kind of in the bin here for this one, it's still a great salvage here. Good shots by Celtic though, being able to shut down that annoyance in the back lines. It's done so much work against Bushido Wildcats and all the other teams that actually were able to crash in on this, but Bushido Wildcats survives in the end. 5 kills go their way, and Navi, meanwhile, on the other side of the circle, the complete polar opposite side of the circle, is just having a field day with this.
Yeah, keep an eye on them on the map. They've cleared everyone on that sort of north side. Now they're focusing back to the game plan, this late game, and obviously with the zone coming back their way was good. They can get rid of Solo. It's going to help him out. It's going to give him that whole ledge to try and play from. As everyone else, though, he's struggling. I'm interested to see what we see from Vis.
Yep, they have yet to play their hand truly, as now shut down here, S2G in that little shack. Harvey's going to be able to play this location quite handedly here for this Yoga Benito, as well as No Slack. No Slack's actually going for a send, leaving IEXE here for a second. He is down, though. Oh, little bit of a shame. He ducked into the car. I wonder if he was going to be the next one to try and drive away, but there's no wheels on that car anyway. It was always going to be hard to get away from that. And now Scav's been knocked on the other side. That's a lot of nades. Holy moly.
It just tells me they don't know how many are here. They know they were here, but they didn't get the count right, and they've just extinguished huge amounts of potential for them late game. Or they look at this going, there is no way we're going to survive on this side of the mountain.
Yo, gang!
Looks like I also realized that a little bit earlier than what was going on there. Maybe your Benito has no vehicles anyway. Okay, they do have a few.
We go next, Chad, we go next.
Looks like was like, okay, we cannot stay on this side of the road, I suppose, considering the fight and how easy we are nadeable against Yoga Benito, so we have to leave.
8 kill ले चुके हैं ना अभी.
That's going to get them into a top 4. We'll see.
We will see for now. Vis leaving the compound, running the road now as they migrate towards that sort of west side. Akatori does find Noddy. Far right, looking to try and find as many as he can.
Navi के 10 kills हो गए.
Farah does get Noddy confirmation. Akatori will put Simon down.
और farm करेगी भाई अभी.
Running round.
Navi का game है चार.
Another car. Slaven has to send forward.
And Navi's just actually ruining this lobby at the moment as well, though. They're just shooting at everything that moves.
क्या पोजी है भाई प्यारी, क्या पोजी है Navi की भाई.
Boys at the moment, Kovalevi also down to Boostic. If he thought he did a lot of damage
Slack
in
की कितने बंदे जिंदा है?
Game, let's just wait until we see what's coming out.
Oh, they're getting बोलते ही instant वो है Jinx.
Gonna get bombarded here, Mark.
They are.
Instant Jinx हुआ है Slack.
C4 in his back pocket. So let's see how Navi might try in this game. Hakatori at the moment wants to win.
क्या मार रहा है Hakatori?
5-5-6 though, and he gets one, but Slaven gets the steal. So Yoga Benito making something happen from their position.
Hakatori with 700 damage now, looking across the way. Still technically Virtus Pro is still alive, a bit north.
Going crazy, bro.
East of them, I should say. And X-Howl managing to survive along the roadside. It's not the easiest of tasks that you've set up for yourself here, but they are making it work.
I was about to say there's
some deployable cover as well. And even more that they're going to be able to throw on forwards. So they're really fortifying the position. Ah, there we are, the good old pickaxe. All right, get
dig your way to the bottom.
Yeah.
Awards drop करवाए उन्होंने.
Oh, it's a team that's tunneling their way to the top, but it's a fight between No Slack and Navi. 22 points for one.
Navi podium ले जाएगी अभी.
And Navi, whoa, they've unleashed themselves as they charge their
12 kill.
They can hear the fight between Vis and now.
One more.
The spray goes through, but he doesn't get the connection, and he stands
भाई
strong.
इतनी गोली मारनी पड़ती है.
Fires back.
Yeah, knows when to back off, and that's mature, right? Don't commit too much for the spray, especially when you've revealed your position. There's going to be other people looking your way. Spiro does hit Habibi though with a nade, and that really starts to open things up against them. Scabs
15 kill and chicken होगा.
Everyone's got the pickaxe now.
15 kill and chicken होगा.
Never going to see the end of it anymore. As for Boostic and Spiro leading the charge here, looking to try and completely shut down this approach.
Yeah, crazy.
Oh, it bounced.
Oh, revive? He's going for a revive?
At least it bounces fair enough. He might be able to try and get that second one will come through. He gets caught by one of the players.
That costed, bhai. That costed. Revive costed again, bro. Oh, how is VP guy alive, bhai?
Good night here, and in looks like
Oh
Jokobenito
my God.
maybe trying to find another one. And it does. Another kill goes on the board. That's 5.
VP guy is
As they
still
will find
alive in
themselves now total 6
jump
kills.
करा था
Any
center
tour
में.
groups coming through these maps afterwards are going to be like, are these the footsteps
Rexy
of
पे push
giants?
आ रहा है.
What actually happened in a lot of these areas?
Oh,
It
that
is
is tough.
ridiculous. You may as well be giants if you're Na'Vi. PGS2 champions here, taking down Curexy, the PGS.
Navi is just wiping the lobby, भाई.
As they are looking to absolutely stomp
VP
the rest
Twisted
of the
and
lobby right now, and the
Navi,
only
I
matter
think.
of resistance
VP
that
Twisted
exists
को
on
तो
their
दोनों को
side
तो
of the
slot मिल ही
circle,
जाएगा.
I mean, they have positions where they can play just above teams and then be able to shut
Twisted
them
तो
down
already
as well,
है.
so
VP को भी
looking
मिल
good for
जाएगा
Navi.
और I think Navi को भी मिल
Pains
जाएगा.
using the Dorito.
Stolen.
Seems to be a thing of the past at the moment. That might be the only thing that keeps him alive, especially for Jokobenito. Zone has shifted back towards his way. Vis now under pressure as he looks to the heavens to find any cover. And now
Playoff भी 3
comes
दिन का
Emoni.
है.
Not just one,
आज top
but
8
there's
qualify हो
2
जाएंगे तो
14
आज अगर हम लोग
kills. The
top 8 आ
car's
जाते हैं तो
on fire
कल
and
हमारे
Pain
boys की मैच नहीं
crawls
होगी.
himself back into the hole.
Yeah, he did see it. I do wonder
तो
how
मेरे को
much
समझ
damage
ये नहीं
Navi's
आया,
doing
ठीक है.
throughout
देखिए
this
जैसे
game,
कि आज
because, like,
16
every
लोग
single
खेल
one of
रहे
them
हैं,
was
ठीक
on,
है.
like, at least 600, 700, 800, 900.
आज जो
almost
16 लोग
damage here.
खेल रहे हैं.
Na'Vi might end up setting a tournament record, at least
ठीक है.
with this phase
अब ये
of
16 में
PUC
से
already. 14 kills to their name.
Top 8 qualify हो
20 more
जाएंगे.
on the board for them to take away. Pains though decides
So
to
now
shut
out.
down Spiro. He really went aggressive
ठीक है.
on that one. He knew the
Now
only
they
thing
have
he
to
could get
play
from the rest of
finals.
this game is maybe a knock on a flush, and he was able to
कल
get it.
दूसरे 8 आएंगे.
Have Nosak really got no kills? Surely not. 23 points. Navi are close the gap in the
there
game
are more
with
teams, no?
14. Jokobenito taking a lot of steals.
I think when they had to send it across the other side of the
फिर
road,
उनमें
they
से
were just
4
like, oh,
qualify
yeah,
होंगे.
this is all we've got.
This is exactly what we do. Oh, do you know what you could do? Park the car on top there, Scav. You'll be well covered, mate,
that'd
if
be
you're
sick.
there. As, I fear,
Yeah,
unfortunately, for him,
scenes.
Navi
First game
are
was
scouting
okay,
their way
like good
forward.
average.
I
Second
can't
game
even see the
unlucky हो
dip.
गए,
Boost if he
zone
goes on the high
unlucky,
ground,
but
maybe, but he
let's
might
see third game
travel
देखते हैं.
past. Ah, Scav peekaboo, whack-a-mole. He whacks one. Boost
Another
it for
set of
full
players,
face.
another
No,
set
no,
of
they're
8 teams.
danger close. Goes over the top.
ओए
Oh,
JB की
no,
टीम
Chris
जतिन
Dyer,
भाटिया की टीम भी है अभी भी
has
टॉप 4
the
में आ गई.
opportunity to put the
क्या
final blow in towards Nosak.
ब्रो इस बार फाइनल्स में JB आ रहा है.
1-2-2,
JB टीम आ रही है.
1, whatever we're seeing at here, like Navi had
15 points है JB की टीम में, 8 kills है.
stabbed in the back by
Navi के 2 बंदे down हो गए.
by Pains, by the likes of Scav here up at the top. So now it opens up the room here for the other side of the road to have a bigger impact on this game. Exhal got the res off, I think, on the other side of the road, so they should be
Or
putting
gang.
here in a moment.
Do you know what's really crazy? I know it sounded
Stream
bad,
done Aisha.
but I didn't even clock the exhales here.
लोगों भी similar है.
Because Navi have been
sorta.
completely clear in this side. And they've just been sitting there calmly. They're losing numbers. They're down to 2 at the moment. Pains is going to try and take a long shot. He lines it up, goes for the skyrocket
no way.
as it goes through. There's always a way
There's
if
no
you dream
way.
and you believe. But Pains will wait. It's just over their heads as Jokobenito fight to start another day.
You know, that wasn't bad. That was not bad. So it's, but yeah, for Exhal, right, I think that they did the strategy, which
ओए,
I do
चाटा
actually
बड़ा है,
like in
चाटा.
PUBG a lot, which is like, when there's a valley,
इसका
and you
vest
know
टूट
the
गया, इस
teams
पे
are on
helmet
both
नहीं है,
sides of the
बेचारा
valley,
पूरा
you
नंगा हो
kind
गया.
of sneak in between them into the middle of the valley, and everybody's going to shoot across at one another and completely ignore you until the very end. And that's kind of what's happened for Hal here.
और इसने क्या खड्डा बनाया.
Placements at the moment.
Until now.
The car forts are going.
Zone भी है इन पे.
They haven't dug down. They've used the old school method of doing it. Car will explode. Now it finds a crater. Exhal find themselves some opportunity. And Jokobenito, confirmation and more shots
Oi.
coming back.
It's a huge game for
Oi.
Jokobenito. 9 kills at the
क्या
moment
मारा
here.
बे smoke में.
And maybe even 10. Actually, no, that was the placement point with Pains actually going
Joga
down that
Bonito.
line. But what a game from 8
भाई इन लोग पे
from
healing नहीं है.
Cristiani. And to
भाई
think
बिल्कुल
it
dead है भाई
all
बंदा.
started from dealing with vitality
बिल्कुल
with a
dead.
shotgun
He has
in the
nothing to
compound
heal.
after they'd had the
Both have
jump on
nothing to
them.
heal.
What
They
a
are like
game from
zeroed out
Jokobenito.
भाई पूरा.
What point did they put
1-1 bullet.
11. He's got 32. He's sharing over 2.
1-1 bullet bro. They
Go
can
for maybe another
zone
kill,
tech भी नहीं
maybe
ले
another
पाएंगे भाई ये लोग.
opportunity.
Zone tech भी नहीं ले
Either waits
पाएंगे.
it out. I don't know, James.
I think you've just got to try
इनके
and
तो
maybe
बहुत
shut
बुरे हाल
down
है.
Exhal where they are at compared to where you are.
Yeah,
Slam them
down.
down, down here. And Ferris and the boys going to be moving on forwards against this. Moving the car forward a little bit here. Though.
Actually,
Forrest
Howl
on the
निकाल
down cop.
सकती है भाई.
Just shut down.
Howl का down
Cristiani,
किस
though,
होती है?
if he's able to get that, that'd be 9 kills. If he could
Navi
get
के लिए
2
free-
more somehow,
free है
please,
भाई.
please,
Navi is
please.
just
I don't think it's gonna
loaded
happen.
भाई.
The Blues pushing you. But wow, what a game from Cristiani.
Even if he gets his res and denies the points, could be case. But yeah, 1-2.
Howl-
Good game.
Howl versus Navi.
Level of aggression. We don't normally see him in late game.
Proper
They are all
2v2.
about the kills, and they started off this
Do
game.
you think Navi
and now
choked
they
this?
ended in 3rd place.
Not bad at all. But it is Navi,
But Navi ने
the
zone
PGS2
में वो ले लिया है,
champions that
pose
are
ही ले
staring
लिया.
down the barrel of another win. Yeah, 16 kills to their name.
Navi
If you
wins
have to
this
back
easy,
it up,
chat.
Fairest is technically the lowest on the damage on the team because
Navi
Spirit
wins
died
this
about
easy.
600 and some, but he's still got 350. They have done massive numbers in this game. Goes for a mad spray. It's not going to work out. Hackatory shuts him down. Should be an easy 1-2
Oh!
punch.
Oh no,
Fairest
it's not
out.
quite. Oh, we got the
Oh,
other
भाई
end.
उसने
Oh, you get
क्या
the
मारा
1-2-3
लेकिन?
punch, and there ended James. 18 kills. 20
He still got one.
Oh my days. 3k damage. What have we just watched?
18 किल का
Them
गेम
coming
भाई
in from
नावी
that
तो
north side,
खा
holding
गई
it down
भाई
and
पूरा
being able to
लॉबी
greet
खा गई
any team that came towards them was just
Crazy. 18
masterful
kill.
here from the PGS2 champions. Let's
Plus
bring
point
Martin
उसके
back in to
Puzi
talk
के.
about this one. It's Na'Vi doing what they do best. They're putting up the numbers.
Yeah, it is, and they were so smart about it, right?
Crazy.
That back sweep into Oasis and then pushing out, taking that high ground control, and then the zone coming towards the side.
You wanna see
18
some
kills,
professional
man. I
PUBG
remember us
PC
doing a
gameplay.
sound check before we started today, and Mark said, "Yeah, this is about as loud as I got." But no, that's not what we got so far today, guys. That was such a crazy game. I said it. We're gonna have a one game and
ऐसा एक गेम ऐसा एक गेम आ गया ना हम लोग क्वालिफाई
It looks
भाई
like
आज
they're
के
doing
दिन
it at the
में.
game too, which means we're on for an absolutely
They will get 16 global points if they
huge
qualify
game
if they get
for
one today.
Navi
हाँ ना.
for Navi today. Wow.
So
a
that's how
one
we got
qualification
16 points on
game, by
day
the
one
way.
qualification
The
last time.
28 points was a
Because
cutoff
हम लोग
last
first
play
आए
of
थे.
day one.
Yeah, there's no way they're going to be falling out of that one. That is fantastic from Na'Vi.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
think
yeah,
you're right,
yeah,
Avenger,
true,
actually. Every time Mark does this, he does it every day. He's like, yeah, this is as loud as I'm going to get,
और
mate.
लास्ट टाइम भी जब हम लोग का
The game
क्लाइम
was
देखा था हम लोग का
really
क्लाइम
insane
कमबैक
in
देखा था
PUBG,
हम लोग का
so
लास्ट
he
टाइम क्या
can't
क्रेजी था.
help
लास्ट गेम में हम
These
4th या
production
5th से पोजी से
so
सीधा
there's the
फर्स्ट
sound
आ गए
check, and
थे.
then there's the mock buffer.
क्वालिफाई फॉर ये तो
There.
फिर नहीं है. ये क्वालिफिकेशन वाली गेम्स है. ये
to my little
फाइनल्स की क्वालिफिकेशन वाली गेम्स है अभी. फाइनल्स ये प्लेऑफ्स है. इसके बाद
But all the
फाइनल
teams are
होगा.
screeching really, trying to deal with this. Especially Na'Vi losing some of the players towards the late
Scoreboard दिखाओ.
positions here, Mark. I think that this did open up
I think
a
हम लोग
little bit of an
8 से नीचे
opportunity
drop
for
हो
the
गए
likes of
होंगे.
Jogabet to an X-Hal. But again, you're going to have to deal with Hackatory at the very end, and that's not easy.
No, it's not easy. And it goes
Wait,
back to that point,
Hackatory
right?
last से survive कर
Rotation
गया
around,
भाई.
that was key.
Yeah, he did 1.2k, I think. I think he did 1,200 damage
Yeah,
again.
almost 1.3, I think.
जोगा बुनिटो की भी गेम अच्छी थी.
But yeah, here, 28 points. That's what Viz qualified with last
हम
week.
लोग को एक
Joga
KP
Bonito
मिला है.
looking great. Kristalny, there's a
point है
reason why Lukaruk says that the most underrated player in PC is Kristalny. Wow, what a game from him. And yeah, I was really crossing my fingers. Do something. Kill Howl. Get 10 kills. That'll be your
भाई
career.
ट्विस्टेड वाला भी बंदा
That's really to
3 या
put you
4
at
तो
the
मार
next
गया था
level.
वो अकेला.
Huge things from
Yeah.
Kristalny.
For sure, I do feel like we started the day off saying like so teams like Yoga Bonito. I think that is going to be one of the scarier teams that people don't necessarily want
we
to be in the final.
are
Who wasn't in the
11th.
final originally for that first
ठीक
week
है.
last week, but now 17
Gap
points
है ही
go
नहीं
their
अभी.
way, Mark. I think we should be seeing Yoga Bonito going through unless something really flubs in these next couple of games.
I think if we just go back to the cups, right? The style of play is about kills. They always struggle with
हो
replacements.
जाएगा
Something's
chat.
happening
एक
where they're
गेम
getting enough
एक गेम
kills.
का
They're
है तो.
finding a clear path to late game.
Twitch stream से भी लाइव कर लेते हैं
If they
मतलब.
can keep doing that, they should be
Hackatory
getting damage. Yeah, 1-3. Jeez Louise.
1300 डैमेज. क्रेजी करते हैं भाई चार्ट. कभी कभी ये लोग खेल लेते हैं भाई कुछ भी क्रेजी खेल लेते हैं. वी नीड वन. मेरी चैट डिलीट क्यों बाय द वे? कुछ आपकी चैट डिलीट नहीं हुई. आपकी चैट तो दिख ही नहीं रही है. तो आपकी चैट आई नहीं है, डिलीट नहीं हुई है. मुझे तो नहीं दिख रही. सोलो रैंक खेलूँ क्या? पासवर्ड ऑथेंटिकेशन रिक्वायर्ड. टू प्लेस रैंक ब्रो. वो मेरी गेम बग दिख रही है. रुको मुझे वो फिक्स करना पड़ेगा. NVIDIA सेटिंग फिक्स करनी पड़ेगी. आई थिंक वी शुड ट्राई फुल अग्रेसिव स्टाइल. हाँ यार एक होना अग्रेसिव गेम होना एक. वैसे देखा जाए तो एक अग्रेसिव गेम होना. ओके लेट्स स्टार्ट द गेम. S8UL known for good emo मिलाना. कोई नहीं, अपने बॉयज़ ने लास्ट फाइनल भी बहुत अच्छा खेला. आई एम पॉजिटिव कि आज विल एंड अप चिल. कल ग्रुप गेम्स हो रही है? नहीं, अभी तक तो कोई ग्रुप में मैसेज डाला नहीं है किसी ने. Adil, today I got the answer why PP don't have admin panel. करा होगा उससे कुछ हरकतें करी होंगी. यार वो ये क्या हो रहा है? What is all this happening भाई? ये क्या कुछ गलत PUBG डाउनलोड कर लिया मैंने? मोशी मोशी राशा भाई, मोशी मोशी. डिस्कॉर्ड का पर वॉच पार्टी का थंबनेल भेजा, चेक कर. डन है जी, डन है. ओए आई कैन क्लेम समथिंग. थी कितने मैचेस हो गए? 2 हो गए, 3 बाकी है. मीरा मार. हाँ तुमने ये बोलने के लिए तुमने करा है. ऋषभ बाजी, संडे मेरा नीट का एग्ज़ाम है, मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट एग्ज़ाम फॉर मी. क्लियर होता तो MBBS करके डॉक्टर प्लीज़ ऋषभ. गुड लक, गुड लक मेरे भाई, गुड लक. फिर आराम से मेहनत करो भाई, स्ट्रीमिंग बंद करो अभी. मैं तो बोलूँगा जाके सी कब है, संडे को है ना. मैं बोल रहा हूँ देखो, मैं तो डेली स्ट्रीम करता हूँ, ठीक है, और सारी स्ट्रीम्स वही हैं. थोड़ा हाँ रिफ्रेशिंग के लिए अगर आप आए हो तो ठीक है, बट भाई हार दो भाई, पूरी मेहनत कर लो. 3 दिन की बात है भाई, 3 दिन की भी बात नहीं है. आज का दिन तो निकल गया, 2 दिन है. संडे को तो एग्ज़ाम देनी है भाई. मैं तो बोल रहा हूँ जाओ, हार दो भाई. चलो यस, हस्सी अंडा चलेंगे भाई. यहाँ तो मौत होती है ना, आओ बकचोदी करते हैं. हेलो रेहान. सेंडा में तो मौत हो जाती है ना. थोड़ी सी जगह जा रहे हैं हम लोग. 10:56 लॉबी चैट. लॉबी चैट. एक लौंडा तो आया है. एक ही है आई थिंक. एक को तो पेल ही सकते हैं. छत पे उतर गया. मार मत मार मत मार मत मार मत. इसका तो एक तो रिलोड बंद हो जाता है. मारा छोड़. कौन सा दरवाजा खुल गया? साउंड ही नहीं समझ आ रही. मेरे को क्या लगा था मैं नूब हूं कोई. अपने आप को समझा क्या वो? हाँ क्या समझा वो? हाँ क्या समझा वो? आई एम. एक और आ रहा है. क्रेजी गेमर हूँ भाई मैं, वो रैट हूँ भाई मैं, रैट। ओ, मरने का टाइम आ चुका है। अरे लूट तो हमें कुछ चाहिए नहीं वैसे, हीलिंग उठा सकते हैं। चैट गेम चालू हो रहा तो बता देना। मैच स्टार्ट होगी। चैट मिस क्या ले रेहान? मैच स्टार्टेड चैट। डन है, चलो टाइम टू क्विट। शेयर जबरदस्त।
Prior there. Like they're never last. They're often, you know, top 3 first, sometimes 4th and 5th, but they still manage to find space and areas where they still get into a new compound. And
हम किधर हैं?
all right, we're fine. We have kind of this.
Oh, we are in the zone.
It doesn't come into like, sure, like myself, I love
We are in
playing
the
in a
zone.
where we
Diego
have the
map है,
perfect
Diego.
setup, but these guys are so good that
ये
they
race
can parry
track
anything.
नहीं, race track
We've
नहीं
seen
है
a lot of M249s. We've seen a lot of kind of prio guns where they still
Zone
make
में,
it work,
zone
and
में,
then you
zone.
kill one squad and boom, you take their stuff, right? That's really what.
Bunny, thank you so much for the member. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the member, Bunny.
Angle and Miramar, they've really figured those 2 maps out, though.
Yes, they have. And for these wild card ones, which I guess I can't. Can I call them wild cards anymore? So
Yes.
it means-
ये wild card है,
Yeah,
जोगा
okay,
bonito.
Okay, we can. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. Hooray! If you look at this circle and you look at the positions that have favoured other teams,
शादी हुआ है, पता नहीं
in
भाई,
these
जब
kinds of
होनी हो
spots,
जाएगी यार।
it's been S8UL, man. Like we have seen these circles come down on Tego. S8UL has taken these kinds of compounds. They've been able to roll with them. They've been able to get wins from here. I said it
समझ
before
रहे हैं,
they got
caster,
the
समझ
win
रहे हैं।
in the finals from this kind of circle, and then they got the win, admittedly against a bit of a wounded Virtus Pro. And I don't know. I think they can do it again. I think they're so good in this area, in these kinds of circles. So I'm keeping my eye on S8UL for this one.
BME
'Cause they need a
versus
bit of a
VP
bump up
versus Hive,
from the 8
BME
points they already have.
versus
Yeah, they can
Mogru.
hopefully do great here.
Oh,
my God, Nixie.
भाई।
Easy gets Mogar.
क्या कंट्रोल है भाई?
Now we're gonna see some more shots kind of evolve, and especially here in Godok
Jinx
and how
कर
everything is evolving. And I agree. You guys said the best. These team colors are catching me off guard, guys.
What happened?
What's with this switch up? But yeah, obviously with how everything is lining up, and especially Virtus Pro though, they had on the 3 maps they had on Tego, they had 41 points. Like they were so good on both Rondo and Tego. Obviously, one of them was against the Twisted Minds guys, and they had a rough one for that one. But yeah,
हमें एक early
and now
fight
here in
देखने नहीं मिल
Hosan,
रही भाई।
it's looking like it's gonna get locked down.
हमारी
but there's
early fight नहीं
so
देखने को मिल
many
रही है।
areas we can
Now we
really
are in the
pull up
zone
on,
ना,
and
तो
the
अब
southern side is
अब मेरे
now
को लग रहा है अब
occupied
end game ही
here by
देखने मिलेगा
Jordan
हमें। Until and unless someone pushes.
If they just kind of sit, hunker down.
Navi बहुत
against
pumped होगी भाई
Shield
अभी।
Wildcats, I think both teams could happily just sit there and reside there
Navi
for a little
बहुत
bit of
pumped
time.
होगी अभी।
And there's Navi, the
They'll be like,
absolute
they can kill
blenders
anyone.
of the lobby. 3,300 damage in the previous game. It's ludicrous how much this team can put out. And again, you know, you flick over to Fairist and it's like, oh yeah, he's done 340 damage. That's pretty decent. And then you keep.
Oh भाई, Howl versus Joe. क्या था? Bonito, JB भाई,
one of his best
हटिया।
kills, efficiency, and the steals that he had in the last game.
ओए, drive by,
Really good here.
TMO.
Now TMO. Hive is on the receiving end on so
भाई, आज
much
TMO
here, and
क्या
Heron
कर रही है
gets
भाई?
Schengen, yeah. Hive, that's so unfortunate for them
Hive
not
का तो
to be
game
able to
बजा दिया
catch
भाई।
on to Moya, but then again, James, nothing is done. Unless you're an Navi, nothing is done. I would even go as far as saying no slack here. With 3 more games to go, James, there is an like they're so easy to get in and get 5, 6, 7 more points, and they're going to become.
कौन सी pump water pump है? अरे भाई।
Yep, I think you're right. even technically.
हमने वॉरजोन का लाइनअप देखा, मेरे को
with
देखना है,
3
मेरे को
games
और
left, gonna be
डिटेल
able to make
निकालनी
this
है
work.
उनकी, क्या है,
As
क्या पास क्या
S8UL
अचीवमेंट्स है, वो
here
सब देखना है, देखता हूँ
kind
बैठ
of
के देखेंगे.
pottering on around,
बैठ
seeing
के
where they
देखते
want to go. I mean, technically on a circle like this, I'm very against the idea of like saying, okay, yeah, we're gonna go in Song Arm and just sit there for a second. It's like, no, I mean, let's
भाई,
go elsewhere
drop ले रहे
and
हैं.
see what's actually available to us.
Gang, they are
Alright, this is
taking
the
drop.
game. Oh, he left a Lynx.
Ooh,
That's
Lynx.
Huge gun to leave behind.
Who's
But
coming for it?
Effects maybe a pixelic. Or they could put it in the car if they have a US.
We have
Yeah,
some
they're getting
memberships going है
gobbled
यार.
up here, so
Like
that's
कर
gonna
दो,
be completely
subscribe कर
fine.
दो.
And also,
93.5 होने वाला है. Like and subscribe, like and
Swamp
subscribe.
is actually really great, especially as a first circle.
93.5, 94 के ज़्यादा better
connections to
लगेगा.
everywhere.
94
Like you can go anywhere in the next
94 के हो
circle,
जाएगा ना तो
no
ऐसा
matter
लगेगा
how
हम पास आ
horrendous
गए
it
भाई
is.
100 के.
And they're getting 3 out of their
क्या बोलते हो?
mind here.
Don't
We're
you think
talking
so?
multiple
Yeah,
3
they are.
vest, 3 helmets. Let's see how many guns they
James
end up
Bond in
getting here.
PUBG.
That's gonna be crazy.
Yo,
so
my
is this the game
bhai,
for construction?
क्या
We're currently
gang.
2 points in 2 games. Now we're in our 3rd game here, James. I said I think they're gonna do well here. They obviously didn't play as many scrims as
Cutely
maybe
बोलो.
some of the other teams.
Hello मेरे cuties, like
Guys,
कर दो,
come on.
subscribe कर दो.
But just one scrim to get warmed up against the same teams you're playing. We want to see that.
Need something, don't we? Need something here for the boys, because otherwise they're going to be languishing in playoffs only and no finals throughout the year. Unfortunately for them, if they don't change their ideas a little bit. But the other teams clearly hungry for it, clearly voracious for it in some instances, right? You see No Slack and kind of what they've been able to do so far. AXE with a ginormous body, but just a really small head.
मधुर with the 200 says, इरशाद उसके चेहरे पे इस कदर नूर था, उसकी याद में हमें रोना मंजूर था. बेवफा भी नहीं कह सकते हम उसको, मोहब्बत तो हमने की थी, वो तो बेकसूर था.
No Slack, we talked about it, like how well they're able to do in the last playoff. How well they're able to do in the last playoff.
क्या बात
They've been
है?
able to
वाह.
elaborate and capitalize on that.
वाह
once again,
मधुर,
right?
वाह.
These guys are smart.
मुझे लगा था
They're
कुछ
great
crazy
shooters.
end में
A little
होगा.
bit surprising to see how
बढ़िया था
well
यार ये
they're
तो.
actually doing as a team here. Maybe it's just because they
Crazy.
had an idea that PNC Finland might be back.
Madhu, thank you for the 200. Thank you
Yes,
so much.
okay, that makes a lot of sense. Yep, yes, it does. Also, it kind of that angle for IEXE reminds me of the Colossal Titan. The first time I saw the Colossal Titan in Attack on Titan.
Right.
But
Crazy.
Does he have a small head?
the
too?
weebs will get that. Don't worry.
Does he have a small head as well?
Does he what? Sorry.
Does he have a small head as well, that Colossus?
Yeah, well, yeah, he has a small head, but he's a ginormous Titan. He's
भाई अभी
very
तो पता है,
Right.
ये तुम लोग देख रहे हो वो EMEA की टीम्स हैं.
Almost
और
like,
ऐसा ही जो
some of the
प्लेऑफ
guys we
है,
have
जैसे कि
on
इसमें
some
16
teams,
टीम देख
there's
रहे हो
some really tall
ना, ऐसा ही
guys,
प्लेऑफ अलग भी चल रहा है.
sometimes
अमेरिकास का
that's
प्लेऑफ
not
चल रहा है.
really flying, though.
अमेरिकास
These guys have been flying a lot.
वहाँ पे भी भारी
They're
भारी
gonna be
टीम्स
flying
हैं.
out to PGS, to PNC,
मेरी चैट ऊपर गई.
and to Esports World Cup as well.
वहाँ पे Falcons है और दूसरी भी टीम्स हैं.
months here, so it's going to be busy.
100 Thieves होगी और बहुत सारी टीम्स होंगी.
So sitting here at home
मैप
playing
दिखा.
here in PEC is going to be great for them, and they're obviously enjoying that hometown. But it is stressful, especially playing a best of 5 here. Oh my God, Fairies, you found yourself.
भाई हम लोग
a high
स्प्लिट कितना
ground
है भाई,
spot
इधर और
and
इधर
duck
और
yourself.
इधर और बुशीडो
That's
वाइल्ड
an
कैट हमारे
illegal
करीब.
spot.
भाई
Someone's not going to be able to see that if there's nothing close to. Look at that. That's actually really an illegal
ये
spot.
क्या है?
He's got a bike too for cover.
ये क्या
What are
है?
we doing? Where are we going?
Whoa!
Whoa!
Falcons
Smallest
tour.
little jump of
Falcons
all
तो Falcons
time.
है
But at
भाई.
least he's got some speed coming off the hill. Look at him go.
So fast.
Wow.
E9
Back
भी
to the
yes.
coop, maybe get some loot
Nine.
here. Let's see.
Pack up the bike.
Oh yeah, okay. Maybe pick the bag in the car.
भाई उसने बाइक
That's
को
the
उठा
thing
ली.
though with the coop. When you have a
Shroud खेल
when you
रहा है.
have a
Shroud
bike in
PUBG
there,
PC की टोन
70
वो खेल रहा है.
capacity,
अमेरिका
the
से
coop
खेल
only
रहा
has
है.
100,
Yeah.
right? You only have space for one
ना
lane.
आने ना
Like the
हो.
coop can't really pack much. That's why I'm always driving UAC.
रात की रानी
the
दिन का
UACs
राजा,
are
लेते लेते पैसे
almost
कमाने हैं तो
unflippable,
रूम
and
नंबर
that's really,
625 में आ
on
जाओ.
par with
वाह,
both
वाह,
my
वाह,
drive and
वाह.
also my teammates. So go
Yep.
for the USs. And look at that southern shift, James. We're close to a
Gotta
swamp
remember
here.
though. He got that bike out of his bag.
तो
so
वहीं
he
के
took
वहीं
that
है
back
वैसे.
on in and he's good to go.
But
yes,
split
you're
up है
right,
भाई.
with this circle shift.
दो रोड के इस पार है, दो
far
रोड के उस पार है.
southeast, yeah, Swamp still in play, but again, S8UL man, the compounds that they are always in are dead center.
ऐसे चैट तुम लोग को वो नहीं दिखी है. मैंने नहीं बनाया, ये भाई ने लिखा था. Spill the Mama भाई ने लिखा था.
Spiro just hit
Oh,
example as well.
Navigator Twisted, no.
Also down.
Twisted
All
मारो
sides of the
भाभी को.
lobby at the moment
I'm in
going
support
down
to
one another
Twisted
here
भाई.
on this rotate.
They got absolutely rolled by Boost against Sparrow. What happened there? Wow.
नावी का एक जमा हो गया. नावी का एक जमा हो गया. लॉबी भेज दिया गया है.
Actually, only it's a big name to take out though, but here Tulin's coming down also. That's so unfortunate.
Twisted dead. Wiped. Last.
Navi getting 3 kills and
Twisted lobby.
going up against a team that's already qualified. That's what you get.
Which
Because
map
they
it
don't
is?
care.
Tego.
Obviously, sure, there's some PGC points on the line. You want to still do well.
Tego.
You want to kind of win the lobby, but with how far they are already, James, it's not a team you kind of want
Twisted का एक बंदा बच गया.
to drive by on like that. Because they're going to commit.
Sorry, did Hakatori just shoot Tullins out of the glider as well? But now
Yeah,
Twisted is
खत्म
gone.
हो गया.
They're
Twisted
out.
dead.
That's
Aduzi got 1 kill.
quickly as that.
Baron को
There
knock
is
finish डाल दिया.
nothing Virtus Pro of all teams to be able to shut them
S2G
down.
के Baron को knock
There's
finish
a
डाल
world,
दिया. Nice.
Martin, where I'm thinking to myself, right, because
Nice,
we've got
nice,
such
nice,
good quality
nice shot,
teams.
nice.
Navi,
Let's
PGS2
go.
champions. Virtus Pro, PGS3 champions.
We need some initial
Does Twisted
KPs,
Minds
initial
ever get
KPs
a look
going.
in again at number
Molo.
1? They should, right? They should, in theory. But we've just got such insane quality now at the top.
Yeah. It's not uncontested anymore.
S8UL में
It's
मैच जीत
actually
जाती तो
crazy
membership लूंगा.
how
ओह
good
ये
it
क्या बात
is.
होती है यार बॉस.
And you gotta
ओ भाई
punish it. And
नहीं
here
खेलना
they
है तुम्हें
get
गेम
punished.
दूसरी जगह दूसरे
Also
मैप
want
पे
to
उड़
see
के
some
जाओगे
teams
क्या?
punish the 2-2
What is
split
this?
though, James. We have
What is this?
S8UL and the 2-2 splits. We have
ये कौन सी
Germany
बिल्डिंग है
split
भाई?
into
क्रेजी
2.
बिल्डिंग
We
लग रही है भाई.
have, S2G also with some splits. No slack. There's so many teams, especially in phase 2. And that's kind of the tendency we saw the last play.
Twisted Mind का भी Russian roster.
I'm wondering
Not
if
too
people
sure.
are like, it's not really worth it. It's not worth it losing players for 4 versus 2.
Hey, why are you
because
flying?
someone else is just going to crash us. And that's really what the teams have been great
He's
at.
flying and
third-party
shooting as
crashes
well.
and- No, okay. The 2-2 splits are actually really worth it working out, especially in compounds. You can lock down
आज सरदर्द
as
बहुत
a
हो रहा
2-man,
है
especially the
आज
2
सुबह
ones that S8UL has on the lockdown right now.
सरदर्द का इलाज है.
Yeah, for those Western teams, though, I'm a little bit concerned. Like, if you're in Hosan Prison for now, yeah, okay, it's like the Red Keep, and you've got your dragons flying around up above it, like Mr. Stratos himself. But, like, you're going to have to move from there eventually. So that's, I guess, what your good old dragon in the sky is trying to do. Where are you going to be going next? And usually
I also live in
it's
Ahmedabad.
into the
Ahmedabad
swamp
वालों के
to
लिए
try and
meet
figure
and greet
something out.
by
You just see
newly extrovert
teams
Russia.
rotating behind them.
कर सकते
So
हैं?
they're making sure to fortify this location, push them off.
तो थोड़ा बेशर्म हो
Try and
गया
get
हूँ
rid
मैं.
of any encroaching armies, as they do try and move in on this, but
Construction worker
why is it
with
stuck
2
out?
points. Come on, this is the time you step up.
The best gun out of the
Let's
glider.
go. Check
Like a
guys.
high capacity DMR probably is the best one to do some damage and swap out. Although, oh my God,
Construction
Taylor takes
worker
tons of damage
versus
here. Big
TMO.
Trick finds, Justice.
और Nemesis मजे ले रहा है.
Construction workers in a bit of a fight here. Points going the way of construction workers. That's going to be a great nade. That's what I'm talking about. If you don't cook it, it might roll into these holes. There's a bigger one here now done.
Does that Nemesis guy know कि वहाँ पे
Nemesis
खड्डा बनाया हुआ है
just a
उसने?
little bit. This circle did pop away and kind of east on the
मैं बोलने वाला था
further
भाभी से बोल
side
दो
away
सर
from
दबा देंगे
swamp
फिर
though,
याद आया.
James. So now the teams on this
अब दवाई
west
खा
side,
लो.
they're going to have to figure out how they get into this next one.
All right, I'm bringing back an RTS term. If we
यार
ever see
भाई.
this, the cheeky little hole,
अहमद
the
भाई एकदम वो कर
Ferris
रहे
use
हैं.
that we just saw
एक
there as
शादी
well,
करनी चाहिए तुम्हें. Where are we?
it's turtling. We're
Turtling?
turtling
Okay,
from now on.
sure, yeah.
We're
Where are
camp
we?
spot, you're ducking your head in, it's turtling.
Oh, we are
What do you
here.
think?
Yeah, I agree.
We are fighting against Navi. Navi is getting sandwiched. Boost is down.
That's huge.
Fear is down.
All right, back to the
We got
big
kill.
compound where we saw
Good, we
S8UL
got
have
a
some
kill.
success from. These guys, they know how to play from here. And also, now
Nice.
that they're all strong, this is going to be a big game for them. I'm looking at double
W.
kills potentially, top 2, top 3 here.
Oh भाई
takes
हाईमैन
him
मार
and
दिया.
him down.
कैटर.
That's huge. To
Cater.
get some points on the way
Cater.
of Ascend, and TMO losing players
Incendiary.
early on is not good.
अंदो चार्ट
No,
देखते
it's
क्या
not.
सीन है. बाहर लड़े जोन के बाहर
What are you
लड़े.
going to be doing and then coming in from this side a little bit later, trying to find a direction that they can
अगर
go
इस मैच
for.
में चिकन आया तो
As
इजी क्वालीफाई है. Let's see,
Like
let's see,
T-Bone
let's
was
see
trying to
gang,
scout
let's see
out what
gang.
Nemesis is doing on the south side of that. Ketter actually does take down He-Man completely.
Oh,
so,
we got
Quincy
S2G
though,
का
and
CC
Vitality
next
want a bit more points.
knock.
Didn't get really much in that last game.
Do
here,
we
but
get a
they've got
confirmation?
themselves- yes, the compound that no doubt 3 or 4 teams are going to try and inhabit, and then eventually everybody.
Oh, we got a confirmation. We jumped to top
That's the
7.
Hail Mary compound. Everyone knows.
Yeah.
Like, if you have the northern side though in this circle is good because you can deny the teams from the south and from the other side of the road.
Like दबा दो,
It's,
subscribe दबा दो, share दो,
isolated
like and
by the
subscribe.
road alone, right, in the kind of intersection. So that's gonna be good. We've saw,
Like and
we've seen them
subscribe.
with this feels like a replay, James. You know, this feels like a replay from the area that we've seen here before. With S8UL being here, Vitality being in the
Yeah.
spot here.
भाई हमारे को दिखाओ ना यार थोड़ा खेलते
Let's
हुए.
see if these
Boys
guys
को
are gonna be
दिखाओ
able
ना
to
थोड़ा
dig
खेलते हुए.
themselves out, Sheila. He's turtling, James. He's turtling.
Okay, he's turtling. He's turtling. I mean,
भाई ये क्या अनलिमिटेड होता है क्या? मारते रहो, खड्डा खोदते रहो.
it's okay for the moment. He's got a little bit of cover. Oh, but that car. Okay, move away,
भाई.
move away, and then back into your hole.
मेरी तो गांड ही फट जाती थी गाड़ी में आग लगी होती ना तो.
A wider hole now that he doesn't have cover.
मैं तो
from this
दूसरे
side.
पत्थर पे
Get on
भागता.
with it here, Sheila. I do think that
Sheila.
it's in a good spot right now because it's not too strong. But if they buff the pickaxe, or you're able to do a double swing or a wide swing, or hold it down for to dig yourself a deeper hole there, that would be crazy. Also, no slack. Also knows this area.
ये बना देगा खुद.
This western side.
ओ भाई AWM मारिए नेमेसिस वाले को. अच्छा है नेमेसिस को पे लो. नेमेसिस का भाई एक ही बंदा रह गया. गया बेटे गया. नेमेसिस इज गेटिंग. नेमेसिस इज गेटिंग स्टॉर्म्ड. ओ ये टेम्पो. अरे किला क्या है? किला क्या है? किधर किला? ये भाई बेचारा.
But now in the second playoff,
वो टीबोन भाई आ गए पीछे से.
struggling. Oh, that cook would have been.
टीबोन उतार दिया.
Killer guy goes down.
Yep, not bad at all. Not bad at all.
1v2.
Oh, shut down
crazy.
stage here. Do throw
Oh,
double forwards here.
yeah.
Good stuff. Maybe it'll get the res up straight
Crazy,
away.
bhai.
Love the ripples on the water. It's one of my favorite things about the explosives.
You
But
mega
anyway,
tempo.
I forgot that the hybrid scope.
कंस्ट्रक्शन वर्कर 4 KP निकाल चुके हैं. लुकिंग फॉर मोर. 4 बंदे अलाइव हैं उनके टीम में.
Stray away
क्रेजी.
from it. Yeah.
I don't like it. I think that it's a 4x
Wait.
instead of a 2.5.
Construction worker is doing construction?
Originally is.
Yeah.
I think it's wrong. Keta finds Vat though. Ascend is trying to defend just a little bit here. Fex is sending it out, and construction workers is really trying to have their.
आज हम लोग यहाँ पे ये दोनों को
game here,
वाइप
but
करते थे
being a
आके.
little bit denied by the Ascend guys. Losing Vat now is not great. Now we'll have to see what. Oh, Fex finds it.
Bro, construction worker looking strong, man.
And as we see this kind of swing around, it's going to be an easy flush as well onto its Chris.
This team looking strong, man.
In front of the nade forwards here. There was always going to be this fight.
एक जमा हो गया लेकिन इनका.
Keta 98. This
कंस्ट्रक्शन वर्कर का एक बंदा जमा हो गया है. लॉबी भेज दिया गया है.
Pump someone full of holes with it. Such a brutal gun to have to go up against.
बंदे पे AWM है, वो नेड कुक कर रहा है.
This
Boom.
could be their road to redemption. Nade forwards.
But almost.
With one no, but nail up.
Almost Ascend का कैटल ले गया था भाई.
Response there from nail.
Crazy था ये तो.
Down to 30 HP. Great
Crazy
effort
था
there
भाई
from
ये
Nail.
तो.
We're able to turn around. Construction workers really turning
Crazy.
this game around for them. Them up to 9 points here, just 2 points away from that cutoff. But S8UL.
You seen the S8UL?
Bushido Wildcats is looking strong with full 4 men alive here from their spot as well. Especially them being able to kind of
थोड़ा सा observer का वो POV थोड़ा सा laggy
was
सा
that
है
a
ना.
mistake, especially with this western shift here? Was that a mistake for them to leave it, or does Pixelic have a greater spot to kind of?
When is your
turn
PUBG
on and do
PC
things here? But
PUBG
let's
PC
see, Nodi,
esports debut इसके बाद दिखाता
Jorito
हूँ.
might be
ये
able
गेम
to
खत्म
try
होने
and
दो तो मैं
ask,
दिखाता
is this a
हूँ.
play for holes inside
myth
the field, or is that TMO? Oh yeah.
I mean,
probably
it's aimed towards the Mythov, but at the same time, you could use it as your next checkpoint if you're able to get rid of them, right?
Yeah.
So I guess it's twofold.
क्या खड्डा हो रहा है भाई इसके लिए.
In terms of the play.
Crazy
The
भाई.
thing is that the 2 south members of Yoga Benito are actually able to scout that out pretty decently.
Yeah.
But Slavson is joined them up now.
BP able to find themselves a spot inside this eastern side here, but there's a lot of players in this eastern side of this hill here. So now we're going to see a little bit of a utility rain coming towards this. Lookarox goes down with the Dragonov from Getrox's hands. That's Vitality turning on a little bit. This is actually a perfect circle to do that Hail Mary we're talking about towards the Vitality compound, because it's still in on the southern side and enables you to play just a little bit.
जिसको देखो वो खड्डा खोदने में लगा है ना.
X8UL has actually spread themselves out across what is
हमारे प्लेयर्स की तो POV नहीं दिखा रहे
south
भाई.
side of the road. So technically, you
अभी
can
भी.
see sometimes people actually hit that and actually dislodge
Slack
them.
going down.
It's a bit difficult to sometimes
दो
reinforce
बंदे
even on
knock.
what is technically the same side of the road.
एक जमा हो
But
चुका
needs
है.
to go forwards against Noddy, who's found himself
दो बंदे
the
remaining.
absolute usual
AUL ने Slack
column
वालों
that
की
people do
बैंड
go
बजा
to.
दी.
We saw X8UL in the past. Get taken
Besto
away.
got
There,
mortar
Besto He's
kill.
got it clocked in, dialed in on the range, and knows exactly
बट ये वाला
how to
किल
hit
हमें
that
मिलेगा
corner.
नहीं.
And
ये
Noddy
वाला
will
किल
be the
मिलेगा नहीं
sacrifice
हमें
for
लग
it.
रहा है. एक और मोर्टार से किल मिल सकता
Really good
है.
accuracy with
नहीं.
that one. A little bit further right, he might be able to get the flush too. You're going for the rest. Yeah, that's some
ओए वहाँ
great
गिरा दे
accuracy
Besto
to try to take down Diogo Benito. But there's still 3 standing now.
Kill नहीं
Nades
मिलेगा
comes in
जादी
from
वाला.
BP. They're
कोई.
capitalizing on this one here.
Odin.
That's
Slack
a great
out.
Molotov as well. Straight on Kastral, and he's straight on to Nodi.
Blackout हाउल खा गई भाई.
Trying to shut this down and then make a play in here.
VP
from this
pushing
east
JB.
side. Nix is going very aggressive on this right hand side as well. Trying to shut it down. Thought he was down and now he's completely gone here. And it goes forward
वो
against
VP
Nix.
के लिए भी अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है ये चीज.
Simon, Yogamanito not going to take this lying down at all.
भाई they gave a fight bro. Aduzi down.
They know it's going to be desperate times here at the moment. Currently dancing into that blue
Aduzi
zone.
कैसे down हो गया?
Shut down directly with the M249.
Yeah, able to get a few kills here. VP might be on the receiving end here for this one, but still being able to get the 4 kills they've had so far. It's huge. Slaven.
भाई VP के लिए भी भारी पड़ गया भाई. JB ने क्या कर रहा है भाई ये? रिवाइव हो गया, Aduzi रिवाइव हो गया. But JB ने क्या फाइट दी है भाई VP को? That's crazy भाई.
One more. That's 5 for them, and it's a decent salvage game to turn things off with a little bit of a turtle side hole here for him. Can he have a little bit of a pause before he's gonna?
VP का एक ही बंदा रह गया. Beamy.
Yeah, what's interesting while this has all been going on is how teams have played out of that compound.
JB
that we were
खेल
talking
रही है
about,
भाई
right?
team.
Like the Vitality as well as S8UL. S8UL actually used the mortar and then pushed on that position very aggressively, where this is on that south side and Vitality.
ये भी आ नहीं पाएगा. Beamy भी आ नहीं पाएगा zone.
Alongside a ridge as well towards
Crazy
the middle
Nate,
of the circle.
Sheila.
So we saw in playoffs day 3.
गया.
This map
Beamy be
saved
down.
Vitality, and for S2G,
VP
they're not
out.
being saved at all. Virtus Pro shuts them down on that side, and Beamy goes down to the blue as well. So everyone's just dying off over there. It's not too much of a surprise.
Now we can
considering how
pick
many
kills
teams were
off.
congested on that east side, right?
Yeah.
Top की teams
kind of
गई हैं.
expected from what they were able to kind of lock down so
Yeah.
far, but yeah, how trying to make a little bit of a dash forward, trying to get in here. Vitality looking good too.
बाडिया साहब ने team बढ़िया वाली है.
It could be backstabbed by either Howl or Exile at this point, obviously, or Viz.
Bro, what is going
So
on?
let's see what they get out of this one here. This circle though was important though for construction workers games.
ये लोग तो दिखा नहीं रहे.
Does they? Is this the game we talked about? Do they kind of enable themselves to get into a spot where they can
Where
get
are
some
we?
more points and maximize?
अब हमें भी zone आना
Push
पड़ेगा.
themselves into
Bushido
this
Wildcats
that
वाले
is
इस तरफ ही आ
our
रहे हैं.
cutoff for day 1 to
और
get
ये क्या
into
cover
the
वो
finals
supply
next
drop
week
मंगाया
as
है
well.
शायद.
Yeah, it's a good question, right? Swamp's still in. Technically, they still have a bit of an anchor position as well with the 2-1 split. Nail's
अरे
only left in the position. And actually, they do see
भाई
Dante as
अभी
well, so
चले
they
लेना
actually
चाहिए.
respond to that very, very well.
I feel like अभी चले जाना चाहिए.
That's everybody on their west side completely eliminated unless Bushido Wildcats looks
भाई
to go for a
zone
wraparound on that west side. I do wonder, has Pixelic and whoever
मंगाया.
else is with him actually... Okay, they've dug a little bit of a position here.
risk है.
Because I think... Yeah, I think they're in such an insane spot. You should reinforce it as fast as possible with a bit of digging, no?
Yeah, I think so. But there's a limit. You cannot continue to go like deeper and deeper, right? You can dig.
No, I
into
mean sideways.
Oh, sideways. All right. So you want to kind of around the
Bit of a trench.
hole. Yeah, you could do that maybe. Maybe be able to get them up, get a spot there. But Pixelic
भाई
finds
हम लोग
maybe.
को zone नहीं मिलेगा.
Now some teams try to send it. Howl trying to get into the
बहुत भारी
southern
पड़ेगा
side.
हमें
Yeah,
zone.
really want to get a hold from the self here. Milkup did get and steal.
गाड़ी में
the
ना
point
उतर
here
जाए
from
हम
Ryu.
लोग
That's
बस.
a great kind of spot for them to get into and also steal a point away from construction workers.
Arm in hand for Fex. This is an incredibly important game, as you mentioned. Wait, double arm. Ooh, okay. They decided to have everything from
गाड़ी
the
में
spread
उतर
prior, I
जाएंगे
guess. And now
यार. I
S8UL
knew
going
it.
for a dash themselves here from the compound that's normally going to be able to pay them huge dividends.
Ilfez भी
Nomad
गया.
somehow survives all of the cars driving past the Great Migration, the herd here moving.
किधर?
S8UL doesn't know where they're going. Okay, they're just driving around for everything. What is happening?
That's crazy. Bushido Wildcats are able to scoop that one up here, getting a few points for them. That's 4 great points and some placements already here. Shots now coming out from X-Howl here. They are on the southern side with 6 kills, still with some cars available, some shields too. Levante finds Millman. Now we're in the top 5, and the teams are really capitalizing this one so far. And it's all the teams that's kind of on our cutoff. They might all end up pushing out VP, maybe even Ascend at this point.
Yeah,
सब पे जाके मरे हम लोग. सब पे थोड़ा मार खाइए
found
सब पे
themselves
जाके.
what is effectively a little bit of a turtle spot down in the middle. And here comes Code Marco crashing into the position here of construction workers. Sees them in the distance, goes for some shots. Crossbow starts doing something, gets nail up, goes for another spray on the south side, but at the same time,
भाई ये
reinforcements
zone
coming
की
from
वजह से
the
बहुत
backside here from construction
वो है
workers.
भाई.
But they're gone as Medabay is able to shut it all completely down with Pixelic on that south side. Brilliantly dislodged. I thought that they were going to be the team to try and dislodge the side. And somehow themselves here decided to have one game, as you mentioned. Prior, I guess, and now
What if we
S8UL going for a dash
इधर right से
themselves
मार
here from the
देता, इधर
compound.
left से मार
Normally,
देता।
gonna be able to pay them huge dividends. Millman somehow survives all of the cars
यहाँ
driving
पे
past
ये
the Great
मार
Migration, the
देते।
herd here moving.
यहाँ पे
S8UL
DW
don't
मार
wanna go. Okay,
देता।
they're just driving around for everything. What is happening?
कुछ कर नहीं सकते थे, जगह भी नहीं थी कहीं। बट वो ये कि या तो फिर ऐसे टाइम पे तो फिर किसी पे स्टॉर्म करना चाहिए था। Rather looking for a
Yeah, this is a big
location, we
push as
should
well.
have
They knew
stormed
that technically
someone.
here,
किसी को दूर से knock finish
Wildcats,
डाल के उस पे चढ़
yes, you
जाते।
made a great push against construction workers, but that has pinned you into a corner with
tough
this
था
move.
ये तो।
Snail Cop actually doing a
जगह
lot
नहीं
of
थी।
damage here with the
या तो हमें
mini as
किसी को
well.
knock
How
करके
is
उस पे
fanning
storm
out on
करना
this?
चाहिए था।
This is a perfect play by them to
ये
just
zone
try
आने में
and
time था अभी।
completely seize
That would have
control
been
of
the
this
best
circle whilst these
best
two
way।
teams
एक
fight in
फाइट
the
तो
corner.
लेनी पड़ती।
Now Flores as well with the backfill.
ये देखो ना अभी भी जोन के बाहर है। इतनी देर तो हम भी सरवाइव करते हैं।
Now shots are coming out from Flores, X8UL here, and a little bit of the
बट हम लोग इतनी देर तो सरवाइव करते हैं अभी, अगर लेट मूव करते हैं या तो फिर लेट मूव करते हैं। We could have waited।
Marco, he's just hiding down this dip in between them.
ये वाला जोन अब आ रहा है।
Hammering shots towards each other. Now Vitality is going to be running towards him. And look, Marco finds one. That's going to be a little bit of a thorn in
तीन
the
से
side
चार बार
of
गेम में ना
Vitality.
गाड़ी से मरे हैं, गाड़ियों से।
I've got to say, is Turkey back in full force? Not S2G, unfortunately for them, but X8UL as well as Bushido Wildcats
ये तो
doing
बहुत टफ हो रहा
God's
है,
work
ये
at the
बहुत टफ
moment
हो
for
रहा
this
है।
one.
छी,
Looking like they're getting a ton of
जोन
points.
ने साथ नहीं
Vitality
दिया भाई,
though,
एंड में जोन धोखा दे
say,
गया।
we saw them
पूरा
win some
गेम जोन का फिर आया
fantastic
एंड में धोखा
takeovers
दे गया गेम।
in the last 2 weeks. Can they
चलो कोई नहीं, दो
win
games अभी भी हैं।
another? Only 4 kills go
एक
their way.
good game
X8UL
चाहिए
with
बस,
the 9
एक
at the
20
moment here,
pointers चाहिए।
able to completely lambast everyone down on that south side. As now Vitality is going to make a bigger swing.
हाँ, fight
Levante
लेके
moving
मरते
forwards
या
here.
तो फिर लेट
Utility
पुश
gonna try and
करते
cover him whilst he's making that move. As more reinforcements coming forwards, Quizzy with a massive nade here, and Levante with a follow-up. That is X8UL getting absolutely decimated upon arrival.
Yeah, we're down to just Odom Avezi. He might have 5 kills here, but that feels like it's it for X8UL here. Vitality have done everything. Still 4-man strong here. This is the Vitality we know and love. Look at that. A few more kills, few more flushes to be able to be had. Oh, that's a perfect boost from to push him out. Shots coming in. There's no denying this,
Nice.
though. Jammer pack on
Got the flush.
Yeah, that's huge. He got the points. That's huge for X8UL here, though, James. But that is Vitality getting an 8-kill victory and a chicken dinner to close this one out here. And this is probably their qualification game. What a great push for them.
It ain't going to take them 3 days this time around. Team Vitality comes out swinging to make sure that they do not have to go through the rigmarole that they had to 2 weeks ago. Let's get Mark back in. Talk about this game. This was, it was time to Tego in a big way, Mark.
It was time to take go. We've got to talk about Turkey, boys. I'm sorry. We've got to come back to that. But Vitality.
या मूविंग लेट नहीं, 2 गेम है भाई अभी, 2 गेम में तो आराम से एक चिकन डिनर आ गया तो मतलब खत्म है भाई गेम, क्वालीफाई। एक डिनर चाहिए, एक डिनर चाहिए या तो फिर 15 पॉइंट के आसपास का चाहिए। हैं नहीं यार, ठीक है। वाइटैलिटी पागल हो गई। देखते अभी एंड में क्या है स्कोर, कल देख लूँगा। मॉर्टल है, मॉर्टल भाई का बर्थडे आज और रियल वेट, आज मॉर्टल का बर्थडे यार। आई थिंक मैं लास्ट टाइम मॉडल के बर्थडे पे नहीं, बूट कैंप पे तो नहीं था मैं भाई। टाइम फ्लाइज ब्रो, कितना टाइम हो गया भाई हमें, टाइम फ्लाइज भाई।
Northern side here, but Vitality, the 18 points they're able to have from this
18
game,
point
and
लाए हैं।
how they're able to leapfrog into these next circles here, staying 4
लोग के
guys
4
alive,
पॉइंट
taking
आए हैं।
massive control when they had to was really beautiful.
हम लोग या तो
So,
एंड गेम
well done
रोटेशन
to them.
मारते हैं
Yeah,
ना,
just a few more points and I think they might
तो
be
शायद
safe. But now
और
it's the
2-3
race
प्लेसमेंट
for who
पॉइंट ही आ
gets
जाते हैं।
16 PGC points if you're able to take first.
Yeah, it's weird this one because it's not just the north side of that compound that paid its dues really, Mark, because X8UL was in there as well. And the south side managed to hold off anybody kind of coming their way too, and then get themselves 10 kills from it as well. Is Turkey making a bit of a resurgence for you as well? Watching X8UL and Bushido do so well here.
ये UFO में क्यों पी रहा है?
They need to, right?
What do you mean UFO?
Yeah,
भाई?
I think for me, phase number 1 for PEC Spring was you kind of
बूट कैंप पे थे व्लॉग कर, अबे हाँ बूट कैंप पे था सब है।
through strong qualifications, but it didn't quite get it, did we? We saw glimmers.
नहीं,
of it.
मॉडल की बर्थडे का तो
Definitely
दिखाया
feels like they're back here for
मॉडल
phase
की
2.
बर्थडे का करा था।
Okay,
happy,
we
yeah.
have 37 points for Navi, 30 points for
भाई देखो
Team
अब टॉप 8 में
Vitality,
18 पॉइंट मतलब
getting a
हमारे
bit
12
spicy
पॉइंट तो
now
हैं।
with only 2 games remaining here,
I think
Martin.
एक गेम से ही ऊपर आ
With
जाएंगे।
this, that's
We just need
Vitality's,
one game, भाई।
game done and dusted here. 30
Yeah.
plus points is safe, but look at how close it is for Reynolds. Even with Team Nemesis.
बट
with
हाँ
6
भाई
points,
वो
you're
फर्स्ट
only
आने का
12
जो
points up
पीजीसी
to
पॉइंट्स मिला था ना हमको
one great
लास्ट
game qualifies
प्लेऑफ
here,
में,
and that's going to be your
वो थोड़ा
focus.
मुश्किल लग रहा है। उसके लिए
Because
दोनों
you
अच्छी गेम
cannot
चाहिए हमें।
rely on the rest of it. Obviously, 2 more games to go, but still, guys, teams that should be on top but isn't, as we see Odin Mavesi here with the top damage and top kills.
Nice.
That's great, but teams that should be at the top
ये
compared
कौन है
to
भाई?
what we saw last
Howl?
week's Nemesis, Twisted Minds, they're not present up there, and we should really be seeing their contesting at that very top.
You know, Pixelix got the headgear for all this new meta as well, Mark. I think that, technically speaking, they should be awesome with the pickaxe, no?
I just saw that, made me chuckle. Only Pixel would do that and get away with it. Absolutely love
He
it.
just like
right
royal
here. And
family
they came
from UK.
construction workers. I think they were sleeping. Game number 1, game number 2, but actually definitely a pick up here for game number 3. So good play, but there are a lot of teams that are on that cut-off point. Even a team like Virtus
भाई मुझे
is
ऐसे
on
ही
that
यार।
cut-off point. A team which
It's
I
been
would
like
have
I've been
near it,
drinking tea
for
like
day
this
number
for all my
1, but
29
one
years.
game will turn things around potentially.
Yeah, our team focus for this one was on no slack, and as we take
Oh,
a look
we
at
are
how they
12.
were able to try and play this out, a little bit difficult from that south side here to make something work.
But हो जाएगा,
EXE
हो जाएगा, हो
doesn't
जाएगा।
have the
हो
headgear
जाएगा, I feel like हो
for
जाएगा।
this for this new meta here, Martin. With
I think
his
अभी break
flaming
होगा थोड़ा
hat.
सा। हो जाएगा चैट, हो जाएगा, टेंशन नहीं लो। आज कर लेंगे, मेरे को लग रहा है आज ही कर लेंगे क्वालीफाई। Me also drink tea like this. Yeah, yes. Best way. इसमें you can like drink गरम चाय भी। देसी स्टाइल। मैं दिखाता हूँ तुम लोग को हैवी गेम प्ले, हैवी गेम प्ले दिखाता हूँ मैं तुम लोगों को, देखो। फिर चैट अभी आरपी में क्या हो रहा है? गाड़ियाँ बिकी, क्या चल रहा है मामला? शहजादे रिएक्ट करना था, मैं ऑलरेडी देख चुका हूँ यार, मतलब देखने के बाद वापस रिएक्शन तो क्या ही रिएक्शन होगा। जल्दी ठंडी हो जाती है चाय वैसे पीने में, हाँ, बट गरम भी पी सकते हो, मतलब लाइक वो पियो तो गरम हो जाती है। भाई हम लोग अगर मैसा लेंगे ना तो उसका यल्ला प्लेट रखेंगे, यल्ला। तो एक हो जाएगी यल्ला और एक हो जाएगी हबीबी, यल्ला हबीबी। कहाँ है हॉट ड्रॉप चैट? ये कौन सा मैप है? ये कौन सा मैप है? अभी खेला था ना हम लोगों ने, अभी देखा था ना? नहीं, ये तो अलग है। ये रोंडो है क्या चैट? यूलिन चलते, यूलिन। भाई मैं भी खड्डा खोद दूंगा। भाई बंदे आ रहे हैं तो बहुत। ये क्या स्मोक ग्रेनेड क्यों है? गोली खत्म हो गई क्या? मत सोचो, गोली खत्म हो गई। ये क्या चीज़ है? क्यों करना है मेरे को ये? Oh baby, that was gas. That was gas. सना कर दिया मैंने उसको। भाई समझ ही नहीं आ रहा था, बॉट नहीं था भाई वो। भाई समझ ही नहीं आ रहा था, पता है मार तो मैं उसको बहुत ही पहले देता, बट मेरे को साउंड ही नहीं समझ आ रही थी। बॉट नहीं था चैट वो, वरना वो इतना भी नहीं मारता। क्या करूं, गोली नहीं है। बॉट नहीं था भाई, बॉट नहीं था, वरना इतना भी नहीं मारता भाई। वो पीक कर रहा था भाई बार बार। हेटर हो भाई तुम लोग। मेरे पे आई क्या गोली? Bro, you play so good, you should play for VP. I know, right? आपको फिल्फर्स की जगह ट्राई करना चाहिए। आई नो राइट। वो जैमर बैक। चलो चैट, पुश टाइम। वैसे टेक्निकली देखा जाए तो मेरे पास 5 की एमो नहीं है। मैच कब स्टार्ट हो रहा है? थोड़ी देर में हो रहा रहेगा, बता देना स्टार्ट हुआ, चैट में बता देंगे लोग। आई थिंक आई शुड लूट दैट गाय, इससे मुझे थोड़ी सी गोली मिल जाएगी 5 की। मुझे क्यों लग रहा है कोई कैंपर है भाई। कहाँ मारा मैंने इसको? गोली नहीं है यार। Hey, what is this? Oh, I think that was a bot chat. हाँ चालू बताना. I think this was a bot chat. I think this was a bot chat. Does this game have like bots? मार चोट स्मोक में मार दिया. ओए मैं वही बोलूं, मुझे कुछ आवाज आ रही थी, पता है मुझे कुछ आवाज आ रही थी भाई. मैं बोल रहा था ना, मैं इसलिए देखा भी था इधर. पीटी कैम करता है साला बॉट. लड़ नहीं सकता मेरे से. हाँ कितना बॉट इंसान है भाई. भाई ये कितना नूब था भाई. पता है एक गोली अगर मेरे को मारता नहीं है, गेम बजा देता मैं इसका. गेम बजा देता भाई. क्या सीन है चैट? मैच नॉट येट स्टार्टेड.
Problem that we saw from last week, right? Teams qualify through, especially on day one.
नहीं हुआ.
All the big dogs just go, give or take, right? A couple did sneak their way through. It doesn't happen today. It's going to be hard for these teams. We have to inject more teams based on what they qualified on to.
Well, it seems the whole code has been provided free of charge for all of those cheeky lucky people watching Fortnite. So good job.
PUBG PC का सेटिंग दिखाओ ना भाई. कुछ नहीं है भाई, डिफॉल्ट है. नहीं है, स्टार्ट नहीं है अभी तक.
No treasure hunting for you guys, even though I'm a big fan of treasure hunting.
नॉट स्टार्टेड येट चैट. 93.5 हो गया. शेयर गाइस, सब्सक्राइब दबा दो एक और बारी. अभी इतना जल्दी नहीं सेलिब्रेट करेंगे, थोड़े से और 10 एक सब्स बढ़ने दो, फिर सेलिब्रेट करेंगे 93.5 को. तब तक के लिए सब्सक्राइब दबा दो. चैट कैसा खेले भाई? अच्छा खेले ना, अच्छा खेले ना चैट. कितने डे का है क्वालिफिकेशन? 3 दिन. अच्छा खेले भाई हम लोग. व्हाट इज दिस? मैच आया, मैच चालू हुआ. नहीं अभी तक नहीं हुआ. आई थिंक 3 गेम के बाद ये लोग ब्रेक लेते हैं. ओए 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 What position have to get in order to qualify? टॉप 8 आना है आज के दिन में टॉप 8 आना है. स्कूल ड्रॉप. गेम चालू हुआ? नो गेम नहीं चालू अभी तक. नॉट येट. अगर पहले दिन क्वालिफाई हुआ तो सिर्फ बाकी तो नहीं, दूसरी बैच आएगी. तो आज अगर क्वालिफाई हो गए तो हम फिर करेंगे सीधा नेक्स्ट वीकेंड को वॉच पार्टी. गाइस 1 के लाइक होने वाले हैं. 8 मोर लाइक्स रिमेनिंग. दबा दो एक बार. हो जाए चैट, हो जाए. वी आर एट नंबर 12 राइट नाउ. हमें 8 आना है. इलेवन 43 लॉबी नहीं 1140 लॉबी. started. Then a share. Match started. Done share. चलो आओ. अंधाधुन घुस जाते हैं. कहाँ हैं लोग? Where's the guy? Hey man. Somebody shot me. And I see one guy. There's one more. Gonna wipe the shit. And there's a guy here. Alright, match kicking अब. आ जाओ chat, let's go gang.
Oh wait, Denmark's not in the World
How
Cup.
do you know that? Okay.
Because I remember listening to Minnie get sad when his team lost.
Right. Yeah, we
थक
didn't
भाई
qualify
Watchparty
this time,
और
that's
कर रहे हैं
fine.
यार. Hello.
Denmark's not going absolutely
Go
ham
PUBG बंद
everywhere,
करने दो.
so that's fine. We're good. You know what? You know what World Cup we're in though? We're in
गेम स्प्रे तो है.
PNC.
भाई ये क्वालिटी को क्या सीन है आज?
Yeah, Denmark's in there. Ham everywhere, so that's
आज
fine.
क्वालिटी
We're
का
good.
क्या सीन है भाई?
You know what World Cup we're in though? We're in PNC.
Okay.
Yeah, Denmark's
All
in there.
right, let's see where we
Great
dropped.
then. The UK is too. I mean, you know.
Yeah,
we've
look
won it
how
before, so.
that's going for you. So.
Oh, we got T-Bone.
Yeah, but we have
He's-
the two top Danish players, one PAS and one PC. Oh, Gustav and Bibi, it's crazy.
We are
I know, it's a
rotating
slight
to the
problem.
zone.
Yeah. No, it's good though, and Ket are doing good as well here.
We are
on this
rotating in
end.
the zone.
Yeah.
दो matches
Yeah,
remaining है. ये fourth
Yeah,
match है.
it's, I'm actually really happy with how everything is lined up so far for the Danish guys.
आज reverse jinxing power use
grinding
नहीं
it.
की
I
है.
played
आज
some
इतने
rank
नीचे
with him
कैसे?
obviously as well. He is
Yeah.
so good with the bolt. It's disgusting. Ferris with a drive by
Oh, you missed the aim, bruh.
Simon though, but there's some backup coming in, and Hagatar gets
But
Simon
backup
out
है
there
भाई
on the
Navi का.
losing
Navi
players.
का
Not a
backup.
good
Navi
side
ने
for
last
them, and I really
last
pulled up here and look shot. So
last
it's gonna be
day
a little
of
bit
finals
difficult
के
for
बाद जो
them,
करा है
and
ना
Ferris
भाई.
gonna be safe and sound with a little bit of a smoke. So scary
Yeah,
team to
yeah.
have up in
कहते
this
हैं bot
spot
lobby
here.
bot
That
lobby
is
नहीं दिया
basically the spot
You
that
saw people
everyone
dropping. You
tries
don't
to
see
get in and
bots
around to.
dropping.
Yeah,
You don't see bots dropping.
Really good stuff here by
Bot
Navi to be able to put
spawns.
themselves there. I will say just for the PNC Denmark team, I think a fantastic lineup. No,
इसके बाद
you
एक
know,
match बाकी.
all
वो
jokes
VP
aside,
और हम लोग
fantastic lineup.
we are like
Just a
crossing.
shame about the coach from last year. I think that if
We
they
are
got
sending
that
it in
right,
the zone.
maybe they'd have a better time.
That could be better as well. You know, they there's many situations where he could have been doing other
player,
things.
bot
but
player,
he
वो
decided
player,
to get-
not
player
up
ही
to-
bot है.
Not up to the cut, I
He
think.
decided to get them into the final. You know, we were in there, we were bottom, and then we did beamy things, and we got in there. Great things.
Then a C4.
It was awesome to see. Yeah, no, I don't want to talk about that. Him and don't C4 us again, you absolute maniac. I don't want to see that. It was also on this map, by the way. I
ये
still
ऊपर का
call
time
it
6
dynamite,
minute.
that
अच्छा
compound.
map
It's
को
crazy.
time हो गया.
I wonder why. Yeah.
ओए बाबू ट्री
Alright,
तोड़ते
well,
जा रहे
okay,
हैं.
Alright, enough of making fun of Avenger. Sorry. It has to happen every so often.
good, it's good.
Basically every day.
We're gonna
I'm sorry.
stay here.
Say it again.
ये क्या है?
We can talk about Ronda. All these teams, of course, it takes them a little while to get going. Just
Hey,
one
what
or
is
two
this
kills
time
here or there, not
to
too
use your
much.
special
We're gonna
ability,
do our
Adil
little,
bhai?
cheeky podcast for them, also waiting for these teams to rotate on in. And there's actually quite a few rotating in wide. The Mythop hasn't even moved.
I don't
from
know
their
what to
jump
jinx,
location
bro.
all the
Fight
way
होने दो,
southwest,
जब
which
jinx
makes
करूँगा,
me
किसी की
think
fight होने दो.
This might be an emergency pickup angle, but
Yeah, I don't
Bamboo.
know.
maybe they'll just drive it.
Could be. I mean, especially with how the circles kind of line up. It's not worth
तुमने
going into
Bloodhounds
the
देख
circle,
ली
in
नहीं?
my opinion, right? If you don't have like top 3, top 4 prio, personally, I wouldn't be like, okay,
Over
let's
the
get to
day
the
today,
circle.
first game
Because
was okay.
there
Or
is
like
so
first
much
game was
area that
average.
If it goes here, it's gonna go away
Second
from it.
and
It's going here.
third
So
didn't
there's
end up well for us.
technically like 3 or 4 prio compounds up where when the circle kind of goes west, you can have that top hill and kind of a lower shin as well. But also on the eastern side, there's 2 or 3 hills that's also really good where you kind of have it's kind of magnetic with the phase 4 going away from unplayable.
What is S8UL? You see S8UL is here at 11 right now.
We saw Ascend.
हमें
do
यहाँ
well.
पे आना है
Cool
in
could
2
be up
matches.
with the
अभी
Blue
4th
Hole
मैच चल
Pan.
रही है, इसके बाद वाली मैच
Hill
हमें
once
यहाँ
again,
आना
but
है.
we could
यहाँ
also
टॉप
go
8 में आ
further
गए, मतलब
south.
हम लोग सीधा
And
फाइनल्स
then
में
we'll
हैं.
see where we end up here in Rondo. I hear a lot of players saying, I
It's
really love
Purnika
Rondo
final.
because it's hard and it's different. And it's.
Okay.
I hear a lot of other players saying, I absolutely hate Rondo. It's the last map I want to play. But the predictability that's on
एक
Rondo
chicken चाहिए.
is, from my perspective, is where you separate
हम लोग
the,
जा रहे
you know,
हैं.
open qualifier teams to the top teams.
Yeah.
because the
Aduzi's
top
already
teams,
भाई
they know
Aduzi
exactly how to
Aduzi
approach.
Hall is
The problem is when you have 16 teams that are equally or
Aduzi is
almost
here.
equally as good as each
Why
other.
Aduzi
and
is
figuring
just
out
सीधा
where the great
Crystalani
spots
पे
are,
चला
or
गया
have
JB के.
these heat maps informations that a lot of analysts are supplying them with. Here with these
No.
circles, like we have the lines where it's like Meiran endings, it's Luar Xing endings, it's the Muho Pan hill, and then there's like one compound. That's basically the priority you want to go into. You can also go really far south out to Yonggu, but I don't really see this circle.
Let's just
coming-
wait till the
coming
zone
that far
ends.
south.
Just
Well, we've had
just
some
sit in
spicier
a
circles,
house.
right? Of course, it was near where X-Howl is. That
Right.
island was in
Last
for a
night.
good while, and then obviously then the circles get a bit predictable because they have to shift away from the water. So we did see that as now Hive's moved in and north of X-Howl. So
ऐसे ही मारा था ना मैंने.
bringing that up because I figured that
ऐसे
they
ही
might
मारा था ना
actually go
मैंने.
for a little bit of a fight here.
Yeah.
Running into each other, unfortunately, in a situation where I think X-Howl
ऐसे ही खेला था मैं अभी
Hive
PUBG.
just didn't know that there was going to be
Similar
another
ही
team
game
here
था
that
मेरा.
X-Howl was lurking around.
Yeah, and that's the scary thing, and especially here with now the destructible terrain, hard word, I know, but here it actually, when you're able to come in and be that last team from an edge, with a car, with a pickaxe, with maybe some utility thrown, you can really set yourself up for a great spot with cover still. Like maybe sure you lose cars later on and so far, but still you can set yourself up for success. On the other side though, we're gonna go south. We're not gonna go to the Mohopan hill that we had before. So it's gonna be this Lohar Shin ending.
भाई हमारी
where
लड़ाई
it's
हो गई.
like in between
We are shooting VP.
Meiran and Lohar Shin.
Besto को पीछे से JB मारेगा.
That's really where these circles kind of go to. That's where the teams are now scrambling to try to get to. Nemesis, that's had such a difficult time so far. It takes
Nemesis
so
की तो
much
आज लगी हुई है भाई.
damage from construction workers as they're almost chasing them away here at this time.
Yeah, it's looked anything but the consistency from what we saw from them in our
VP
first
पे हिल
2
है.
weeks
हमारे पास क्या है?
versus Pro. Our current champions are just trying to wiggle on through onto some of
हमारे
the
पास
high
हिल
ground
नहीं.
and actually find themselves an okay spot without really taking too many shots at all. So that's going to pay
Get this 2 open.
well for them. Where are you going, a doozy? What are you guys up to? Technically, they're coming out from what is the the main kind of focal point here on May round. So they've got options.
S2
They
की
can
तो
sit
जगह
around here
बहुत
for
वो
if
है
they
भाई.
want, but I don't mind the idea that Bestalosh and maybe anybody else might actually use the northern point as an anchor position, just in case they have to get out of there and other teams actually wanted to hold them in. It's good to try and have that on lockdown, just in case.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see how they approach that one and how they kind of get and wiggle in, because there are still some areas that you can kind of wiggle in through and thread the needle just a little bit. It's going to get difficult though.
Even the castle, हाँ ना अभी तो
They
कुछ
said
कह
you
नहीं
all
सकते.
having lockdown Mayran and
What?
Navi having lockdown Lorshin.
अड्डा खोल दे रहे.
It's going to be a different time. Although now we have a plan for Twisted Minds. They're
इनके पास जगह अच्छी है
kind of
भाई.
in this area just northeast of Lorshin. To my
इनके पास जगह
experience,
अच्छी
they
है.
don't have a lot of endings here because the water is considered unplayable. So Facefall goes away from it. But still, if you're able to set up shop for having a point to kind of get into, look, this
ये
is going to be
construction
used
worker
so
खोदते
much
रहेंगे
in
क्या?
the future. Like, I know a lot of players, a lot of guys have kind of been very, very vocal about it. It's not great for pro play, but imagine this being FPP, you would be stepping on landmines with people having
Last
ducked themselves out.
week
In
top
TPP,
5
at
में
least you
3D
can kind of
नीचे है
scout
भाई.
over the ridges
हाँ,
and
Nemesis,
kind of play
Twisted
around.
और
Sure, I know it's a band-aid and a big wound, but still, I kind of dig the idea of
Name
the
justified.
terrain being
जैसा नाम वैसा
kind of
काम.
molded to a way where you can play a little bit
Construction
easier, and
worker,
especially
ये
the
कैसा
open
team name है
flat
भाई?
fields, because if you have too much kind of
मजदूर.
hilly terrain, it's hard to
अरे हमारे यहाँ भी तो
traverse.
कोई ऐसी टीम थी ना, मजदूर
So
ई
you
मजदूर
kind
या
of
ऐसा
have to
कुछ
have
तो
that-
टीम थी
that
शायद.
on the big maps that we're playing here with
मजदूर.
8x8 maps.
You dig it, do you?
Yeah, you did like that on, didn't you?
लेबर डे. आज लेबर डे.
I can hear yourself.
have-
I can hear yourself
Actually,
touching
yeah.
your beard while you're like, yeah, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, stroking my beard. Problem is I actually was stroking my beard.
Yeah, I
So that's
know,
a
I
problem
know.
if that's
Yeah.
all.
नहीं हमारे यहाँ भी एक थी
I
ई
just
मजदूर.
know you too well.
Wow.
अच्छा IGRA में
I
थी.
know.
It's Chris
IGRA में
doing
थी.
cool tricks up to the north, and with them coming in on that northeast side, there's technically ways they can actually make again a thread the needle here for a sense.
Yeah,
they've been
जुआपुरा
good
से
at
क्या
doing it in
बात
the
है?
past. We're back with
जुआपुरा is not
the
जुआपुरा
turtles
anymore
down,
भाई.
getting
खुद
themselves-
वो रोड
you
वोड
can
बड़े
see
कर दिए हैं
actually
सब
as Fex
कुछ
was
हट
just
चुका
kind
है
of
उधर.
like rounding out the edges of it a little bit. It makes it a bit easier to be able to peek on over every single side here and be able to get the angle you exactly want. So you gotta make some little adjustments here and there if you're gonna dig on down.
Yeah, for sure. Next circle pop here goes center. This is the Mayran
Okay.
ending I'm talking about. It usually ends up northeast and kind of northwest of Mayran with these circles here. So let's see how much.
Oh, we have like a
S8UL
good pose
can
in the zone,
capitalize
bhai.
on this. Let's see how far.
But we
VP
like have
can
like a
take this
houses,
game here.
so compound
Let's see if
बहुत
Yoga
है.
Benito is able to defend this compound.
भाई हाउल
that we
सीधा
see a
डूजी पे
lot
डैश कर
of
रही है.
endings actually end up going
डैश
to.
कर रही है. Oh, this is gonna be tough.
Vitality.
This
being
is
able
gonna
to
be
make
tough.
a decent move here towards the middle of the circle as well. As the doozy
This is
starts
gonna be tough.
blasting
भागो भाई.
Exal, trying to move
They
in
have a high ground.
north side of
Let them be
This is
them
exactly
and
why
we keep
Doozes and
fight.
Bestalosh wanted to try and move in on this plateau north side of this, just to make sure that they wouldn't be kind of cordoned off. And also be able to push teams away. You don't really want teams existing.
This is gonna be like a crazy fight, chat.
As Nail Cop, there's a bit of damage
This is gonna
here.
be like a crazy fight हमारी जो घरों में
There's
होगी.
JS9 of all things, and the Levante Famas here, shutting down Exhal, who tried to wiggle on through. Again,
Besto got one.
What a shutdown from Vitality.
Yeah, great shot coming in. Now they got.
We got 1 KP.
survive here. Otherwise, they're gonna get moved on.
पूरी हाउल वाइप हो गई भाई, पूरी हाउल.
Still knocked. And other teams see this in the kill feed. They're within the 1 kilometer parameter for that, and that's really the big one because now
VP storm कर गई
look at
VIT पे.
that, they're
Vitality पे
capitalizing
VP
on
आ
this,
गई.
pushing, trying
क्या
to get the
third
points,
party
trying
है
to
बे?
pull up, trying to find Quizzy. Got the JS9.
क्या third
Sosa
party
finds
है
a
बे?
low by bat as
पीछे
well.
पीछे bro,
He's
तुम्हारे
trying to get
पीछे
the
बंदा.
points, trying to get the flushes. Nixie finds a low man.
तुम्हारे पीछे बंदा bro. Quizzy है Quizzy.
Laser beam and hangs out
क्या
in the
play
car.
था भाई,
Takes
क्या
the
play
ball
था
and
भाई
takes Quizzy
निक्सी
down as he
का.
comes around. Oh, dear
खेलते
me.
हैं भाई ये लोग.
Style is able to shut everything down. This is also going to be crashing in as well, though. Curexy from the high ground, shut down to BB as they're trying to greet this.
PIS
with
आ गई.
both arms open, seeing what they can
Curexy
do. A lot
down.
of nades going their way here to try and shut down the
भाई
Velociraptor,
इनके तो
but it's not
बैंड
working.
बजी है अभी. इनको सब नेमेसिस भी मार रही है, VIS भी मार रही है.
Distances out and S2G also joining into this one.
बंदा
Celtic
मस्त
and
खेला
TMO
लेकिन
fighting
भाई.
on the other side. Nemesis really trying
But
to
VP की
capitalize,
मारने
but
सब
they're
आ
not
गए
committing
उधर.
enough, and Melman was out there trying
VP
to
के
throw
दो knock पड़े हैं,
few
दो
nades
जिंदा
here
हैं.
now. Has to disengage. Found by Pixelic. Nexi is down meanwhile by T-Bone. There's so
Can
many
we
teams
not
that
get
has
some
angle in
frags
this fight
going?
here,
या
James.
स्टील विल नहीं कह सकते क्या हम लोग?
Yes,
हमारी
there
पोजिंग नहीं
is.
दिख रहे वो लोग.
For construction workers now, what they're going to have to do Just really try and batten down the hatches and see where they're going to want to go from this east side, I think, eventually, as Mythov.
वाह भाई, वाह Bushido Wildcat, वाह.
Wonders, unfortunately.
इतना बढ़िया free frag मिला भाई
The line of sight here of him and the boys.
S8UL कहाँ है? घर पे हैं.
Really on this east side of
बैठे हैं, chilling है, we are chilling.
Doing a pretty darn good job of being able to greet this. More blue zones, everything, and the kitchen sink being thrown their way.
A lot of teams have an
ओ भाई स्मोक ही स्मोक कितने स्मोक है 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 भाई 8 तो मैंने गिन लिए
I can try to have to survive here. Mayran may still be in, but let's see. Do we go
Oh,
west?
let's go baby.
South actually. Straight on to Mayran here. And now I said
Aduzi और बेस्टो की हालत टाइट हो जाएगी भाई अगर वो लोग वापस नहीं गए तो भाई
Navi on this western side here. They're going
भाई बहुत हालत टाइट हो जाएगी. Just go back Aduzi. Nice. Besto go back please.
They have ahead of them here with Hive trying to drive away.
Yep, they're trying to
आगे भाई आगे भाई
just in between the position that S8UL as well as
बच गए भाई.
been able to encompass. The thing is, smart move I think now by S8UL, right?
Crazy हो जाता है भाई
Can't
अभी
really hold
उधर.
on to that plateau above the position of Mayran anymore.
इतनी
You've gotta
team आ गई
move
उधर.
back, be a 4-man strong north of Mayran, see if you can make this work. If Mayran is in the next circle
भाई,
for any reason, it's the top 4 shoulder for S8UL.
Yeah, they're holding on to such a great area of it as well. So to find
We can
Stratos
get
here
this
from
skills शायद नहीं we
This is
cannot.
under a lot of fire. We've been trying to make new moves here. Look at that on this eastern side. Trying
But
to
घर वाले एरिया में
capitalize
कुछ
on
कह नहीं
these moves
सकते
that all
भाई.
the teams are doing.
घर वाले
Meanwhile,
एरिया में कुछ भी हो सकता है.
Hive is looking strong too, but this Hive and
But
the
4-man
Nemesis
strong ही
Burger
खेले तो
could be
बढ़िया है.
Proving difficult for both Wiz and for VP. But let's
JB
see
की
how
टीम आ रही
they
है.
take it.
जतिन भाटिया की टीम आ रही है
Also
21
trying to
पॉइंट्स
take
के
some
साथ.
shots towards Wiz and
स्लैक ने भी 25 पॉइंट निकाल लिए हैं
outside the
भाई. अच्छा स्लैक तो
Yeah,
जीती
the
थी.
fact that Virtus Pro actually has that little position, it's a little bit downhill from the
Twisted
other
के क्या हाल
spots
है?
here, so actually-
Curexy
Oh,
got
quite nicely, but Curexy, a massive nade here. Once again, Virtus Pro
crazy.
trying to solidify themselves in the top 8 here. Picks up the M249.
एक गोली ना लगी. एक गोली नहीं लगी है bro. एक गोली.
So
ये भी नहीं लगी. ये भी नहीं लगी. No. एक गोली.
Compound for Ascend, it's not in. They still need to go further.
Yeah, they do. Now the mortars are coming out here. Correct. It's been flushed by Soset. Construction workers now on some fire from Mitch Chris.
No.
Losing tires, and they're trying to smoke out. Mitch Chris is gonna try to make a run for it with the car.
Final snack weekend.
Bonito 0 kills, but holding on to the northern side of this new circle here. It's gonna have a fight with Twisted
Crystallani.
Minds. Not a team I would want to go up against. They are angry and they're hungry because they are on second last place, tied
Guys,
with
like
high
कर
right
दो,
now.
subscribe
Only
दबा
8
दो एक बार,
points.
subscribe
One
दबा
good
दो अगर नहीं
game
कर रहे तो.
would put them in a potential top 8 here. It's only
Choco
13
Benito
points up to Ascend here, so
versus
it's very
Navi.
well within size striking distance with a
Navi
win
के 4 हैं,
and
इनके
some kills
3
here.
हैं.
Yeah, and those Twisted Minds points are salvage points as well. I feel like the majority of them have come from the example alone. But now Lou starts to step up for Twisted Minds.
Twisted निकालेगी ये वाला game.
The bee's nest needs to be kicked.
ये वाला game
They've gotta do
Twisted है.
something here of Twisted Minds to get themselves into that top 8 at the moment.
ये वाला
They're
game
very
Twisted
capable
का है
of
भाई.
doing so nade forwards against Noddy. Not cooked at all really, and we'll go all the way sky high over across him. M24 actually taking down Fairist.
Sniper मारी है, sniper shot.
Yeah, currently on the cusp and actually shutting down Spiro as
Twisted
well.
का game है भाई चार. Twisted का game है I tell you.
Boosty turns around, tries to shut down, but Slapson does shut down Boosty.
Yeah, good shots coming in here now. It's just down to
ओ
7
भाई जोगा Bonito damaging Navi भाई.
Gets one. Now it's down to Hackatory. He's going to do a drive-by.
Hackatory.
I don't know. Shots coming in. Tries to go for it. Shots coming in. Connecting just a little bit. 32 HP on him.
Crazy.
Samble finds the entirety of it. Nice shots from Hackatory. Finds
Yeah.
7. And Navi gets a total of 4 kills with this game here. And
What
also
the fuck was that?
Down at 11. A little bit 30.
Look at this stab.
Yeah, I don't know. Shots coming in. Tries
Look
to go
at this
for it.
stab.
Shots coming in. Connecting just a little bit. 32 HP on him.
Boom.
Crazy. Samble finds it.
To watch every single time. But Twisted Minds also fantastic to watch. Got
Bro,
3 kills
Hackatory
from everything that's said and done
bhai.
here up at the top. S2G still completely. I'm going to say it. They are crippled in this lobby, and they did not look very good as
my
well
God.
in the first. That is
That tab bro.
That's a lot of color.
Easy.
Yeah, a fortress with both cars and with foldable shields.
Dead
In
center.
each their dip as well. Dead
और
center.
shield मंगा ली
that's to
उन्होंने
say.
और shield
This
मंगा
is
ली
going to
है.
be more points for them. This is surely gonna tip VP over the edge of the 30+ points here. But
We are in the zone, but इसके बाद VP की location देखो भाई.
With what you could consider the
VP की
best
location
part of
देखो यार.
Miran. Ascent has put themselves into the southeast side here. Most like putting in some damage to
Zone
them.
इधर
Nemesis
खींचना
also
चाहिए
looking
भाई,
good.
नहीं तो बहुत
Nemesis
BT होगी.
looks
फिर
to
वापस से BT हो
capitalize on
जाएगी
the
अगर
teams that are still outside on the northern side trying to fight.
Batulin.
Let's see if Twisted Minds can finish this fight here quickly. Batulins gets the flush onto Quetta. And now they're going to have to finish this even quicker to try to get into this next circle here. Nemesis, look at that. The push onto them, James.
Yeah, so you shut him down. Unfortunately, you don't.
VP को
quite
बजाया
pick
है
up
भाई,
that
पहले
last
तो
kill
अच्छा है,
there
but
from
वो ऐसा
Shy. He
ditch बना के
denies,
बैठे पूरा.
Can't get in at all. But for S2G, yeah, only 6 points in 4 games. A bit of a disaster for them so far. Twisted Minds now turns their attention towards Nemesis, knowing that that is exactly where
Nemesis ने भी 4 kill कर लिए हैं, 4 Nemesis का भी comeback मिल रहा है.
You move into Mehran, right? There's so many teams that have been able to make landfall here. Also, No Slack being able to wiggle on through into some of these compounds now. Himan's just
Nemesis ने भी comeback डाल दिया यार. Twisted ने भी comeback डाल दिया chat. Tough हो रहा है ये. Navi तो अलग ही निकल ली है. 41 points.
It's urban warfare. You want to have that close quarters combat ready and rocking. But utility is obviously crucial. Look at that. Sense actually set up really good spot along that ridge with a little bit of a dirt road. They actually might be able to get some points from this one here. No kills so far, but placement points surely to be abound here.
Surely. We'll see where the circle ends up going for them.
PMO.
As for now,
wow.
ये लोग actually बहुत अच्छी जगह है पता है. ये लोग
We're
अच्छी
now
जगह
digging a little bit of a trench forward
Ascent
here.
की जगह
For
अच्छी
Chris
है.
Ketcher has himself a nice
They are
little,
out of the
dip.
full firefight.
Man
भाई.
made.
Chris gonna dig towards Ketter? That'll be huge.
Could do.
Oh, well, guys, I'm not doing anything else. I might just, you know...
He could just dig forwards towards the middle of the circle if he wants to. It's completely
Okay,
covered.
it doesn't matter. He's going to have to dig too far here. There's no time to get this done here. Surely this is going to be an Ascender Nemesis fight on the east side.
Now let people die.
The question is now, do we see a
जो
lot
cross
of
करेगा
commitment
उन्हें
towards
मारो.
the versus pro qualifications?
Let people die. जो cross करेगा उन्हें मारो and just stay.
That shuts towards Hive even.
End में देखेंगे जो
Trying to
करना
lock
होगा.
down this high ground spot. This is a great spot for Hive. They're going to get tons of points from this, but they're in
Hive की position
second
बहुत
last
crazy
place
है भाई
so far.
वैसे.
They need a double-digit game to have any hopes of getting
Hive की
into this
position बहुत
top
अच्छी
8.
है.
With one down at the moment, it's difficult to do that.
I don't think
isn't
इनसे
it?
ऊपर कोई है.
Alive, no kills to your name as well. Hakatora is just going to heal out in the blue. But again, Na'Vi knows that what they have done today is completely enough. Even if
He can
they
still
deny,
go in,
all that
and वो
means
late
is
जाएगा,
that
कोई नहीं
that
देखेगा.
cut-off point is going to be even tighter for
These
these
teams need to fight now. हम चल रहे हैं.
Both Bushido Wildcats and S8UL has a little bit of a sliver inside this circle, James. It's just about TMO, No Slack, and Bushido Wildcat having this fight that's going to be happening just now. TMO
हमें ये वाले
trying
kills पे
again
बहुत
to
focus
defend
करना
against
पड़ेगा.
No Slack here. Aris trying to clear with utility. There's shotguns in the hands of multiple of this. Him and finds Sata. That's a big name to take down already here for him.
Yeah, not bad at all. Goes for the corner spray there. Oh, shotgun straight to the face.
खत्म TMO जमा.
Here comes the aggression.
Jama.
There's another one here by
Jama.
Scavs. Mika goes down. Scavs going crazy here on this
TMO
one.
जमा हो
Aries,
गई.
the last man alive here for the Mythov. But I think for the long
Slack का लेकिन knock finish डाल
finish
दिया.
up these edge fights, Martin, I think they're going to want to make some dips of their own towards the middle of the circle because it's a bit flat.
मैं ये वाले kills
They're
चाहिए
going to have
यार.
to make space here now.
मैं ये TMO का kill चाहिए.
Bushido Wildcats on the inside.
ये एक Ares का kill चाहिए हमें.
They have stuff to work with. Diffix, look at this. This is such a scary ridge to work with. Send actually found more space inside this next circle here on the other side of the road, and Bushido Wildcats is busy with holding out the teams on the southern side, which enables Send to have a great spot now. TMO's out in 10th place though.
बच गया. Knock finish नहीं डाला ना? नहीं. उठ गए चलो.
Finally gone,
बोला
finally
Ares का
down.
kill चाहिए
Takes a
अपने को
little
मिल
bit
गया.
of the pressure off behind them, but again, there's more teams ahead of them as well. As Akatora decides
Akatori
to
finally.
try and be annoying for one last time. Doesn't work on out. Great shots by Celtic here to try and deal with any push forwards here from
Come on,
No
we need
Slack.
these kills.
As the nade was
That-
the precursor to what was going on there.
Aduzi.
Didn't quite connect with it. It was a good setup.
इन्हें मारो
It
अडूसी.
was.
इन्हें मारो, इन्हें zone में आना
being
है.
able to deny
मारो.
No Slack here. It's just going to delay them.
What is Bushido Wildcats doing?
Put themselves in a spot where, again, they're going to have so little time to plan and put themselves into the next circle. So let's see, again, Bushido Wildcats, can they get more points out of this one here? Maybe a few kills,
bhai.
but can they make it deeper into
By this
the
guy has a
top four
P90, bro.
potentially here. 3 kills for them, and top 7 is still great.
This guy has a P90,
Wanna
थोड़ा
see a big
deadly हो
game for
जाएगा
them.
भाई.
And with this
Bushido Wildcat
circle,
4.
James, it's gonna be extremely difficult. Do they
Chalo,
take on
chat.
Ascent, or do they take on
Now-
S8UL for their push and their campaign?
There's multiple
Now
teams
it's
here
the
that
cinema
really
chat.
need the points, but are going to have a hard time to get them. S8UL still not technically in. They're going to have to try and make a push all the way from Mayround, but Hive also needs points. They're going to be looking at them when they need to make the move, because technically S8UL actually needs to move first before all of that. Needs the forwards against the position of Bushido Wildcats.
Kill steal हो जाएगा
Absolutely
हमारा.
lights up Bushido Wildcats in the distance, alongside Molodox as well from S8UL.
हमारा kill steal हो गया
Celtic
शायद.
here to really try and do
Bushido
something
Wildcat तो
big
dead
shot
है.
as well.
Celtic को मार
It's all
सकते
but
हम
done
लोग.
here for them, but I mean they've got 28 points, so they should be sitting happy in the top.
Yeah, they are. Trying to survive, trying to maximize salvage as much as possible here. Celtic obviously
Molo down हो
in a
गया.
spot where he can get
ऊपर से Hive
maybe
ने
one
मारा.
or two more kills, but otherwise that's it. He gets
नहीं,
the
चार
P9,
दिया,
gets some
हमारे लिए
shots in, a
GG
full
है
3
अभी.
gear, maybe to try to take on Ascent, but Ascent also has to cross the road, James.
ये लोग इधर ही देख रहे हैं.
This was just a play for them to get and squeeze out as many points as possible. Obviously, 24 points for them.
नहीं
The
कर
cutoff
पाएंगे
could be lower as well because there's a separation between 8th and 9th
Not do
place
much,
already
chat.
happening.
Cannot do much.
So S8UL trying to get on out of here, but they knew that they were going to be open. Goes for a little 360. It's not going to be enough though for Phil first. He tries to do a little bit of a roundhouse kick, the Khabib of PUBG. Not going to work on out at all. Here, Dante and the boys here from Hive. It's easy pickings for them. The
लोगों को
thing
क्या
is, though,
damage
it's
मिल गई
easy
भाई.
pickings for them as they're coming along.
पहले हम
They're
लोग
actually
इधर
not
थे,
getting
पता है?
all of the kills, and they still
And
need
then
a
we
lot
left.
more here with
उधर
only
zone
10
के लिए.
points available to them.
And Kid98 finds another point on Celtic with the K9, obviously. More utility being committed here. I'm not sure it's worth it
We
to
go
commit that much.
tomorrow.
They might need it later
एक और
to
game
take
है
on
वैसे,
either
एक और map
VP
है.
or Twisted Minds. But this
अब
is
मरो,
so
सालो,
much
मरो,
twin warfare
मरो.
coming towards it. S8UL goes down for this one here. So it finds it's Chris, and now Hive
It's
is going to have to push into this circle here.
एक
Yep,
और
big
map
split.
है.
Schenken goes left. Well,
Still
the rest of
doable,
the
but
team goes right,
very
and it's straight into
tough.
the hands of Nemesis as well as
Doable, but
Beanie and
tough.
boys. Even I should say. Nemesis was dealing with Send on the other side of things, but actually Sosa does find Jangan all the way away.
Whoa.
Nade forwards as well. I understand to a certain degree whilst Hive kind of completely split off from one another, but anyway they were going to
Fight
go,
भी
it's
बहुत
going to
late
be
ले लिया
so
हमने.
open to aggression.
Yeah, for sure. Now Dante trying to push on, and Beamy's the first
ये तुम देख रहे हो
member of
The
VP
problem
to get
is
this one in.
कि
And now the next team that is
16
not
points
inside
पे
the
बहुत
next
सारी
circle
teams.
is Nemesis.
या तो हम कुछ एक
And
बैंगर
as much
निकालें
the circle decides even
तो
more.
हो सकता है 20
now
पॉइंटर
here with
निकाले
the
तो आराम
terrain
से क्वालिफाई हो जाएंगे.
decides the winners of this game here. But
10
it's making it
पॉइंट से तो
difficult.
मुझे नहीं
Probably
लगता कि
gonna be
हो
a
पाएगा.
3v3.
10
But
15
yeah,
10 12
let's see
पॉइंट
if
से तो
Nemesis
मुझे
has
मुश्किल
anything
लग
to
रहा
say
है.
about this. Can they dig themselves all the way into this next circle
So
without
the thing
getting
is,
absolutely slayed by
नेक्स्ट
Twisted
हमें एक
Minds?
20
I
पॉइंटर
mean, let's be
15 से
real,
20 पॉइंटर
compared to
चाहिए.
previous scenarios, okay, Diffex does
Which
go
is
down. If you compare this
possible.
to previous scenarios in a spot like this without the actual terrain changes,
कितने दिन में टॉप 8 आना है? अब भी
all
आना
three
है.
of these
इसके बाद
locations
कल
would
फिर
kind
टॉप
of be
4 आना है.
relatively unplayable.
Yes.
You'd only have trees. You'd only have deployable cover. Now all three teams have burrowed themselves in here to try and hold out on these fields.
He's just
कल
dug
का
out,
फिर पॉइंट रीसेट हो गया क्या चैट?
exposing the rock here. Dante now
कल फिर सब
tries to
0 से
survive
शुरू
again a little
करेंगे
bit
क्या?
longer. Can he maybe squeak out a point from VP? I doubt it. They're going to have every single angle covered here. Utility coming in. Util dump from Twisted Minds on to Nemesis. Stay
कल फिर सब 0 से चालू
That's
करेंगे
a
ना.
great money as well to get the flush here.
फिर और
But
difficult हो
confirms
जाएगा.
the point from Diffix here. And now
फिर और
Utility's
difficult हो
being
जाएगा कल
committed.
तो फिर.
It's looking great for Twisted with this circle, but how much more is Hive going to delay VP before they can start taking on the teams inside?
Yeah, unless Nemesis does something very drastic, it's going to be a tale as old as time now when it comes to PEC, which is going to be Virtus Pro going up against Twisted Minds here for some of the final stages. And in the last final stage that we saw that go down, Virtus Pro kind of got the better of Twisted Minds, despite it being Rondo. Their map, their choice, their
top 5
pick, basically, when it comes to them holding down Test Track in the Ux Factory. But Virtus Pro was able to best them. Now, let's see if Nemesis can... I mean, they're technically still 3 alive. They're
आज
technically still in
top
on
8,
that right-hand
कल
side.
top 5,
I think a
and
lot
then
of
फिर
detail
day 3
has
में
been
top
expended
3.
here, Martin, to try and make this worse. So it's going to come down to the guns.
Yeah, it's going to be gunplay later on here, and I think Nemesis gets squeezed out though by VP's and Twisted Mind's position already. VP gets to this little rock quite easily, but
हम लोग का फायर पावर अच्छा है, हम लोग लड़ेंगे तो हो सकता है
here
भाई।
now. Smoke's
कि हम
still
लोग
up. Okay.
बहुत बार ऐसे मरे हैं जैसे कि हम लोगों ने
The
फाइट ही
enemy
नहीं करी।
util gets used to your advantage, so you don't want to give your
से better तो भाई
opponents too many
लड़के
dips here.
मरो।
That's really what's been happening here now. Not much util on the sides of VP, and here nothing, just stuns and 2 smokes on example.
I think you really hit the dilemma really hard there, which is if you do not knock them and kill them with nades, then they'll just use the dips against you.
No, we didn't pick a bad lineup.
Problematic here,
that is not the
to
case.
say the least, for some of these teams to try and make it work. More smokes go down, molly forwards here. How well is that going to connect? Actually, I think he got shot out of the sky there for a second, or hit the top of it, but it did do damage anyway. Regardless, as another molly went forwards here, Nemesis is doing a pretty good job of this, but MG3, you ain't escaping.
चेंज करना पड़ेगा थोड़ा पेस, थोड़ी अप्रोच चेंज करनी पड़ेगी आई फील लाइक अभी।
Absolutely beamed here. Nice shots coming in here.
लेजर कर रहा है भाई ये लड़का।
17 left here on the gun. Has to turn back to the QC. That's a downgrade. I've never seen one here. More shots coming in.
Zone हमारा
Finds
favorite
stance
है।
through the smoke.
Zone भी तो नहीं
Great
favorite है।
angle here for him and full 3 gear. 5 first aids.
VP
Surely
7
now at
kills
this point
already,
it's gonna be
2v3
a
Twisted।
game of cat and mouse, and it's between
मैंने
the
बोला
two
था ना
teams
Twisted
we've
का
seen
game है chat।
again and again for this
I told
one.
you पहले
Twisted
Twisted का
Minds, you
game है।
cannot lose this time against Virtus Pro.
भाई कितना
This
open
is
मार रहा है भाई वो।
important. And will you be able to? I don't think they're aware of the full angle.
Oi.
It actually exists here, but Batulin's, oh, never mind.
देख लिया
Teams are
उसने।
back as they make a mad dash
I
here.
told you
towards the
Twisted का
top
game है, आज
eight as
reverse
Virtus
jinx
Pro
नहीं
is
हो रहा, आज
already
सीधा
in there.
go हो रहा है भाई।
Twisted Minds, we were
अगला
saying
हमारा
just
game है।
before this game, Martin,
अगला
that
हमारा
they've
game
gotta
है।
make some moves, and indeed they do on Rondo, their statistically best map in the rotation.
Yeah, it's good. Them being able to step it up and get points here. That's what we
Holo
all
is
love
considered
from Twisted Minds. And what a great game to do it. Also a difficult game for them, James. They're fighting on that northern side so often here and having
ये अच्छी
such a
fight थी
difficult
भाई।
kind of way in with Joker Benito, with
ये
S8UL,
अच्छा था,
with
निक्सी का
everyone
वो
trying to
game
push
sense
them and
बहुत
get
अच्छा था
into
यहाँ
it.
पे।
And yeah, they got down to a 3-man, but they survived for long enough to
निक्सी
take
का
on
game
the
sense
fight.
बढ़िया था, मतलब उसको पता था कि वहाँ पे एक
game,
बंदा
great
है।
effort for them.
Let's get Mark back in to talk about this one, the Far East Rondo finish that we're seeing more and more of recently, Mark, and it is, of course, Twisted Minds to be able to capitalize.
अपने लिए reverse हुआ था।
Says it was really hard for them to rotate, and actually I think the advantage they took the risk.
Playoff
early,
1 का
they went to
repeat
that kind of
scenario
position,
possible नहीं हो पाएगा क्योंकि first जो team है उसके बहुत ज़्यादा point हो गए हैं।
A bit of a blow, but it gave
But
them
हाँ, last
opportunity
game
to
में
kind
हम
of
लोग qualify
leapfrog
मारे थे
towards the final.
और सीधा first
that
jump
last
करे
section,
थे।
that Mayran area, it was interesting to see though. Team Nemesis, Twisted Minds, S8UL, all fighting late game to make sure they get themselves potentially into a top 8.
Yeah, let's take a look at the highlights.
अब तो zone favor में
Going
last
down,
match है, अब तो
the Wildcats to be
storm
caught in
करना
a
पड़ेगा भाई,
position where
storm
everybody's coming out of
बिल्कुल।
Mayran. It's always going to be difficult to really kind of get out of there. Some teams just being bombarded as they were trying to get out.
अब तो zone नहीं है ना, तो पहले जाके zone में बैठना पड़ेगा
Yeah,
भाई।
needs a little bit more
और
here,
लड़ना पड़ेगा।
Martin, to be able to make something work. They had a position really early, Martin, from Mayran, but not really able to capitalize.
No, it's so difficult to get out of it. It's getting a story of if
Badal
you
ने
know it's
अच्छा
not
angle
gonna
आ
end
गया
in the
था भाई
city, make sure you don't go in and be the last one to leave it. They did get some kills and points to get out of it, and that's going to show on the leaderboard here. But 4 is not a lot considering how good of a spot they actually had inside this circuit here. They didn't really capitalize and try to have a exit plan to get out of
PP
Mayran.
को 7 kills मिल
Tough
गए
one. It
placement
is
से
a
ज़्यादा।
tough one.
मतलब वो
Even
kills
if
तो
they'd
कर
have
ले हैं,
said,
कर
okay,
रही है
well,
भाई।
we'll
अभी
have
हो
the
जाए।
position that Hive eventually took up on the north side that pushed us away from, right? Like, we saw what happened to Hive when they tried to make a play eventually. So it is difficult. But 17 points go the way of Twisted Minds. That now pushes them up onto the barrier position. And Yoga
Yeah, Twisted का एक game नीचे से ऊपर आ गए वो लोग।
outside here, Mark. It's going to be a little bit heartbreak for me if Yoga Benito doesn't go through on this top 8, because I thought they were going to be a shoo-in for it. And
literally about the same thing. It will be heartbreaking because they have
10 points से तो हम लोग सिर्फ 8वें पे आएंगे और वो लोग भी तो मारेंगे, तो मतलब बैरियर और ऊपर होगा। हमें 15 से 20 पॉइंटर गेम चाहिए ये वाला। 15 से 20 पॉइंटर गेम चाहिए।
So they have to bring this now in the final game.
no, for sure.
मिनिमम 15 से 20 पॉइंटर गेम चाहिए। डिफिकल्ट हो गया थोड़ा सा अभी मामला। लास्ट गेम है, देखते हैं क्या मामला है। चिकन विद 10 KB 15 से 20 पॉइंटर चाहिए। तब तक के लिए तुम लोग लाइक कर दो, सब्सक्राइब कर दो इफ यू आर न्यू टू द चैनल। रशा भाई एक डाउट है, आवर टीम इज फुल्ली न्यू मेड और दे हैव बीन प्लेइंग टुगेदर। मतलब अभी रिसेंट में तो दे हैव बीन प्लेइंग टुगेदर, पहले अलग अलग टीम्स में रहे हुए हैं, जीते हुए हैं वो लोग भी जीते हुए हैं भाई, टूर्नी वूर्नी जीते हुए हैं, ऐसे प्लेयर नहीं है, जीते हैं भाई लड़के। एक दिन या डे टू है बट कल सेम फॉर्मेट रहेगा बट टॉप 5 आना रहेगा। अभी जैसे टॉप 8 है ना, कल टॉप 5 आना पड़ेगा, तो दैट इज गोना बी मोर टफ बिकॉज टीम्स उतनी रहेंगी, टीम्स थोड़ी कम होंगी। टीम्स उतनी रहेंगी, उल्टा और टीम्स आएगी, उनका प्ले स्टाइल भी अलग होगा, बट हाँ शायद वो मे बी डिफरेंट टीम्स होंगी, बट वो लोग का भी फिर उनमें से भी कोई तो होगा क्रेजी प्लेयर्स। हर मैच लास्ट जोन, हाँ ना एकदम एंड वाला जोन में हमारा वो प्लेसमेंट थोड़ा सा आगे पीछे हो रहा है। इसमें वो एपेक्स जैसा भी नहीं है ना कि लाइक इसमें वो चिप चाहिए वरना रिवाइव नहीं कर सकते, राइट? वरना ऐसा होता ना जैसे फोर्टनाइट वगैरह में क्या होता था कि फोर्टनाइट या दूसरी गेम्स में कि 3 लड़ते थे और एक रिवाइव पे कैम्प कर लेता था, तो टीम मरती भी थी तो वो हो जाती थी। पैसिव खेल तो रहे हैं पैसिव, बट ठीक है, मतलब दे आर मोस्ट एक्सपीरियंस प्लेयर भाई, हम तो इतना भी नहीं खेले हैं, तो हम तो क्या ही कितना ही कमेंट करेंगे उस चीज़ पे। एंड दे हैव लाइक अ गन पावर, गुड गन पावर, दे कैन किल पीपल एंड फाइट पीपल। ये कौन? यहाँ अच्छा खेले थे हम लोग, यूलिन पे अच्छा खेले थे भाई, फिर से उतरते हैं, क्रेजी जगह है यूलिन। अग्रेसिव नहीं तो एटलीस्ट मे बी व्हाट इफ दे गेट लाइक अ स्क्वाड वाइप एट अर्ली स्टेज, लाइक गेट 4 KPs एंड देन उसके बाद दे कैन ऑल चिल एंड प्ले द लास्ट जोन, विच इज़ ऑल्सो डिफिकल्ट। उस बीच में अगर एक बंदा हार गए, एक बंदा मर गया, जमा हो गया, तो फिर प्रॉब्लम हो सकती है, बट स्टिल so he's going to my spot. Hey, this is my spot. Hey, this is my spot. Hey, yo gang. कोई खड्डा खोदने के लिए मिल गया। ओ M249 वेरी टेम्पटिंग। अटक गया. हेलो पबजी, हेलो पबजी, हेलो पबजी. Where did this guy shoot me from? कहाँ से मारा? लास्ट मैच है अभी. हाँ तो I see you. एग्जिट करो, मैच चलो, बस मरने जा रहा हूँ. मैच चालू हुई. वीपी पर जोन है एकदम. ओ भाई क्या दर्द जोन बनाया चैट, क्या दर्द जोन बनाया भाई. चलो हम लोग आ तो जाएंगे, बट भाई टीएमओ और वीपी है इधर, और ब्रिज कैंप वैम्प हो सकता है भाई.
Points up to 8th. I need to win
भाई ये
with
जोन.
the kills, right? So I'm sending a guy up. Justice is going there right now. If you have the maps room open, you can check that out. He's going up to the high ground, up to the radio.
ड्रॉप फाइट तो नहीं हो पाएगी भाई, हमने तो बोट वोट लेके जाना चाहिए भाई.
That's just such a strong spot. And then maybe I'm holding on some other prio.
बोट या फिर वो
split or
तो उड़
3-1
के ले
split,
जाता है वो.
to lock things in. So TMO, this is what I would do. That's what they should do in my opinion, because it's such a strong area to both get kills and info from.
टीएमओ स्टिल नीचे ही
So
झूल रही है
a
वैसे
3-1
देखा जाए
split
तो.
probably or something like that, or all 4 guys up here is absolutely fine.
पानी से जाना बेस्ट रहेगा भाई, क्योंकि अभी टीम
But I'd
आके
also love
45
to
कर देगी
see,
ब्रिज पूरा. बहुत लड़ाई
them
होगी
locking
लेकिन.
down multiple positions. He's got nothing, obviously. It's a barrel with an iron sight. No
इधर
helmet,
साइकिल
no
नहीं है ना
vest.
मतलब.
So the other guys is going to need to bring him a DMR, or unless he's lucky to get one inside the radio tower.
They're coming. They're all coming.
सब भाग रहे
Construction
हैं.
workers, they're setting potentially the foundation to a roadblock though. As Vard opens things up, there's one. Pixel goes towards the other side. Crossbear takes a sea of bullets, but not enough to get him.
ओए बुशिडो वाइल्डर का एक बंदा जमा कर दिया भाई.
His way to the petrol garage.
लॉबी भेज दिया भाई, लॉबी.
Sending it. They're chasing this one down. That's a great pull up from Pegs to get Crossberg down. Look at that. It's 2 easy kills here. Now the other
Bro,
guy,
ये
Medved
मांगता
and Code
अपने
Marco,
को.
they're going away from it. They're already qualified. I
You
would say
don't
with
know the
29
cycle
points.
con- no,
think
I
it's
don't know.
unlikely we're going to see a higher cutoff.
नकुल का रोटेशन
Unless
साइकिल
it
ओके
perfectly
ओके ओके
lines
मैं
up with
थोड़ा
all
सा
the kills
इस चीजों में थोड़ा सा
to
वो
our other
कम
teams are
वीक
perfecting.
वीक
Finds rocks. That's
weak
high
and I
bruising
don't know a
players
lot
early
of
on.
stuff
That's a team
about
we're talking about.
BGMI to
They
be
need a
honest.
big game. 13 points on the leaderboard for them here.
मुझे बताना
That's an important point to come the way of
teach
Twisted
me
Minds.
मतलब बताओ मेरे को
Difficult.
नोवो में भी
Oh,
फाइट
they're
हो रही है
looking
नोवो
for-
नहीं है नोवो नहीं है ना ये
Just sniffing out.
ठीक है
1 point on the board at the moment. Hive looking to swarm and get more
जगह है
importantly, and the kill confirmed.
Perfect
No,
hits हमारे
it's
जॉर्ज
perfect.
भी
He swings out the left side.
ये
gets the
जॉर्ज हो
damage.
रहा है
Instant knock. Mogul is down between
और
his
जॉर्जो
zone.
पे लड़ रहे हैं
With the
भाई
off angle,
जोन
try and
है
hold that
नहीं
push
जॉर्जो
coming
पे
around
लड़
this
रहे हैं
side.
वही तो
Left
इतना
side,
दूर कौन लड़ रहा
gets the
है
opportunity to reposition, but he does huge amounts of damage, and he's looking for the second knock.
मुझे तो लगा ही नहीं था इतना
Super,
दूर कोई
super
लड़ेगा
well
इसके लिए मैं
played by
कंफ्यूज हो रहा था कि भाई
Effective
ये
Now.
क्या है
Sneak
ये
around,
फिर जॉर्जो
try to get the information about the guide here. Can he get it in? Batulis gets the confirmation onto Mogo. Important point.
Hive
chips
versus
again
Twisted
here.
का fight हो रही है
Dante
भाई
and Schengen might
भाई
go
इससे ना
down.
वो ऊपर बढ़
Hive
रहा था
might be pushed out as the first team into day 2 qualifiers.
No. And it is sunny outside, but the spring is.
अगर हाइव यहाँ पे
unfortunately
ट्विस्टेड
for
मार
Hive.
देती है ना बट विच इज वेरी
His
डिफिकल्ट
body's now they're
Nah,
to one side.
three
They're trying to
kills
isolate
for
him.
Schengen.
Perfected.
Easy
He
है,
swings for
bro.
one. He swings for
यार
two.
ये kills
It's a full
हमें क्यों
squad
नहीं मिल
fight.
रहे ये वाला
Pathetic single-handedly.
CEGC BGMI last
So
WWC
well
chicken dinner
executed.
winner winner
That's a
chicken dinner
great
in
sense
December
to
जो हुआ
Minds
था
to capitalize on this. They knew the timing would be properly right to catch Hive out, and they get it 4 points.
परफेक्ट टेक्स ने हवा ही
to
वाइप
get
कर दी भाई
those now and lock down the 29-point cutoff.
Twisted को
is gonna
4
be
पॉइंट मिल
huge.
गए
Navi though and construction workers.
भाई cutoff
Navi already
बहुत कम
qualified,
है
41 points.
29,
20,
30
30
point का
fighting with
cutoff बन रहा है
construction workers. You want to get in. You want to lock down some high valuable terrain
30 point
and
का cutoff
cover
है
potentially with this area here where
24
they
हो
are
गए
right now. Those shots coming out toward Navi. They're turning around just a little bit. Now they've got the advantage, but they're inside the red zone. Sure, you might be able to get some cover later.
क्या किसी पे
but
बम
no
गिरेगा
one can
red
get
zone
in
का?
here right now. It's going to be dangerous sight. Beamy, look at that. That's a disgusting angle to sit in here. Getting one hull player down.
भाई यहाँ
That's
तो
also
कितने
important
frag
points
मिलेंगे
for
भाई?
VP. 32 is far beyond safe though. Now they're trying to fight for these valuable PGC points that's given out for first through 8.
VP तो हो ही गई भाई
So
समझ
you
लो
always thought
VP
these bridges
is
were gonna lock
just
out, and it seems to be the case.
in bro
Looks out. Might be rotating their way around to Primorsk and maybe picking up that boat Tate on that west side. Some teams have moved over. BP, how will he pick up? They opt to find their way
हम
in.
लोग का क्या
and for
rotation
Team
कर रहा है?
Nemesis on the sort of cusp of
हम लोग आ गए हैं हम लोग आ गए हैं
qualification.
चैट बोर्ड वोर्ड लेकर आ
He
गए
managed to
हैं
pick up over the top of everyone.
Mark,
हम
there's
लोग
so
आ गए
many
हैं।
teams
ये
already
Nemesis हम
congested
पे
at the
drop
dead
करेगी
center,
शायद।
basically inside the current red circle, red zone.
नहीं।
And the red circle that we have on the map. There's so many teams
नीचे जा
already
रहे
dead
हैं ओ
center.
VIS ऑलरेडी वेट ये हम पे ड्रॉप कर रहे हैं ये हम पे ड्रॉप कर रहे हैं
The high ground, the kind of low ground.
ये हम
the
पे
high
ड्रॉप कर रहे हैं आई थिंक हमारी
prio.
गाड़ी दिख रही है उधर
S8UL is
आई थिंक ये
coming
दिख रही है
as
देखो
well
ये
now.
देखो
Team Nemesis here trying to go for cars. If they're super unlucky, they might run in to S8UL. They might have the info
मारो
from the
बॉयज
emergency
ओ
pickup.
ही
Another
जस्ट
red zone comes in too.
ओ इन्होंने
A lot of the teams already
कंपाउंड
locking down some of these compounds here. Oh, with
खाली
Nemesis
कंपाउंड मिल गया नेमेसिस को
trying to take down this compound from the southeast side of military on Sosnovka. Instead, trying to maybe look for the lockout on that southeast side. They don't want to get backfilled, and they also want to make sure they have a potential car play to get later if this circle goes away from them.
ये लोग यासना में क्या कर रहे हैं
They've got
लूट रहे
ahead of
हैं
him, and they've actually taken the cars from that location. So Team Nemesis has to be cautious. Well outside the zone, Jog Benito and No Slack
ओए
did kind of clash paths.
हम लोग UAV है हमारे
No
पास
Slack has
UAV
opted to rotate back north and going to find maybe a new
spot
entry
people.
point in by Rozuk and down towards that south side. S8UL with Doozy. She has the glider. So
Doozy.
he's gaining and farming so much information now, especially with these teams that be looking to
कोई
come
यासना
late
पूरा
on the
हमारे
east
पास
side.
है बट यार यासना में रख के कोई मतलब नहीं लग रहा क्योंकि वो एक लोअर ग्राउंड
A lot
रहता
of
है थोड़ा
teams
सा
are deciding whether they should try to get some high prio or if they should try to see where the circle goes. Sure, I mean, first circle, so much things not decided already.
एनिमी UAV
Now here, Twisted Minds, they're like,
Nova.
all right, let's do this. We're
Nova,
gonna get a
sorry, Nova.
recall
सॉरी नो
care
बोल दिया क्या?
package in with
Sorry,
having taken 4 chips
नोवो ही था मेरा
from
मीनिंग
Hive and
मेरा
saying,
मीनिंग नोवो
thank
ही
you
था
guys,
सॉरी
let's try to get some gear. Let's see
आई
where
नो
we get in
तुम
it,
लोग
though.
सोच रहे हो कि कितना
Once it
नूब है
lands,
नहीं
we're
ऐसा
really
नहीं है मैंने
curious,
PUBG खेली है बहुत
if they're
सारी
gonna
ठीक
get
है
some high valuable because it's
Sorry, I
fluctuating
just
just a little
messed
bit.
up.
It's not as strong
लाइक zoned out
as an actual
करना।
crate, but it's good.
We'll take it. It's game 6.
These guys are like a tower. इसके लिए ये लोग इतना slow
Team
खेल रहे हैं.
Vitality, who have qualified, and it's good to see them get it started on day number 1 and not leaving it to
अरे
the
और मैं
top
सही
3.
बोला क्योंकि there was a team JB जो यासनाया में थी, ठीक है.
I think they've challenged quite well.
मैं इनके बारे में बात कर रहा था पहले, ठीक है. इसके लिए मैंने यासनाया बोला because there was a team here. Okay.
Military, with an opportunity whether it plays towards the east or to the west.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
Twisted
about.
Minds को
No
देखो
helmet
Giorgio
for
में.
him, but he got a
What
vest
are they
and a
doing?
FAMAS, so not
They
as strong
won't-
as
they
the
don't
usual
wanna
care
play or
package,
what?
but a recoil care package still
Achha.
does punch its value here, though. Mark, though, with this circle, where do you want to see us go?
It's got to go over to TMO, right? I want to go over the top of TMO
Sure, sir.
because you've
Kale
got,
Puji
obviously you've
Paji.
got TMO, you've got S8UL, you've got Team Nemesis, you've got Vis, all in that kind of southeast corner. And that there, we know they've got a clash head. So who survives might be qualifying.
Yeah, I like that. That's a great call for that. So many teams still trying to get their way in here. Obviously, Twisted
लोग
Minds,
गलती करके
Snow
खुद को
Slack,
लगा रहे हैं.
Jacob Benito's not prioritized to go in. We go
Oh,
further
no.
west, though, Mark. We are deciding on where we are, locking down. But look at Virtus Pro. Greedy one-way split throughout. And now they've got the pick of the litter to figure out okay, where we're going to try to lock this down. Because they got enough points to go through here with the 32 they have. But they could still get more PTC points if they take the win and take the first place away from Navi.
Now, surely securing spots at that point, right, for VP.
बस ठीक है.
XL
स्ट्रीम देखते
taking
देखते
the,
सो
the
गया.
public
अब जॉब के
transport.
लिए लेट हो गया है.
T-Bone gets an opportunity. Jedrox goes down.
Oh,
Shot from
हवे
the
में
sky.
उतार दिया भाई.
Gets Hello, my man.
हवे में उतार दिया भाई.
Gets a
इसको भी उतार दिया.
blow for the Bumblebee. Gets a, oh my god.
Absolutely lasering them out of the sky here. Vitality's picked to pieces as they try to get in here from Ascend. Really well played.
फिर खड्डा खोल दिया
Those
बैठ
2
गए.
points, Mark. That puts another team on 29. We have a 3-way tie for 29. No Slack is 1 point out as well.
Aduzi bhai.
S8UL is trying to send their way in. Jacob Benito also trying to get in here. It might just be that one spot that's up for
Let's
grabs.
get some
Goes out
kills,
early.
yo.
No Slack is under a lot of pressure. Bushido Wildcat has lost 2 players. We thought that 29 was safe,
S2G.
but Twisted Minds got points secured early on here, puts themselves in the contest.
Look at that. All 29, 28, 26, 24.
It's so close.
It's so close. But I suppose it's day number 1. These are the top 16 teams entering the PEC Spring phase number 2. Top 8 will go through. We will re-establish, fill those slots with some more. But
वो या तो इनकी शिप रुकने वाली है ना हाउल की.
Outside edge. If they do not make this happen, they will have to come back tomorrow.
या तो हाउल की शिप रुकने वाली है ना.
This must be some of the most stressful games that you ever play here. There is just 7 points from second place to
शीला.
Anyone can make it. It's only Navi that's obviously super safe here.
चलो let's get this fight going. Let's get this fight winning, bro.
It's a difficult way to
शीला मारो पहले.
be put under pressure here. S8UL
शीला मारो. देखो पैर दिख रहे हैं शीला के.
Pressure here.
शीला के पैर दिख रहे हैं. मोलो.
They are in zone now.
गाड़ी चला रहा है वो.
Sports have found themselves over the other side. They've got to reposition Sheila using the cover of the smoke from the petrol garage to sneak out back around.
S2G वालों के 6 पॉइंट है भाई. हमें इनको
towards the beaches.
चढ़ के मार देना चाहिए.
Military. And that north side arguably is still quite clear. Twisted Minds taking the head-to-head fight with Hive. Give him a long rotation.
Twisted Minds तो भाई
We'll be looking at the leaderboard with a couple of
गाड़ी
kills
से जा
already.
रहे
A
हैं.
couple more for Twisted Minds, and they should be securing their spot.
ये लोग तो जब तक पहुंचेंगे तब तक फेस 3 आ जाएगा.
Where do we get this? Where are we getting it in and deeper for this one here? Code Marco and the boys in Bushido Wildcats. This is a absolute last-ditch effort to try to get deeper. Metabay left behind. Trying
Gamble
to
play, right?
absolutely maximize the wins here on the vending machine. He's gotten all the first aids here, but the problem is once you get that
वे
fourth
ये
circle
built up
top,
है.
it really starts to chunk when you're far away from the circle. The multiplier from being further away from the circle.
इस पे
starts hitting
14 first
really
aid
hard
kits
only in
हैं.
phase 4. You're sending it off. Beautiful play here from Kovalevi.
इस पे 14 first aid kits
Analyst
हैं.
knows the map to perfection. No slack. Great send here. VP trying to get out and behind them. Drive
VP
by
chasing
on this
Slack. हाँ Slack मार दो VP.
so the guys
VP
trying to
kill
really
Slack.
capitalize on these guys getting in late.
अब हम
Except
यही
for Pop, and we're on the dead
होप कर
center
सकते हैं कि
of the
Slack मर
zone.
जाए, हाउल मर जाए, बुशिडो वाइल्डकैट्स मर जाए,
The clash,
JB मर जाए,
joust, so to speak.
असेंड मर जाए,
Slipping the noose as
Twisted
they get
Minds भी
around
मर
the other
जाए.
side.
ये
They
सारी
continue to
teams मर
rotate on
जाएंगी.
this sort of west side, up and around the hill. They do have to go back towards the zone It has centralized up. We have lost the Northern Ireland and all the water. So for a team like Ascend, they find themselves yet again in the middle. Na'Vi, strong position. The $1 million question,
We
Martin,
left
for
and
you
then we
is
went
what do you
towards
think the numbers going to be
Nemesis.
to
और
cut off?
Nemesis पे high ground है.
Oof.
And a
I
doozy.
think we might end up it being a little bit higher. I think all the teams are so aware
ये क्या है?
and
और
so
ये
good
क्या
at
है?
kill
और
feed
ये
tracking,
क्या है?
kill feed counting, making sure that they squeeze every single point out of here. I think it might be higher than the 28. I think we might be ending up on
Oh, this guy sees them
even
भाई.
31.
अगर ये पता ही नहीं है तो फिर तो GG
No
है.
Howl or Jogo Benito gets it in, but I think 29 is
Do we know Nemesis is
not
here?
safe. It's not
This guy's not making
comfortable, at
sound,
least,
bhai.
so that's why the other teams are trying to make for it, and especially with Bushido Wildcats, the other teams know that
I don't think
there's
we
already
know.
2 players gone down. They're gonna check the match log and see, okay, these guys are trying to just heal and survive for as long as possible. Just getting one placement point here is absolutely crucial for the teams on 28, 29 points. That's why we see the strategy coming in through from both No Slack and from Bushido Wildcats.
I'm with you. 29 is not safe. Top 3 potentially, but
भाई ये लोग phase 3 में क्या कर रहे हैं? No Slack वाले बाहर.
for that qualification again.
That's one
Oi.
important point. Oh my god!
Oh my god! There's not just one, there's 2. They're gonna have to try and charge their way forward. Cristani though, with the grenade, cooks his way
Joga
forward.
Benito.
Just over the top though. Baron Peakwell has to try and back away just a moment.
एक बंदा
Test
1 HP
splash
बचा
of
है.
damage, and he does slip again. He goes, oh my god! He returns a grenade and it turns the tide.
That's huge. Nutty's gonna have to take a painkiller here. Now shots coming in. Slavin finds it. And CCI next is the last player. That's important. 4 points for Jogo Benito. They now join the fray and get that 8th place, jumping above X-Howl. I'll say this though, X-Howl is looking great.
Melman ने मारा, but हम लोग मरे नहीं हैं, तो now we know.
Nemesis and S8UL. Big fight in between these two teams. Gets 2 players here. PGC 2022 champion from Dubai. Melman gets 2 crucial points here for Nemesis.
Crucial, critical change in the
Best
side.
Toby down
He held
है.
his discipline. You got to remember, they were right in front of him half the moment that they arrived.
Best Toby down है.
2-8 though, not bad. I have to try and rotate their way back in on that other side here, but
चलो,
unfortunately
we go
for
tomorrow.
S8UL, it's locked up. He's going to be down. He's going to be out. And for our guys though, for Team Nemesis, maybe
go tomorrow.
it's a turn that they needed.
Oh, great shots from Boostic.
अबे जब गोली पड़ी फिर भी क्यों ऐसे भागे हम लोग?
New circle here, and it's another donut market. Makes it very difficult for anyone to do.
और दूसरी भी जाके मर
Points
गया.
to ascend here, and that is S8UL. They are qualified to playoffs day 2, Mark.
Send through, and they are down and out. S8UL will have to come back tomorrow and see if they can do it all again. We'll be looking for a top 5, but for now,
EW से बाहर नहीं, कल है ना, कल
qualified.
खेलेंगे ना भाई.
They are now on the hunt for another team that's qualified, and it will help out some of these teams lower down the lobby. The only downside for them,
Okay, bye, मिलते हैं.
points taken away.
It's also important points for Ascend here. Now to 3. That's good. GG's,
30.
Look at how close it is. Fuck, it's gonna be scary. I think Bushido Wildcats might be out here. They've got such a struggle to try to get in. Marco's trying to survive.
ये तो भाई गेम हो गया हमारे साथ.
Is trying to eliminate each other as fast as possible, trying to capitalize off this. You see Inex finds Nail up. That's a huge nade from Agatori though onto Beamy and Lookarooks.
ये Hagatori और Fierist को देखो भाई, बैट लगे पड़े. ये फाइनल क्वालिफिकेशन है नहीं? 2 दिन और है. 2 दिन है चैट, 2 दिन.
So do work their way forward. VP down for 2. Smyro though is going to be going down, and now Nixie can back into a corner.
दिन है चैट.
Into a corner for that long unless you've
लाल
got
क्यों दिख रही है मेरी उंगलियां?
with the fire and power that he delivers.
एक हाथी लाल है मेरा.
To be safe as well, I think so. So Correction is just gonna dip out of this fight here.
बंद कर दो, अब क्या देखना है वही.
I think 32 is more than safe though. I don't really see it lining up perfectly. Bushido Wildcats is probably out with only being Metabay left, and there's teams on the edge trying to hold them out too. So it really comes down to, does X-Howl get a great game? Do they get this ball rolling? Or does Nemesis make an absolutely perfect thread of the needle and try to get into the circle here? Jorito continues this big fight here.
ये wildcard team आ गई, लेकिन
that's already so
Joga Benito
qualified that they do not care who they're going to fight against. Huge points again.
I think they're making a run for it.
भाई नेमेसिस कर जाएगी मेरे को लग रहा है.
The team Nemesis can deliver.
That is a huge point. That's
Slack मार दी.
13th. That's 29.
अब Nemesis अपनी जगह बना सकती है.
Wildcats managed
Crazy
to
भाई.
sneak another point here. That would be the cutoff line, moving effectively to 29th place.
कोई नहीं यार चैट कोई नहीं कल कर लेंगे चिल मारो कल कर लेंगे चैट बॉयज कल कर लेंगे फाइनल्स तो खेल ही रहे हम लोग वो मान के चलो भाई फाइनल्स तो खेलेंगे तुम मान के चलो भाई कल टॉप 5 आना है लेकिन 5 गेम में टॉप 5 आना है कल
19
He still has 19.
He's in touching distance though of the zone, but it is phase 4, Martin.
Yeah, the next one's going to chunk. We go from 3 damage per second to 5. And that nose 19 is going to have to be used quite more often. I can't see him actually surviving long enough to get
क्या फायदा
that
फाइनल
placement
अरे
point.
नहीं
Look
नहीं
at
भाई
that, so many
खेला
teams
अच्छा
gonna
खेला
have to
था
make moves
लास्ट
here.
में भाई
Send the
टॉप
great
3 टॉप
spot.
4 आए थे हम
Benito
लोग
in a
टॉप
great
4 5
spot.
आए थे
There's
5th आए थे
so many solos still left alive here.
फाइनल्स में
Look at
5th आए थे हम
Twisted
लोग
Minds.
तो
They've
टेंशन
got
मत
a
लो भाई
fishing net on the western side to try to catch more points. Correxy now trying to squeeze out more points out of this game here, Mark.
They do, Corexy. Thought he got away with this one. The grenade comes in, damage done. That's huge amounts done. 82, and it's a tick, and it's a bomb, and it's a boost tick ending. As a 4 VP, they do fall out. 32 points. Arguably, we think it's about safe, but some other teams need to start falling because below that line.
Nemesis can actually pull this off. Nemesis या Howl में से कोई भी pull off कर सकता है भाई ये चीज.
3 more points, and they beat S8UL's first place record from last week. They really want to get these 16 extra PGC points for this week here. And if they could end up
Navi पे
16
16 points आ जाएंगे
huge
यार.
effort here. Now X-Hal, this is a big one here. Look at them, they're in 26 points, Mark. They've got
Dad,
3
this is a
alive, and
game.
there's
ये
points to be
support तो
had
हम
against
करेंगे no
teams that
matter
are
what भाई.
hurt. Vitality
It's a
down
game
to
उसमें
2,
हार
man.
जीत तो होती
They
रहती है
don't really
भाई.
need the points. They're safe on 33, I would say. But yeah, it is.
अभी अपने
Navi
BGMI के boys
bombing
लेकर
the
नहीं आए थे
lobby
भाई ट्रॉफी.
once more,
लाए थे
yeah.
ना तुम लोगों के लिए लाए तो थे.
For X-Hal though, right? They've got nosy neighbours.
बहुत मेहनत लगती
with
है भाई.
Vitality.
It's not like
They
an
get
easy game.
themselves
सब
to themselves. At
A1
what
game
point
खेल
do
रहा
they
अपना.
want to put that party out? And it's going to be in their control. Team Nemesis though, they go for a bit of a dash. They send themselves and they leapfrog ahead.
तो
of
बैटल रॉयल में तो
TMO.
यही
They
होता
will try
है.
and lead the safety
आधी
of
चीजें
their
लप पे भी
line
होती है, आधी
until
चीजें
the
उस पे भी होती है,
opportunity.
जोन पे
And there's
होती
the
है.
party stopper though. As Quizzy will find one, he will find 2, and those nosy neighbours. they
हाउल तो
extinguish the fire that
हाउल
X-Hal
नहीं
won.
मैं कर पाएगी.
That's
नेमेसिस का देखते हैं
I don't
नेमेसिस का
see
क्या
him
सीन
getting
है.
more points than this, and Jogo Benito's actually in the
नेमेसिस भी
pretty good
टेक्निकली नहीं
spot
होनी
here.
चाहिए
The
भाई.
question
नेमेसिस
is,
को भी
does
मार देना
Nemesis
चाहिए.
take this further? Now fighting with TMO here.
नेमेसिस
They could
अगर
make the
क्वालिफाई हुई
dream work.
फाइनल्स
They've
के लिए
got
तो
3
हमारे लिए
guys
प्रॉब्लम
standing.
है.
5 kills already in this
So
game.
we can wait and
Only
jinx
need
Nemesis.
5 more points to push themselves into this 8th spot that's currently.
We can wait and
27,
jinx
but Jogo
Nemesis, bro.
Benito is,
Let's go,
4-4
Nemesis.
man strong. They're
Let's go,
inside
you are
the
winning
circle,
this. Let's go,
holding
Nemesis.
strong here. So I think the cutoff, the
Kal
line
zero
that
se
the
start
teams
hua.
are going to be looking for is to try to get into 29 points
Let's
here.
go, Nemesis.
X-Hal is out in 26 points.
It's unfortunate for them. They didn't tick off the
Qualified
nosy
today too.
neighbours, though. Team Nemesis, though, has lost lead. They have to try and reposition. They know the danger is coming from TMO, but we've got to send in the wings if they can get here. Grenade will go forward. Damage has been done. We'll
Come on, TMO. Don't be noobs. Kill Nemesis.
And the fashion king of Hitman, he's going to fall.
भाई ये मेलबर्न क्या खा गया आज?
More smokes have to be dissipated here.
Come on,
They're trying to
TMO.
push in the zone is now 15 seconds from
बाकी टीम्स में
closing
खेलना
here.
ही है
They're
भाई.
not
हाँ
inside.
वही तो.
Melman is the front man here,
Kill करें.
trying to lock this out. It's a crucial point. And now shots coming in from the side. It's construction workers joining, and Justice finds Melman. Diffix finds Justice here. The few more extra points
मारो
could be
Nemesis.
crucial for Nemesis.
जीतोगे
to
तुम
make
लोग
it 2-1.
नेमेसिस. मारो.
They have
वो
to
बहस
confirm,
किया
they have
7
to
किल कर गए.
confirm where they can. They've got 1, they've got 2.
जमा हो जाओ,
they've got a third
Nemesis.
as Well, so Sneed has been confirmed that Keta starting to activate from Ascend there on the
Come
outside
on,
edge now.
Diffix.
They
Chalo,
will try and
Diffix.
secure their spot.
Let's
32
go.
points here for Team Ascend.
Let's go,
but for Nemesis,
Diffix.
It's 7 kills. It's 1 player, but
Maro.
it's 1 strong player as Diffix is looking for anything else he can get on the board.
कोई मेरा
Yeah,
chat.
the wall of 29 points is still standing. Twisted Minds 29 too. They could squeeze 1 more point as well. Bushido Wildcats could also squeeze 1 more placement point. If just 2 more teams go out, that would be no
भाई
slack
Nemesis
down.
को
And
बस
to be
कितने
Jogo
point चाहिए
Benito
पता है?
surely will get a few more points considering they've got
26,
this
27,
next circle.
28, 29.
Navi
4
looking
point
good.
चाहिए
They're
Nemesis को.
absolutely smashing, pounding this lobby completely. Last first aid for
4 से 5
Can he
point
get
चाहिए
one
Nemesis
more
को.
point? He finds one on Pixelic here, flushes it as well. Crucial points to jump above no slack.
is crucial, but it also diverts the attention of construction workers. Nailib's had to come towards the north side. He's been told to turn back and go around the other way. Diffix went in there, he's using a full TMO. Coming back tomorrow, that's now up to 26 points though. As Diffix looks towards Nailib, he takes the car and he gets the knock. It could be another point though. And Keta takes the steal at the end.
No, that's so cruel of Keta to steal it.
Come on, construction worker, this is your time. Kill Diffix.
The one-man army. Can he do it? Can he make a run for it?
Bro,
Can he
Nemesis
get
नहीं होनी
placement
चाहिए
points?
qualify.
Can he get a kill on Medibay potentially?
He's run out of ammo. He knows that way he's
Nemesis
dangerous.
नहीं
He
होनी
senses
चाहिए
the danger.
qualify.
Keta gets one.
Oh,
Chris
there's 2
gets the
points.
second though. That's an opportunity. He knows it's coming from that side, so he's going to sweep across the south side. Ascend. Well, they got the front line. They
नहीं,
got their
Nemesis
trench
को
dug,
4
and
point
they've
मिल
dug
गए
it
वो
pretty well.
ऊपर
8 kills here from
मारो
Ascend.
मारो
As it
Diffix को
skyrockets them
मारो.
now to 35 points. Another team looking for confirmation.
Bro, वो placement point खेल रहा है
Levante
भाई.
found Habibi, knocked one.
Habibi.
Then found Levante. Now shots are coming in. T-Bone smoked out, found a point. This is trying to survive for as long as possible. Now we enter place point.
Yay! Nemesis is also playing tomorrow.
And it's
Let's
gonna shift completely. Bushido Wildcup's up into 31
GG.
points. Joga Benito still alive. No slack.
कल मिलेंगे
Out
Nemesis,
here.
कल
Howl.
मिलेंगे.
Nemesis
कल-
out.
कल-
Construction workers also dead now. It's down to just Viz. They're gonna have to make an absolute
Viz भी कुछ नहीं कर रहा है. Locked in है. ये chat ये 8 teams qualify है.
anything
Navi,
changing. I don't
VID,
see
Ascend,
this
VP,
surviving for long
VW,
now.
Twisted,
To make
Slack,
things- I
JB.
think
कल
it's
ये
just this is gonna be our
8
top
team
8
नहीं
mark.
होगी.
I think it is going to be our
दूसरी
top
8
eight.
team
We'll
आएगी.
have to wait and see. Stratisto will sneak his way
कल की
forward,
lobby वैसे
but
शायद easy भी हो सकती है.
down, and unfortunately for
इतनी
them,
खुशी
they
मुझे
got
कभी नहीं हुई.
nothing
वही ना
to
भाई.
Chris will fall. Stratus stands up tall as Keto will also fall. 1 versus 1. They need to try and stay in this one. They've got points to gain and they've got opportunity to try and gain them. For Visto, the smoke starts to dissipate and
We
he's
know
only
the
got one
result.
option. He has to
We know the
charge
result,
forward.
gang. We know the result, gang. It's time for tomorrow. It's time for tomorrow. RP. क्या टाइम हो गया? 12:48. 12:48. Go RP भाईजान. It's too late racing only. Member only आओ. Member only कर दूँ. Member only live stream. All channel members. Alright, this stream has been scheduled to swap member only in 5 minutes. अगर तुम लोग को member only stream पे आना है तो जल्दी से membership लें. We're gonna go RP and chill. RP and chill. Thank you so much for an amazing stream. कल वापस से आना है. कल top 5 आना है. Shafat, thank you so much for another 4. Thank you so much Shafat for all the donations जो आपने किए आज. Thank you so much. Thank you so much Shafat. Thank you brother. Thank you so much. Racing करेंगे थोड़ी देर करते हैं. Switch करूँ? Membership ले लो यार. Membership ले लेते तो अच्छा नहीं होता था. Switch के लिए मुझे stream stop and play करनी पड़ेगी एक बार. आओ तो फिर बट मेंबरशिप लो यार. आई वुड प्रेफर मेंबर्स. आई वुड प्रेफर मेंबर्स ब्रा. टुमारो हाँ टुमारो लॉबी हार्ड नहीं होगी वैसे. अच्छी टीम्स काफ़ी अच्छी टीम्स हट जाएंगी जैसे नावी VIT असेंड ट्विस्टेड स्लैक VP ये सारी जगह. बुशीडो वाइल्ड कार्ड अच्छी खेली. मेंबर्स ओनली भाईजान. यही स्ट्रीम पब्लिक कर दो. नहीं ये ऐसे नहीं होता. अब ये नई स्ट्रीम बन जाएगी. एक नई स्ट्रीम बन जाएगी. आ जाओ उधर मेंबर ओनली पे आ जाओ. 5 मंथ बाद मेरा फर्स्ट सैलरी पे पक्का लूँगा मेंबरशिप। डन है जी। शेर शेर। कल न्यू टीम्स आएंगी। कल कौन सी टीम्स आएंगी वैसे? PEC ये नहीं। ओ भाई मनन भाई विद 10 गिफ्टेड। मनन भाई विद 10 गिफ्टेड क्रेजी। ओए रेड लाइन आएगी कल। Manan bhai with the 10 gifted. Thank you so much, Hero. Shifat with another 4 reals. Thank you so much. Means a lot. Means a lot. ओए कल टीम रेड लाइन आएगी। कंस्ट्रक्शन वर्कर आ गई। एक्स हॉल आएगी कल। एक्स हॉल और PGG नहीं थी ना आज। PGG नहीं थी। PGG आएगी। स्टैरिस का आएगी कल। बल्दनीनी यो गेटो गैंग नो टैग टीम स्टॉर्म ऑन फायर। कल इनमें से कोई 8 आएंगे। रेड लाइन एवरलॉन्ग भी नहीं थी ना। एवरलॉन्ग PBRU भाई बहुत सारी टीम्स हैं। गो नेक्स्ट भी नहीं थी आज। नाइस नाइस नाइस। चलो चैट स्ट्रीम इज़ गोना टर्न ऑन मेंबर ओनली। एक नई स्ट्रीम बन जाएगी। तुम लोग रीडायरेक्ट हो जाओगे। 1.5 मिनट में हो जाएगा। मैं तब तक के लिए ट्विच का 1 सेकंड सेटिंग करता हूँ। ठीक है गिव मी अ मोमेंट। क्वालिफाई नहीं अब कल करेंगे क्वालिफाई। Let's go. Best wishes for tomorrow. Shit.